Wait, why did I not turn that on? Move that. What? What? Oh, hello. Thank you for the sub. Hello. Thank you. Oh. Yeah, make sure you get cozy. Because this is a 3-parter video from Stephanie Sue. I've got Fly Me to the Moon stuck in my head because I always sing it before starting stream. Twenty, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. What? I feel like the numbers don't time evenly or they skip. But hello VOD, hello chat. It's been 4 days. And this is my last stream before I do my debut of my 2D model tomorrow around this time. So make note of that. I will be having my debut tomorrow, and then on the 4th, I have my 10-year anniversary since I did YouTube. I don't have anything to update on right now, other than the fact that we are finally doing a stream on my React channel after a month or 3 months. I'm not good with time, but it's been a minute there, and it's also been a minute since I've watched Stephanie Sue. Love her. So, where is my scene? Is this it? Yeah. Okay. It's been a minute. Let me take a drink of my water. Oh, fun fact. I almost just spilled that. Oh no. But fun fact, I think I haven't been tracking it. I probably should, just to see if I can hit a high score. But I think I've been drinking water more lately, and this time I think I made it a week without any soda. I don't know if what I drank today was soda or not. It's like a yogurt drink. I don't know if that's soda or not. But for someone who used to drink Sprite religiously, a week without water is a week without Sprite's pretty good. So very happy about that. I think I've had 10 cups of water today. Might be exaggerating a little bit. Probably closer to 5. But still good. But time to do a YouTube video intro. Wow. It's been so long since I've done one for the reactions. In June, I swear, I'm gonna do more content, because in June, I always make more content, like daily, because Pride, and also because it's the month I made my channel, so it's a way for me to celebrate that by doing content every day. Hopefully I do that. Hopefully I stick to that. But, what's up, YouTube? My name is Mistic, and today you're watching Also, something that you don't get to see when I'm not live is I usually do like 5 takes of intro sometimes for my React channel, because I don't really edit them. Ooh, did my thing drop? Okay, no, we're good. I just saw my bar go to red. Okay. What's up? Nope. Is that the T, or is that a different thing? Cause someone gave me like 50 million different water packets, and they had one that was tea, like sweet tea. Even though I'm Southern, that was god awful. That was awful. But ones I really do like is lemon lime, because it reminds me of Sprite, or like lemonade. Thank you for the follow. Okay, if it's a tea thing, I think the name sounds familiar, but I don't know if it's one that I like or the tea one that I absolutely hated, because that tea flavor was disgusting. And I'm someone who loves sweet tea, but I don't drink it too much because it's so sweet. But yeah, disgusting. But lemon lime and strawberry lemonade have been my favorites. And like fruit punch. but that's just Kool-Aid, so it's kind of cheating. But okay. What's up, YouTube? My name is Mistic, and today you're watching Mistic Reacts. Today you're watching a video by Stephanie Sue, and the video is called Actress Enters Dating Show as the New Bombshell. Ooh la la. Instantly becomes the internet's most hated. I believe this is one of 3 parts, which is, we've been doing a lot of those. But I do love the drama dating shows that Stephanie covers, so let's get into it. This is also being streamed live, so you know, check that out if you're watching this after the fact.
Everybody. I am on an obligatory family vacation right now.
Okay.
And it was like a very long
tell.
one, which by the way, we got a rat amongst our ranks. That's why this is a new setting. We're jammed into this bunk
Can
room.
you
I don't want to talk about it.
pasta?
I'm an adult. I am an adult. I don't know what's going on right now. But let me explain what's been happening.
I should slow it down a little bit. I just know I'm gonna be doing 3 hours of this. Okay.
This very lengthy road trip. It felt like a 27-hour road trip, although I think it was closer to like 4 hours. And I decided
4 hours is not a lot. I went on like at least a 12-hour drive for 12 hours each day for like 3 days.
I was going to watch this show that Tiffany has been trying to put me on for multiple ages. It's been decades. She said, if you like the divorce reality show, you guys remember Mai. You guys remember Mai. Nobody has forgotten Mai from the See You Again divorce reality show of celebrity couples. They go in right before they want to get a divorce. Who would think that's a fucking terrible idea? Nobody. Then they live life with other wannabe divorced couples, and then some of them get divorced, some of them don't. Mai was somebody that I thought you couldn't top. You can't be crazier than Mai. There's just no other way. I mean, that's what I was thinking.
Are we going to experience that?
Last year. And this was like right before the holidays. China decided, I'm about to ruin your entire holiday season. I'm about to ruin your life. I'm about to take it all the way into 2026. And can I tell you something? I have no idea how many parts this is going to be, dear, because this is 32 episodes long.
That's crazy. Like all the Chinese shows are 30 episodes plus.
Yeah, and this one I was expecting 32 episodes where I'm like skimming through most of it because these days I've decided to really partake in self-care. So that means when a show is boring, I just skip through it. There's like no show. Well, there's one show. I don't skip anything. But other than that show, everything else, if it gets boring, I skip. Even in books these days, if a chapter isn't hitting, I skim it. So I thought it was going to be like that. No, all 32 episodes.
I can't even skip stuff if I'm not interested. If I'm not interested, just drop it.
Are fucking insane. Every second to second, I go back and replay it because I'm like, wait, hold on. I don't understand what's going on. So let me explain the premise of this show. You've got a bunch of people. You've got guys and girls, and they're all going to date. They're all heterosexual couples, or they're all straight. I think, but I don't know. But it's called Secret in Love. So every single one of them comes in with a secret that they're holding. And they tell the producers the secret. And then throughout the show, they unveil people's secrets. And then sometimes if you start dating someone, you can ask to see their secret and watch their secret and them confess to their secret.
But like, what kind of secret? Like,
okay, so I'm just gonna be so real with you. I don't know why they added that very unnecessary plot device. Like the secrets don't fucking matter at all. Like truly, the secrets are warm secrets. I mean, I feel compassion, I feel sympathy, but it's not like, hey, so when I was younger,
I
ran over my dad with a lawnmower, but he was drunk and he didn't know, so I blamed it on my sister. And then my sister went to juvenile detention for like 5 years, and then I never told anybody, and everybody thinks she's psychotic and that she's a murderous, venomous villain, and I let everybody think that. And then now she's actually in
that would be a great
because
secret,
you know how life be. Like it's not one of those secrets. The secrets are more so, okay, I'm just gonna give you an idea of one of the guy's secrets. He's like, my parents aren't loving.
How is that a secret? No, that's not a secret, that's just drama. Okay. Oh, I don't know if it's my favorite yet, but I feel like it might be. But good morning.
What?
I'm excited for this.
Like I feel sympathy, but
that is not a secret. That is just a relatable moment.
Same.
Yeah, same. Who's watching? And also, I was expecting something very juicy. Like you're telling me you had a secret. Anyway,
I want to hear about murder. I want to hear about theft. I want to hear about, I don't know, DUIs, something interesting.
In love, a 10-day journey. The participants are living in this massive villa together, and they're dating, they're going on dates, they're doing all these random challenges, and of course, because it's a reality show, it's going to be uneven numbers of guys and girls, and it's sort of designed this way to make it super competitive. Now, once these episodes started airing, clips started flooding Chinese social media. Tiffany hasn't even really seen like the full series. I think I've seen more of the full series than she has, but she's like, I have seen enough to know who I don't with, okay? Oh, and another thing that I need to preface is in Chinese reality shows, when they air, it's almost like a live stream. Like, you know, when you watch a live stream on YouTube and Twitch, you can see people commenting in real time as a moment is taking place.
Right.
You can see that in Chinese reality shows.
So like a
so the
premiere.
top comments will actually come onto your TV screen as it's being premiered for the first time. And this is really important because every single thing, the netizens have some shit to say. They have some shit to say.
Do you feel
It's like a YouTube premiere.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
like the comments basically covers the show?
God
I love
damn.
it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I see something really crazy on a reality show,
You wanna talk about it.
Yeah, and I'm like looking up what people are saying, and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not the only one, you know? The comments are so good. So to understand this whole drama of why there are two people on this show that everybody has been canceling, they say that these are the villains of the past year. Nobody likes them. In order to understand their drama, you need to understand all the people on the show and all the ones who get dragged into all of this. So first, I gotta run you through the girls on this show. You got Bao Bao.
How many
Bao
people
Bao.
total?
There are like 6 girls, 5 guys. So you got Bao Bao. Bao Bao introduces herself on the show as Nini, but everybody calls her Bao Bao, okay? She looks like Kim So-hee. Yeah, she's so beautiful. She's stunning. I mean, not only is she one of the most beautiful girls that netizens have seen just even on the show, but online, she's also incredibly smart. And ultimately, she is going to be the #1 victim of this show. She is going to get victimized by pretty much the most diabolical individuals that have ever stepped foot on Chinese
I'm
reality.
tired of seeing the women on these shows victimized repeatedly. Like, especially Beauty and the Beast. The Beauty and the Beast, sorry.
667 out of 750 on the Gaokao in the science, the college exam. So she's really smart. I will say the thing about her is she seems really emotional. And I mean that with love. Like, she seems very attuned with other people's emotions. She's not emotionally dense.
Empath.
In the sense of, like, she can pick up small feelings. Like, she can pick up when someone is acting a little bit colder to her than the day before. And then it really fucks with her. And she gets really emotional about it. And she doesn't know what to do. And then she feels like if she talks to them about it, she's putting pressure on them. Like, she's very in tune with emotions, but also kind of sad girl. And I love her, okay? I love her. And then next you have Chen. People call her Chen 71 because her name sounds like 71. Some people just call her 71.
Okay, let's call her 71.
Okay, so 71. She's one of the contestants who also later gets pulled into the drama. But I would say that public opinion on her is divided. And in beginning episodes, people love her. She gives off strong cool girl vibes. Just a cool girl. And then next you have PR Lily. PR Lily is a PR executive, and she just be acting like PR Lily. Like, she's the girl that I want to be. She's like the opposite of me.
Wait, how so?
She's just so classy and poised. I mean, she just always has great posture. She never laughs too loud. She just seems like she knows how to do everything and smells like flowers, and also is so sweet to everybody, but not overly sweet, where she's like, I love you, I love you, I love everybody. She's just very kind and polite and elegant and graceful. PR Lily, I love PR Lily. Okay?
She's doing PR.
Everybody loves her. Then you got influencer Jay. She is an influencer. She mainly does vlogs. I think she has like 250,000 followers on Douyin. She's an influencer, and she's really pretty. And she does not influencer vibes. She's actually very thoughtful, very intelligent. Huh? I know. Shocking. Some of us. Some of them, not me.
Not me either.
She's also not really involved in a lot of drama. She has a very sharp look to her.
So far, no
she
bad
acts
eggs.
like how she looks. I think people were a little bit nervous when she first came on the stream because you see influencer, you see the way she looks kind of cat-like, and people were expecting her to be really catty and nasty because she's an influencer, but no, she's super poised, super put together, a girl's girl. Then you have Ma Xuan. We're gonna call her broadcaster Ma because she's a broadcaster, a news anchor for Hunan TV.
Oh
Yeah, she even hosted the Chinese New Year Gala before, which is like a big deal.
No, huge deal.
I'm sorry.
Huge.
It's basically like being handpicked by Xi Jinping himself to be like the #1 broadcaster of the year. Like, it's a huge deal. She also graduated with a broadcasting major. She ends up leaving halfway through the show, and it becomes a really sad thing. Then you have Zizi. You're gonna want to fucking punch Zizi in the face. This is the perpetrator of the show. Unlike the other girls, she doesn't.
First Zuzu, then Mimi. Now Zizi. Oh no. I really hated Mimi in the last
show up day one. She is the new Bombshell that enters the villa midway through, and then she just obliterates every single feeling of empathy that you felt like you had. You think you're an empathetic person, and then you watch the way she acts, and you go, "No, I think off with her head." Like, I think this is crazy.
Off with her head.
She's an actress. She graduated from the Beijing Film Academy, and she did star in like a really big show. Yeah, but anyway, everybody hates her. And then as for the guys, we've got Finance Bro Zhao. Finance Bro Zhao is a financial service account manager. He studied at USC, so he speaks English. Maybe he'll see this. I don't know. Don't send it to him if you know him. I hate when they see this. I hate it so much, okay? And then he's very smart, and he just kind of gives, he said he's a part-time vibe maker.
Huh? Part-time vibe maker?
And that just like tells you everything you need to know about him.
Bad
because
vibes.
Me personally, I think he's really fun.
Oh.
I think he's chill. I think he's fun so far. I haven't finished the entire series, okay?
Okay,
So I might change my mind.
gave me
so
the
far,
wrong
he's chill.
impression.
He's an ENTJ. He makes everybody feel comfortable. He's yapping all the time. I think he would be a great friend, but me personally, I would never date someone who calls himself a part-time vibe maker. In fact, I exclusively like you, who is a vibe killer. Full-time vibe killer. Walks into the room, everyone goes, okay, why did he come here? We have a thing in the family, we call him the nurse, okay? Because he comes into the room and he's all,
did you take your vitamins?
That's all he'd be asking when he walks into the room. Okay? So he's a part-time vibe maker. Then there's Tianji. Yeah, but we call him Jico. Everybody calls him Jico. He's a university student. He gives me Dan Dan vibes.
What?
But not as strong. Like, he's the type where they'll have these nights where they go on these fancy dinners and everybody's wearing like really well-fitted tuxedos. And then he comes in with that oversized suit fit, you know, where the shirt's not tucked in and the tie is like half done.
With a pair of shorts?
No. And then like really mixed match trousers, and then his hair is like permed and frizzy. Yeah. No, but I kind of like him. He's super unpublished.
I think she described how I dress in 2021. Oh God.
Yeah. And he's actually he's upstanding in his morals.
And
he's just not really a big person in the show. Then you have the professor. Oof. The professor has long hair down to his neck. Okay. He has a PhD in the arts, decor, sculpture, public art, drawing. He likes all of that shit, and you can kind of tell. Some people refer to him as grandpa. Some people call him the professor. Some people call him the unluckiest guy alive. But you know, we'll get there. And he's got long hair, and he just he seems really patient. And then you have Barry. Barry is currently studying in the United States. He's a fan of cooking. I just call him Chef Barry because most of the time he just be cooking on the show. And I'm like, are you getting paid for this? Because I hope you are at this point. Okay. And then you have another guy named Zhao. No, I forget his first name. His name is Tian Hao, okay? But we're going to call him Tian. And Tian is going to be Zizi's partner. He is the other perpetrator. He's the co-conspirator. He's the co-defendant of this show.
Two of them?
Oh, there's
as
two
a couple?
Of them. Well, you'll see. Who said they're a couple? You'll see. You're also gonna freaking hate it.
You just said that.
Oh, oops. Damn it. So at the start of the show, though, there are 4 guys and 5 girls because Zizi and Chef Barry doesn't come in until later. So you got Bao Bao the victim, you've got Chen 71, you got PR Lily, Influencer Jay, you got Broadcaster Ma. And then for the guys, you got Tian, the perpetrator, Finance Bro Zhao, you got Jico, the professor. And in the first few episodes, they just kind of go on dates and learn how to break the ice and stuff. That's pretty much it. When everyone is first introduced onto the show, they have this grass field with these tables set up, and there's 2 seats at each table. So they come in one by one. Bao Bao comes in first. She's so pretty. And one girl and one guy is supposed to sit together at each table in these initial seating arrangements. Now, it's very important. I run you through the people. The initial seating pairings are not important. Like one by one, they just kind of sit in a row. So it's random. They bring in a girl, Bao Bao, then they bring in professor, or they bring in finance bro, and then they just all kind of sit together. So it's super random. The last 2 to walk in are Tian, the perpetrator, the dude, and then influencer Jay. So she's sitting with him. And this whole segment, nothing's really happening. Everybody's being very shy because it's their first time meeting. The only thing that the producers do is they have this tiny little red telephone booth that I feel like shows up in way too many Chinese reality dramas. And I'm like, I feel like this is a hallmark. Is this a trend? What is happening right now?
I've never seen one of those in real life.
Each pairing of the tables have to go in. There's barely enough space for the both of them. And they have 2 minutes to talk to each other. And there's a camera inside of the photo booth that is being projected to everybody else at the other table.
Have I seen this
It's really weird. Now, side note, here's here's my problem with this. I really don't like reality shows that do stuff like this, and this is like a true
Or is it just
venomous hatred that I
commenting?
have for something. Because just think about it. You have been nervous the whole time. You probably haven't been drinking a lot of water. You probably haven't been eating because a lot of the clothes that you're wearing is really tight. And when you don't eat and drink a lot of water for hours at a time while you wait for your time slot, think about the breath. These producers are killing any
Oh, I was
chemistry that
thinking
could have
about
been
the
formed
sweat.
inside of this telephone booth, because the minute I
Okay.
smell stank breath, I'm done. I can never see you as hot again, okay? He knows this, okay? Every morning we wake up, nobody speaks. We text each other in bed if we want to talk. Or I go like this. And he knows that means, how did you sleep last night?
Yeah, I guess I'm the same now. So,
Yeah,
like, how do people make up in the morning?
I don't know.
How do people do it?
I don't know. And then there's like
Sleep
times
with a
where-
mint
this
in your
is-
mouth.
I'm so sorry, sidetracking here, but like this is why they say girls do things in relationships that guys can never get away with, because sometimes he'll like yawn in the morning and I'll go like this to fan away. he cannot get offended. If he gets offended, he's the one that ruined the day. So I have to go like this. So that would have just ruined my life. But they go in there and nothing exceptional happens. But in the beginning, there was another guy. There was an even number of people.
Wei.
His name is Wei. He gets voted out within like the first few minutes of the show. So everyone had to sit down and
Why?
rate each other from 1 through 100 based on first impressions. And the person with the lowest ratings for the guys and the girls, they were up for elimination.
Everybody votes on them.
Yeah, everyone votes and they collect the
That's
number. I think
crazy.
you get like a certain point set, right? So Wei gets the lowest score. He has to leave. But they do this whole anonymous voting for a bunch of different categories. And this is just what I'm trying to explain to you, the vibes of people. Everybody voted that Finance Bro has the best, exciting first impression. He's
Really?
just like the most outgoing, emotionally mature, very sunny, seems confident. And the girly pops seem to really like Finance Bro. And then for the girl with the highest impression score is Influencer J. People think that she gives off like the cool, collected, funny vibe, which I get. Like I get it. When she walks in, she doesn't seem like she just seems cool. But not in the unapproachable cool, just like really cool. She gives like the energy out of everyone. And then the guy with the lowest score was Wei. So he eventually gets voted off. But even before, they have to
He
compare
seems
with the
the
lowest
most
girl score, which
interesting
is
to
PR
me.
Lily. I will say, maybe it was the attire that she wore. Every girl wore like really personality-filled clothes
Really?
or mini dresses, you know.
Yeah.
She was wearing like a longer dress.
Like a
and-
They
PR
look the
outfit.
same to me.
yeah, like kind of going to work. And her hair was up in an updo. And she seemed stern.
It looks
She
like
seemed
a wedding
one of
outfit
them
to me.
fucked up. She wouldn't do anything bad. She would just pull them aside and say, that must be really disappointing. And you should probably go apologize to your parents right
George,
now
you're
for
watching a dating
making a fool out of
show.
yourself. That was the vibe she was giving initially. So she actually went into the telephone booth with the professor.
Okay.
And they were sitting next together. And the producers are like, if anybody wants
So
either
far,
Wei-
I think the professor or the guy that got voted off first are the most interesting to me. But okay.
or
Also,
PR
the
Lily
dress
to
was
stay, raise his
not-
hand. Professor's hand shoots up. And he is like, we were talking in the telephone booth, and I had this feeling of, this is how it's supposed to be. And everyone was like, oh, oh.
Like really romantic?
Yes, so romantic. So romantic. And he just looked distraught at the idea of her being kicked off the show. So she gets to
Aw.
stay, but Wei's got to go.
Oh.
And they're like, hey, but before we go, let's humiliate you some more. Honestly, these producers, karma. They need karma coming
no.
to them. So they say, we're going to play your secret to everybody that you just met 5 minutes ago. Play the secret.
Oh, no.
And they play a
He
giant
killed a
projected
man.
video of his secret that's pre-recorded. And he said that he was scammed in a business fraud where they scammed $6.6 million out of him. He was broke. He has no money. He cries all the time. He's not laughing because it's funny. He's laughing because it's shocking that they just like humiliate him like this.
Wow.
Out of nowhere. And then he's like, I cry every day. Sometimes I cry while I'm walking. Sometimes I cry while I'm eating for no reason. Tears will just start falling. Sometimes there are days that I will cry for 2 days nonstop and wonder, why can't I stop crying? But then he says that and then he broke up with his ex-girlfriend because of this. He said, I broke up with her because I didn't want her to feel bad for breaking up with me.
Is he still in there or no?
Oh, yeah.
He's
And-
still in there?
Yeah,
Oh, dang.
he is. And then he's saying that even though this is the worst thing and he's at the darkest point of his life, he describes it like a sun shower.
Oh, no.
The season of his life, because it's raining, but he's not under a dark cloud. He still finds the sun somehow. And I was crying.
And then he gets kicked off the first few minutes of the show. So they just brought him on to air his pain. It's not even a secret that's just pain and suffering.
I cried in the car, and everyone's like, "What's wrong with you?" My sister's playing like heavy rap music, and I'm just sobbing in the back
That's
of
just
my laptop. I'm like, I can't do this right now.
shaming
That's how
him
the family trip
publicly.
started. Anyway,
Damn. So it was actually a dark secret.
super dark. His is like the only one that's dark so far. So far, I haven't seen the rest, but
That's why they played it.
yeah.
They're like, we gotta play this.
And the producers give the mic to him, and they're just like, "Do you want to say anything?" Which, like, what do you mean? What do you expect him to say?
He hasn't
So
met
holds the
any of
mic, and
them.
he's crying. Of course, I was crying, and he goes, I don't really know what to say. And thankfully, his table partner was broadcaster Mimi. She is obviously a host of the Chinese show and stuff, and she's really poised. She's really sweet. She gets the mic from him and was like, if you don't mind, like, I would love to share my piece. And she talks about how she didn't really get to know him much, but he's so meticulous with his words, very kind and warm, and she felt much more comfortable since he was at her table. And she, like, gives a really warm goodbye, even though nobody voted for him to stay, so a little too late. But he says his goodbye, and he leaves. And that's why now we have 5 girls and 4 guys.
Okay.
So on the very first day, right after this, they have this mini sports activity where all of them are going to pair up. Now, there's more girls than guys. So one guy is going to be partnered up with 2 girls. When everybody initially starts trying to split up into their groups, oh my God, this is so cute. The professor looks at PR Lily and he just looks at her and then she nods and he walks over so giddy. He's just walking. She's walking in like a dog already.
So them 2 are like the cutest right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then influencer Jay is very outgoing and goes, hey, is anyone good at sports? Like, does anyone want to partner with me? And Tian, motherfucking Tian, immediately is like, I'll pick you. So influencer Jay and Tian are together. Now, mind you, they sat at the table together. So everybody is like, oh, Professor and PR Lily were at the same table. And then Tian and influencer Jay were at the same table. So like maybe the first game, we don't really know each other. Maybe everybody at the same table should just go for the people that were at the same table. That's the thought. This left 3 girls and 4 guys remaining. Now, there's no rule that you have to choose your original partner, but it just made sense. So Chen71, she's standing there and she's like, okay, well, maybe Jico is going to pick me.
Oh, no,
but
he's
instead,
not.
Jico partners with broadcaster Mimi.
Okay.
So Chen71 is
Drama.
like, oh.
Oh.
Like, I haven't even talked to another guy because I wasn't even at their table. And then finance bro Zhao, he looks really interested in Chen71. So he looks like he's about to be like, he's like thinking about the words of how to swoop in. He's like, okay, let me just go about that. Like, let me just lower my voice. Let me go an octave lower. And he's about to say something. And Tian goes, oh, well, you can join my group and we can be the 3 of us together. Oh. So now
The guy just straight
Two
up
guys,
pulls 2
one girl?
girls?
yes, now it's Tian, it's influencer Jay, and Chen71.
Wait, but the Chen71 agreed to be
Yeah,
in the
I
3?
mean, because it would be rude.
Right.
Because someone's gonna end up in a threesome, right? Or like a
wait, wait.
So then she was like, "Yeah, okay,
Stephanie?
fine." And so she joined.
sure?
And you think that he's being nice, but it's not. It just feels at the moment that it happened, it kind of felt player vibes because you should give other people the chance
Let
to
them
maybe
decide
group.
first.
Yeah.
Like
And
if
then-
there's one final one left over, and then you can be like, hey,
okay,
come
not left over, but like
left over.
no, people left.
Final one left.
Yes, exactly.
And come join us, right?
Yes, exactly.
But instead,
right.
he didn't even give other people a choice.
Right.
I don't like this guy, right? And then that's the 3 pairing. And then you have Finance Bro Zhao and Bao Bao that are just
Bao.
naturally paired together. And they were at the same table too. So those are the pairings. Now, the first activity that they're doing is a girl is going to stand further away from her male partner and he has to jump to where she's standing. He's got a rose in his mouth. And then she has to use her mouth to take the rose out of his mouth. But it's a long stem rose, so it's not like they're making out. I was disappointed. Anyway, so it's like a jumping game. Which like immediately another thing would just give me the ick.
Yeah.
Unless we're on physical 100 and you know how to jump 3 stories high, that's not the first thing I want to see you do. That's not the first thing I want to see on a date. So Tian, he goes up with influencer Jay and she's like, okay, like I'm going to stand here. You jump to me and then I'll take the rose out of your mouth. He jumps. It's not impressive. She takes the rose out of his mouth and she's like, yeah, I think that the way that when he jumped to me, he was so close to me. It was just very intimate.
What?
So she's like, yeah, it was fun. Then it's Finance Bro and Bao Bao are partnered together and he jumps the furthest. And honestly,
God
they're really
damn.
cute, but you can tell that Finance Bro is not interested in Bao Bao. They have friendly chemistry, but it seems
That
very
was a
platonic.
high
It seems like
jump,
Bao Bao
though.
could have been interested, but he was not interested. He seems very interested in Chen71. Like he's always watching her through the whole game. He just and then like there will be times where the next game is gonna be played. He's standing behind her. That would piss me off if I was Bao Bao. I'd be like, this is so depressing. So then the next activity is called the love hug. So you've got 2 couples that are going to compete against each other. And there's this giant circle drawn out on the grass field. One couple is going to stand inside the circle and they're hugging each other. And there's a balloon in the center of them that they have to balance. Then the other couple, the girl is inside the circle and she has a bungee cord that's attached to her male partner. And the male partner has to run around the perimeter of the circle and she's blindfolded. Bro, I don't know who came up with this game. She's blindfolded and she has an inflatable hammer and she's got to whack the balloon out of the first couple.
Okay.
I'm having such trouble
So, like-
picturing this right now.
So
but
there's
okay.
3 people in that.
I think I
Honestly,
get it, kind
just-
of.
Yeah, I really don't know why the guy is running around.
Yeah.
outside.
What's the purpose on that?
Nobody knows, but
Alright.
just know that one couple is hugging with a balloon, and then the girl of the other couple has an inflatable hammer, and she's trying to knock out the balloon, but she's blindfolded. That's really all you need to know. Nothing
Right.
else matters. Tian is like,
Okay.
let's go, influencer Jay. So they start hugging the balloon
Such a
first, and
complicated
it's like very
plan, I
just
guess.
felt like a lot of physical contact, just a lot. PR Lily and the professor are playing offense. So PR Lily's in there with the hammer, and they're going after the ball. And eventually, she's like hammering them, and then motherfucker Tian, he tilts his body so that he's the one
taking the hit.
Yes. Now, mind you, this is an inflatable hammer.
Yeah.
An influencer Jay later in the confessionals is like, I just felt a really strong sense of security because of how, and then she was like, how many times? You know, how many times did he get hit for me? She's like, I mean, go safe.
Off. Okay.
So his strategy paid off.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was like the easiest thing to do.
Easiest.
But she's like.
And meanwhile, PR Lily, she's got her man walked like a dog. She just whacking. She's in there whacking with the hammer. And I will say she's kind of aggressive. Like she's like, bah, 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 like rapid succession. Everyone is like, damn, she's really putting in the effort. Meanwhile, the professor is running and encouraging, and everyone is pointing out he's running around the circle like he's running around the sun for PR Lily. Like it's just, he's dedicated. Now, this round involved a lot of running and a lot of nonsense. So 1071 is up. But she's like, you know what, Tian? You should rest because you just did that with Influencer Jay. In fact, I want to go with Finance Bro. So she just
switches her team now. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go for this guy who's been.
They can do that.
So then she goes in, and interestingly, the offense is Influencer Jay and the professor, which like all of them just played. So I don't know why Tian is tired, but Tian does look tired. And just to give you an idea of the perpetrator Tian, he gives me like Korean oppa from church vibes. He kind of looks a little bit more soft boy. He looks like a mama's boy. I don't know how to describe it. Like very just. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. He's just.
What do you not get? Girls like him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. But anyway, Influencer Jay is a whack-it. Meanwhile, Finance Bro is like dry humping the balloon to try and win. And it's not sexual. It's just like a really, I imagine a sad old dog getting out one last time on the pillow, like because he's trying to hold up the balloon, but he's like thrusting because it's dropped to their waist.
Why did your mind go there?
Uncomfortable. Everybody's a giggling. Everybody's a hooting and a hollering. And later during the third game, they decide this is a whole new game, okay? During the third game, they have to go through this obstacle course where the girl is going to be blindfolded and the guy has to guide her. So Tian teams up with 1071. So Influencer Jay is sitting this one out, and then everybody else going in their regular pairs, and they're going to go through this obstacle course. So it's going to be them, and then it's going to be against Bao Bao and Finance Bro. And Tian is initiating a lot of physical contact for a Chinese reality show. So not only is he holding her hand because she has to get up on a balance beam and walk through it, he's also like grabbing her waist, which a lot of Chinese netizens didn't like, even though it probably is safer for her that way. It just is very touchy. And then now it puts the girl in an uncomfortable situation where if she doesn't want that kind of touch, then she has to make a whole scene about it, and then it becomes uncomfortable for everyone. So you just kind of have to accept it. It's like a whole thing. Meanwhile, all the other guys are just kind of holding the girl's hands. And it's not because they're dumb. It's not because they don't want to put their hands on their waist. It just seems like a little too much. But he doesn't care. He's just like grabbing her waist. He's doing all of that. And then Finance Bro and Bao Bao, after they do the balance beam, there's this giant circular cutout in front of them. I've done balance beams. Lift your arm, like duck your head, and then pass through. Like a little tunnel. Okay. You know what? Maybe they should have held their waist because all the girls be whacking their heads so hard. All of them are just bunk. They're seeing stars afterwards. So all of them are just bonking their heads. And then afterwards, you have to go through this tire track where you have to step in the middle of a bunch of tires that are on the grass. I don't know who came up with this YouTube budget video idea, but they're going through, and Tian decides, you know what, 1071, get on my back. So she gets on his back, and his hands are on her thighs.
Is that legal?
And he's running the end of the obstacle course. And somehow, they're not even that fast. They come around the same time.
They're not even that fast, but how is that allowed, though? That feels like it would be against the rules, right? Because you're no longer guiding them.
Is Bao Bao and Finance Bro, but they do win.
Okay.
But everyone was just commenting in the live chat, is all of this necessary? Some people are commenting like, he's acting like a player, like this is too much. Everyone's like, oh my god, now he's carrying someone. Like, well, he's so pretentious. People didn't like it. Damn. And then the next up is Professor and PR Lily, and then broadcaster Mimi and Jico, and everybody's watching saying, do these people know that this is a timed game? Like, they were on a stroll, so they're just going really slowly. But it doesn't matter how slowly you're going because everyone's still bonking their head at the circle part. Like, PR Lily.
Why do they not warn them?
Everyone's just watching them. It's like they went on 0.6 speed. So after all of this, the two pairs that took the least time to go through the obstacle course were Bao Bao and Finance Bro, and then Tian and 1071. So as their prize, they each won a private 2-person sauna trip. So you go with your partner, and then you go to the sauna. Now, Bao Bao and Finance Bro, they were very platonic during this sauna trip. Nothing really happened. But Tian and 1071. So first of all, they get into this sauna, and they've got their feet dipped into this hot tub. And Tian decides he's a little hot. Yeah, but it's not like a sauna where you're drenched in sweat. He looks like maybe he ran a little bit. Like, it doesn't look like he's drenched and he's dying and he's gasping for
Take
air.
his shirt
he needs
off.
Water. He needs a Gatorade. Like, it doesn't look like that. He looks fine, but he decides he's gonna take off his shirt. Now, I will say these comments are really mean. And when I was watching it, I was like, maybe he's not that bad. And people like, why are we body shaming someone? Why are we being so mean to him? But Tiffany kept telling me, no, it's okay.
What
there
is
are
he
lots of
gonna
other
do?
people to actually feel bad for. Like, he's not one of them.
What is he gonna
She's
do?
like, just wait, it gets really bad. Like, he's actually a fucked up person. So I was like, okay, I'll trust you. So he decides he's gonna take off his shirt, which a lot of people, this is like East Asian culture.
Okay.
If you're gonna take off your shirt, we're expecting to see something, buddy, right? Like, that's what they were saying. Especially on these types of dating shows, you don't really take off your shirt. Nobody, even when the other guys get into the pool, they keep shirts on, like wet shirts.
Really?
Yeah, so it's, it's very modest culture.
I try to wear
so when you're
as
taking off your
least
shirt,
clothing as I can.
you're taking off your shirt. So he
Take
takes off his
your
shirt,
shirt off.
and a lot of people called him Piggy Nipples after that.
Oh, what?
What?
He got nicknamed Piggy Nipples.
Piggy nipple?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
His nipples are really kind of larger than most guys' nipples.
Are they?
Kind of sagging. I don't know. And again, I felt
What?
bad. And Tiffany was like, don't feel bad because he's actually a fucked up person. But people are commenting things like his nipples are melting away.
I don't know. That looks normal to me. What? What is the nipple beauty standard in China? That looks normal to me. Okay.
Butter.
Damn.
And I just want to
Wait,
say,
so like everyone watching this already know he's bad, and they're like commenting because they just don't like him, and like,
so half the people hate him, half the people are just mean. And then there was a small group of people that I didn't see a lot of, like, I didn't know going into this what I was gonna see. So there's a lot of people who didn't know, just like me, and we were like, I don't know if this is necessary.
yeah.
Yeah, and so there were some comments of like, guys, like, it's not that necessary. But people kept going. His muscles also look like melting butter. His head is so big, his shoulders are so small, and he has no abs. Why would you take off your shirt? Some people said, if you're a guy.
He just looks normal to me. What? I mean, I have a feeling the dude is gonna be a horrible human being, but his body looks normal. What?
And you have no muscles, can you put your shirt back on?
What?
Yeah, another one says his body looks like a kid's body.
Oh my God.
And I was like, that's really mean. Some people said, stop fucking around and put your shirt on. Yeah. Some people said that they're gonna ask for mental compensation because they saw him without a shirt. It was just like it was a really mean thing. But during this segment, you could tell that Tian is laying it on thick to Chen 71. He's being very forward. Everything he'd done up until this point had made it obvious that he was interested in everyone. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. But he would also ask her questions like, among the guys, who did you have the first best impression of? Like, you wrote down. Because remember, they voted. And then he's like, can you tell me what you rated me this morning? And she's like, yeah, you were in second place after Finance Bro. And he's like, if you could re-rank everyone today, where would I place? And she said that, well, I think it'd be first. And he's just overjoyed. He's like, how did other guys win you over before they pursued you, right? A lot of girls don't like that.
Yeah, because you just like forcing her to almost lie at this point.
Yeah.
Just to kiss your ass.
And also, even the, like, what did other guys do to win you over when they pursued you? A lot of girls are saying, you don't actually care if we're compatible. You're not asking who I look for in a partner. You're asking me what things someone did to make me like them. Yeah. And that seemed really manipulative. So a lot of girls are like, I can smell he's bad from a mile away. He's asking for a playbook on how to get her to like him. And so she's like, oh, well, first impressions mean a lot. And I really like eye contact. And instantly, he's staring into her retina.
He never blinks again. He just. Is this good enough for you? Oh no.
Just pupils dilated, looking into the depths of her soul. And then, you know, she likes people that are attentive. And then that dinner, he's like so busy passing dishes to her, putting things on her plate. There's just like a lot of happening, and there's a lot of physical contact. He's just doing a lot.
At this point, it seems like he's mostly interested in Chen 71.
Yes, but I think another thing that rubs people the wrong way is he doesn't even know her. He's not trying to get to know her. He's just like touching her and asking her, what do you like in a guy? And then doing the things that she likes. And it's like, you don't even know if you want her to like you because you don't know her.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. They get out the hot tub. Everybody goes back to their respective rooms. The girls have a room with mattresses on the floor. The guys have a room with mattresses on the floor. But it's not Singles Inferno, so it seems a little nicer. Okay, Singles Inferno. Every time I see the rooms, I'm like, I get why they call it Singles Inferno, okay? And every single night, they have to text the person that they're the most interested in. And they have these confessionals. And Tian says, well, I'm going to send my text message to Chen71, and she's definitely going to send hers to me. I got this one in the bag.
But you don't know who sent it, correct? Anonymous. Oh, you do know?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he said, I got this one in the bag.
Please tell me text finance bro.
Off. That's not something you say when you genuinely like somebody. You don't say, ooh, I got him in the bag. Okay, that sounds like you're playing a game, and this is not the you don't win anything if you are in a couple relationship afterwards. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
If he really likes her, he would be kind of nervous.
Yes.
Like, oh man, I really hope I got this one.
Yeah. So that same night, Bao Bao and Finance Bro hang out, like I said, in the tub. They don't really get along.
Please tell me she doesn't
Finance
text
Bro is
him.
also interested in Chen 71.
Right.
Are we rooting for Finance Bro and Chen 71?
So far, but I heard there's drama later.
Okay.
Yeah, but together they do a late night snack. Chen 71 and Finance Bro eventually get together at night. They have phones where they can text each other, actually.
Text anybody.
Yeah, in the villa. So they text and then they go and make eggs and toast in the kitchen for a late night conversation. And in the end, Chen 71 sends her text message to Finance Bro, and they are basically together for the rest of the series.
Yes.
Yeah. Then the next morning,
a
new bombshell has entered the villa.
So what did Tian find out when he didn't get that text message?
He was just like, what the fuck?
He didn't get nothing?
Yeah, and then he moved on.
Oh.
Yeah. So then Barry, the American, enters the villa. He comes to join the show, and he is immediately hooked onto PR Lily. And she, remember, she's with the professor. The professor runs around PR Lily like the sun. PR Lily is also very into Barry. Also, broadcaster Mimi is very into Barry.
So this new Barry is very popular.
Yeah, Barry has American energy. Like, the dude is smiley.
Okay.
He's just smiling all the time. And you want to be like,
Are
so
Americans in that smile?
I like Barry so far. He seems chill, okay? He's cooking, he's smiling, he seems really approachable, he seems warm. He doesn't seem like the type that tries to be a cool guy. That's my number one. I will never date someone who tries to be a cool guy. And Barry, he just seems like he doesn't really care of being perceived as like a badass CEO. Like, he's not doing that. So that next morning, they all have to pick a date. The way the producer set it up is the number of text messages you got last night, the girls get to choose in that order of who they want to go on a date. Now, Chen 71 got 2 text messages. She got one from Finance Bro and Tian, right? So she gets to choose first who she wants to go on a date with. The minute that she chooses a date, and they all write it down on a blackboard that only the girls can see. The next person cannot choose that person. Like, you have to choose out of the remainder of the guys. So she comes out and she immediately writes down that she wants to go on a date with Finance Bro. And this happens in quick succession until Bao Bao is the last one. She received 0 text messages. Because remember, Finance Bro texted Chen 71. And the only person left out of the guys
is Tian.
So she just, I mean, she has no option. So she picks Tian, but she's still positive. Like, this girl has had no interaction with Tian. And she's like, okay, like, I'm just gonna be open-minded.
Open-minded.
When opportunity strikes, you have to seize it. Amazon Prime's same-day delivery helps you say yes before the moment slips away and turn maybe next time into great dinner for a friend. Then that's great. It's Vegetable Prime, available in select areas. Terms apply. They go on a vegetable picking date, followed by hot pot, and they have a really good time joking around, laughing together, picking vegetables. You know, they're flirting.
Okay.
They're flirting.
Are you
and
tomato?
I think Bao Bao's humor is, like, a lot of Chinese people call it abstract. I think Chinese people don't.
I love it.
I think you guys don't do a lot of sarcasm. So that's why they call her abstract, I think. Because when I'm sarcastic with your sister, also, she doesn't get it. So I feel like it's a thing. It's not as common.
No.
Really? Because
abstract.
everyone keeps calling her abstract, and I feel like it's just sarcastic. So, for example, they're like, oh, when you pick the vegetables, he's telling her, make sure you pick the ones that are big and not rotten. And then she's like, why would I pick the ones that are small and rotten? And then he was like, oh, I was just worried that you would just not pick the right ones. And then she was like, okay, yeah, from now on, I'm definitely going to pick the small and rotten ones. Like, it's just like not, but then people are like, oh, she's so abstract. Everyone was just saying in the comments, it's really hard to talk to someone who's so abstract.
Really?
So that was like a whole thing. And this becomes important later because everyone's like, it's difficult to talk to someone who's abstract. And they almost use this to hate on Bao Bao. Anyway, they're holding the vegetable basket.
Abstract.
She even stops to like wipe the sweat off of his face. And it's really cute.
So she's kind of into him, right?
She is, yeah, but she's not overdoing it. She's just like being shy. And when they get back, their hot pot date is set up outside their room, and they have to go back to the kitchen to get some of their ingredients. And when they're inside, they see a bunch of crabs on the table. And Tian really wants to eat these fucking crabs. The crabs are not for their date, though. It's for another couple's date. Now, he keeps pointing it out, though, even though it's not for him. He's like, wow, crabs also taste the sweetest during this time, which is like the mid-autumn festival time. Like, that's when the crabs are the freshest and they have a sweet taste. Like, I really wish we could have some crabs. Anyway, let me get the ingredients out of the fridge. So Bao Bao's listening to this.
Weird.
And then she's like, calculating in her head. And then later they go back with the hot pot ingredients. They walk back into the kitchen, and then he goes, crabs, 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 when he sees the crabs. So this is the second time that he's talking about the crabs. He's making it so painfully obvious to whomever is listening that he wants crabs. They go, they eat their hot pot. Tian is very nice to Bao Bao. He's offering to make dips for her hot pot. Like, he's really laying it on thick. Like, I can see how Bao Bao would fall for him because he's doing everything right. He's getting very protective of her when there's like splashing from the hot pot. Like, he's making sure the water is filled, that the dip is not too spicy. He's doing everything. He's picking up all the hints. Like, oh, I think beef would taste really good. He's like, oh, let me go get up and get some beef. Then he puts the beef in the hot pot. Like, she's not asking. She'll just say something and he'll pick up on it. And he seems very thoughtful from Bao Bao's perspective because she didn't see anything else that happened.
Right.
Okay.
She didn't know about that. I got this one in the bag. Like, she didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
She's just like, wow, he's really thoughtful. But all the live comments were really ominous. All the live comments are like, Bao Bao, run. Bao Bao, hide. Bao Bao, get away while you can. Bao Bao,
save yourself.
And I'm like, oh my God, Bao Bao, what's gonna happen?
You got her.
After they finish eating, Tian goes for his daily interview in the confessional room. Meanwhile, Bao Bao sees broadcaster Mimi and American Berry, and they're making their little dinner, and they're the ones that have the crab. So Bao Bao is like walking around, and she's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. So she's like, broadcaster Mimi, I know this is like a weird question, and she's so polite, and she's like, it's totally fine if you don't want, but you guys have extra crabs, and I was just wondering if I could just take like half a piece of the crab just to give to Tian because he seemed like he was really craving crabs.
That's crazy.
So then she's like,
Is Tian still hungry at this point?
And so they're like, yeah, of course, we don't care. So all three of them are really sweet. Like, broadcaster Mimi's sweet, Barry's sweet,
But
Bao
not
Bao is
Tian.
sweet. None of this was inappropriate. She gets the crab and she's so excited. She puts it in a little bowl, has chopsticks, and then she's like trying to get into his
I swear to God, if he says, I don't really want crabs anymore, or something of that matter, I swear, or I'm full. Should have asked them earlier. I'm gonna...
like, I got you a crab. And then he's just like, okay, yeah, let me finish with my interview. And the interviewer is like, no, it's fine. Like, eat the crab. They're like, we want to get this footage, right? Oh, okay, sorry. Like, you should finish up first. Like, I'll wait for you outside. And then he's like, yeah, I'm going to finish my interview first. And yeah, I'll come get the crab after. And she's like, okay, I'll hold on to it for you. And it was, a lot of netizens felt, it was a very cute and thoughtful gesture. Yeah. This is really important. Not right now, but he is going to later use this moment to villainize Bao Bao. He's going to rewrite history. This crab. Just remember this, okay?
What?
That's crazy.
Just remember how it really played out, okay? Keep this in mind.
Oh, no.
So at this point, the number of guys and girls is balanced because Barry came in. So it's the equal number. But that night, a hot new bombshell enters the villa wearing a red dress. Spicy red dress. Okay? She walks in, everybody's sitting around the living room, and you, like, it's slow-mo. Her stepping towards the villa, and she's wearing bright red. She's got black hair, shorter, mid-length. Her face is really symmetrical. That's about all I can say.
That's crazy.
Like, everybody else has really unique looks. I feel like every time her face comes up on screen, I glaze over her face because there's not a point I can look at. Everybody has a focal point. And sometimes that focal point isn't even what you personally like. Like, there are some people who hate a mole on their face, but a lot of people love it because it just makes them look so unique and charismatic. Right? She doesn't have a focal point. Every other person on this show has a strong focal point.
I've also got really bad
that focal point gives them aura. It gives them charisma. She just has like a very conventionally beautiful but bland face.
Not memorable.
Okay.
Yes, and I say this because we hate her. Like, I would never have said this unless she's also not a pretty person on the inside. So we can do that. Anyway, Zizi walks in, red dress, super symmetrical face. Am I jealous? Yeah, I have a very unsymmetrical face. Maybe that's where the hate is coming from. And she's immediately catching everybody's attention when she walks in. People are just shocked that, like, they didn't even get it. You know how in American reality shows, they'll at least prime you for the entrance? Everybody gets an idea, and then you get the cuts of everyone being like, I think there's gonna be a new bombshell. You think so? Oh yeah, I think there's gonna be a new bombshell. We didn't get that. She just came out of nowhere. And then she's like, hi. I'm new here.
And ready to mingle.
So then they're like, okay, introduce yourself. Hi, everyone. My name is Zizi. I'm 24 years old, and this is the year of my Chinese zodiac sign. That's why I'm wearing red. I graduated from the Beijing Film Academy last year, and I'm doing social media in Hangzhou right now. My most recent and notable role was in the 2025 Chinese film, The Legend of the Condor Heroes. Apparently it's big.
I'm sure.
Doesn't sound convinced.
It's the legend, okay? It's gotta be legendary. So she was the main lead. She was the little dragon girl or whatever. I don't know. It wasn't like the biggest hit. She's not a huge star. Maybe the show was good, but I don't know if she wasn't memorable. But she's walking in. Everybody's looking at her. Barry and PR Lily decide to get her a glass of water. And I really like PR Lily because she gets up to get a glass of water with Barry and Pierre Lily, and Pierre Lily hands it to her, and she's gently telling her, like, take your time, like, you don't have to open up so quickly, you can just observe and get comfortable, because she's like, it's probably really stressful and trying to, like, fill the void. She's like, I'm a little nervous. It's okay, you'll get used to it soon. So she's so sweet about it. And then Zizi, and they're all thoughtful. She's wearing a shorter red dress, and everyone is kind of dressed more casually. So Bao Bao even suggests that she sit on the couch instead of one of the low chairs that everyone's, like, lounge chairs, because it's just hard to sit properly, and you know. So they make space for her on the couch. Everybody's being really sweet. No one's like, new Bombshell. I mean, some people look a little worried, but that's natural, very normal.
She's too hot.
So they immediately decide that they're going to break the ice, and they're going to play one of those whisper games. The rules are simple. You go into a bowl, you fish out a question, and then you ask this question to someone by whispering it into their ear. And then they will point at someone to answer this question. But nobody knows what the question is. Only the person that whispered it and the one that is pointing, right?
Who do you hate the most?
If you want to know what this question is, because let's say you were pointed at, then you have to do some sort of punishment. You pick out a little punishment from the punishment bowl, and then you can figure out what the question is. So they're playing this game. It's like, for example, who do you think is the prettiest person in the room? And this is the first time that we get introduced to the couple that is now going to be Jiko and Influencer J. So Jiko keeps pointing at Influencer J. He's like the Dan one. But he's like, you know, calmer than Dan most of the time. You know, he's like that. And then Influencer Jay, she's older than him, and that's like a huge plot device. That's a huge problem. You know, he's trying so hard to be mature for her. You know, she's a very realistic person. And he's like, I can be realistic. I can be mature. I can be a man. Like, it's really cute, actually. And so he keeps pointing at her, and they seem to kind of have a genuine platonic, maybe romantic relationship that's blooming. They pick each other for all things. So that's them. And then at one point, Tian is like, Tian keeps wanting to know what the questions are. He's a nosy little.
What is that
So he decides, I'm going to just keep doing these punishments because these punishments aren't even that big of a deal. So he decides, Bao Bao, I want to do the punishment with you. And so he opens the thing, and it's like, okay, compliment someone in the room. So he compliments Bao Bao. He's like, your eyes are really big. You're so sweet and kind. These are some mid-tier compliments, by the way.
I like
the size
your
dimension of
shirt.
somebody's eyeballs is like not really a compliment. But anyway, everyone starts clapping and smiling because like they had just gone on the date. So everyone's like, oh, this is a progression from their date. And then he does another punishment where it says you have to carry a ping pong ball between your cheek and another partner's cheek from one side of the room to the other side of the room.
Okay.
So he's like,
Lots
okay,
of
well, I'm gonna
physical
do it with Bao
contact.
Bao. And then Bao Bao later in her confessional, she's like, you know, during today's activities, every time he would have to choose a female guest, he would choose to interact with me. So she starts developing a little crush, and she even
No
said,
one else wanted
"It's
him."
I've never had a situation where someone was so decisive and always chose me so
Choose me
firmly.
first.
And so firmly, not even like, let me look around. It was very like, Bao Bao, let's go. Bao Bao, let's do this. Like, it's nice. It's a very, she's getting one over because of course anyone would. So they're extremely flirty during all of this.
so
Even the ping pong
scared.
thing, it's like the book talk thing.
What's he gonna do?
They keep dropping the ball. So then he just like grabs her on the back of the neck.
What do you mean grab her on the back of the
Like
neck?
he gently grabs the back of her
Oh,
neck
to hold her head still with the ball. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
and everyone is like, oh, everyone sees the hand on the back of the neck, and they're like, oh my goodness, that is crazy. So everyone's like, okay, they're gonna be end game. It's already blooming. And then another game that they come up with is everyone is just asked a question, and then everyone does thumbs up or thumbs down.
Okay.
And on the count of 3, it was, do you have a crush on someone in the house right now? So everyone except for Zizi, who just got here 30 minutes ago, so it's understandable, everyone said yes.
Yeah,
So
why would you
both
say
Tian
no?
and Bao Bao say yes, and based on their interactions, it would be very easy to assume that the interest between them is highly mutual. So that night, after the game ends, everyone goes back to their respective rooms, but at 9 p.m., all the boys receive a message on their phone saying, hi, the new female guest, Zizi, has invited you on a date at the outdoor kitchen. Please get ready and leave now.
All of them?
Yeah, Barry had this with the girls. He had lunch with all the girls, and now it's Zizi's turn to have dinner with all the guys. And there's this huge 6-person table next to the pool, and Zizi walks in, and there's 6 empty chairs, right?
Yeah.
And people, the comments were going off. They're like, ooh, what chair she picks is going to be very important.
She decides where everyone sits?
Where she sits. Now, I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently in Chinese award shows, a lot of
the
netizens
seating.
analyze live stream footage of celebrities picking their chair. So they actually hate people who pick the center of the table.
Yeah. You haven't seen like
Really?
whenever the people go on to the stage?
No one wants to be in the center.
Nobody. They're scared because some people will get canceled
Yeah,
for
'cause
just like
it's-
standing in the middle.
So
like who are you to stand in the middle? They
Everyone
always-
fights.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, no, you, no,
That
you. And then finally,
feels a
whoever takes
little
the center,
dumb.
it's almost like, I don't want to be here. And that's the only way people are happy with it.
Yeah, usually the senior or
Yeah. Now, she immediately walks in, doesn't even hesitate, and sits at the center. of one
Ooh.
side. I didn't think that was a big deal. I thought it was normal because she's trying to get to know 5 different guys.
She's the main person.
Yeah,
so she
but
has to.
a lot of netizens were upset by
I
this.
mean, it makes
I think
sense.
netizens were upset by the fact that she didn't even hesitate.
Oh.
And
Well,
then I think a
it's
lot of these
for
comments
her.
are mainly because everybody hates her.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like this seems like we're kind of nitpicking. But anyway,
Yeah.
she sits at the center of the table, and then all of a sudden the guys come in and they sit around her.
Okay.
So 1 on left, 1 on right, and 3 in front of her.
Yes.
Okay.
So they sit down, and the professor, he clearly is moving on from PR Lily. Like he was getting walked like a dog, and now he's moving on. PR
Walking
Lily
like a
has been very
dog.
much into Barry. She's been respectful, but it's very clear she's into Barry, and he is also very much into ZZ. So she starts guessing everybody's MBTIs, and she's actually pretty good. But I think MBTIs are that most people in East Asia can guess people's MBTIs because it's like they know what everything stands for. It's very
Right.
easy to tell if someone's introverted or extroverted.
wow.
So it's like a thing in Korea too. They'll like
Guess
guess your
what I
MBTI, and it's
am.
usually like maybe one letter apart, and it's never the I or E. It's like I think the T or the J or something like that. Okay, so she's like guessing everyone's MBTIs. It's going well. Everyone seems like it's just like a very cordial time. Like nothing particularly is happening except for the fact that she's like, "Oh yeah, professor, you're INTJ, right?" And then he's like, "You remember?" And she's like, "Yeah, because we're the same." So he's like really happy that she remembers this conversation that they had apparently
She's
an
an
hour ago.
introvert?
Like, I would hope so that she remembers.
The red dress?
But he's really happy about this. And then she goes on guessing everybody else's MBTIs, which by the way, people are so upset that she's an INTJ. And I don't think she's an INTJ. Because he's an INTJ, so now every time I meet an INTJ, I feel like I can kind of guess when they're an INTJ. She's not giving an INTJ. She's
Right.
giving so extroverted. Holy
Yeah.
it's crazy.
That
You would
didn't seem
never.
right.
You could never. You couldn't even if you wanted to. You would literally physically shut down after an hour.
Like, I'm
of
an-
that. Like,
I'm
it would
an
be
I.
bad. So she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm an INTJ." Anyway, this is important later. But they're all talking. The comments are like, "Look at the professor. The professor is drooling." And then you see a bunch of the comments, just like Bao Bao, very ominous. They say, "Professor, you're gonna regret this." I'm like, what the hell
That's
is going on?
ominous.
And then afterwards, she
That's a
says,
threat.
"Well, do you guys have any questions for me, like about my career or anything?" And netizens really didn't like this because it just felt like, why can't they ask you questions about you as a person?
Yeah.
It almost seems like you want to talk about your
wanna
career.
brag.
Yes, it feels like you're
Like, what's your
fishing for
color?
compliments. It was just weird.
How much money do you
Ugh,
make?
just weird. Nobody responds, and Tian is sitting on her right side. And Tian looks at her and asks the question of, "So what type of guy do you like?" Now, in America, this is a very normal question to ask. It's like nothing. Like, what kind of person are you interested in? This is
Right.
the first type of question that you ask. Apparently, Tiffany was telling me in Chinese dating, it's actually quite flirty. Like very flirty, because it doesn't just mean like what kind of guy do you like. It means I need to
How
know
can I be your
if you
guy?
can like me, because I think I can like you. Like it's a
Which he's
lot of
been doing the
undertone
whole-
meanings.
You only ask that to someone that you like.
Yeah,
so it's
because-
almost like telling her like, "I like you. Like I want to know."
Yeah, because
How can I be
think
your
the
ideal man?
underlying feeling is if you're not interested in anyone, you don't want to know who they're interested in, because
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you're putting yourself in a weird situation of like, what if they're interested in you and then you just open the door and then you made it seem like you're interested and then it's like, ah. So she was saying it's kind of flirty, and others are commenting like, wow, this guy is so straightforward. So throughout this whole time, the professor is the only one looking at her, paying attention to every single one of her answers, and she's like, let me think. Okay, I like someone who is detail oriented, someone who knows how to handle other people's emotions, and someone who isn't so full of themselves. And when she says full of themselves, she immediately looks at the professor.
Okay.
What do you do?
To the point that it's uncomfortable, and everyone is like chuckling because it's like such a weird, uncomfortable moment. And
If
then she's like,
anything,
no,
Tian
like I
is-
wasn't trying to look at you. I was looking at everyone. But everyone is just like, what's happening? Like this felt really mean and targeted out of nowhere. Like she just made eye contact with him and was like, wasn't so full of themselves. And it's just weird. It's weird. So the professor is like, what is your ideal state of life? Like, what do you enjoy doing in life? Like, what do you like
Rich.
about your lifestyle, your job, or anything? People hate this answer. She says, I think my ideal state is that I want to have a space that makes me feel safe. So I really don't like very complicated and complex industries for work. I don't like open or internal competitions. Like I just like to be very chill, go with the flow, comfortable state
Okay.
of life.
I mean,
And
That-
people,
that-
netizens,
before netizens attack her, that seems pretty normal, right? I would like that.
hated this.
Why?
Because especially in China, I mean, we've done other types of
Oh,
episodes, but
Work culture.
the entertainment industry is so cutthroat. It's aggressive. It's kind of miserable for a lot of people when they're trying to make a name for themselves. Even when they have made a name, people are so tough on them. Like it's a very depressive,
Right.
anxiety-inducing industry a lot of the times. But her response is so disconnected from reality. So it almost gives the feeling that she is probably a Nepo baby and got in that way. So it's been easier for her. Or the second thing is like, It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And it almost seems like she's responding to this answer the way she thinks guys like, without having any truth in it. It's like, oh, I'm just like a really chill person.
I mean,
it's like, okay, but this,
I think I
don't know,
said
like,
that.
what do you mean you don't like competition? The entertainment industry is highly competitive. Like, it's weird. Some people didn't like it. I don't know. I was very neutral about it. I didn't really care at this point, but she gets crazy. She does get crazy. So then that night, the only people that are connected together with the text messages are Finance Bro and Chen71. They both text each other. Chico and Influencer Day, they both text each other. And then Tian and Bao Bao, they both text each other. Whereas the remaining is this. The professor texts Zizi, the new girl. Zizi texts Barry the American. Broadcaster Mimi texts Barry the American. Barry the American texts PR Lily. PR Lily still texts the professor, I think more so out of politeness.
Okay.
So those are the only three that mutually texted each other. And now there are more girls than there are guys. And the next day, Zizi's, this is her first official day. So she gets a privilege from the program, which is she gets to invite someone that she is interested in to join her for pool breakfast, like breakfast at the pool. Zizi, she decides that she's going to text American Barry to join her at the pool. He shows up, and let me tell you something. Barry, the minute that he saw all the girls, Zizi included, he has been eyes for PR Lily and nobody else. And it's so obvious to every single person there. Like, he is obsessed with PR Lily. He gets to the pool, and it's very clear that it's a platonic date. He's dressed like he is going to train in like a Navy SEAL Team 6 or something. Like
he's gonna go scuba diving.
Bodysuit, wetsuit. He sits down. They're half submerged in the water. They don't even get in the water. Like, you know how even in Singles Inferno they get in the water, and it's like, no, you come here. No, you come here, right? They don't do that. They don't do that. So they're just sitting there eating, and he's chowing. That's how I know you don't like someone on the first date, when you're chowing down. He's chowing.
I could never go eating on a first
she's
date.
just asking questions, and he's just answering it like he's eating with a coworker during break time, and he starts asking about Professor. Oh, and then she's like, you know, I chose you because my first impression of you was so good, because last night when I first came out, I was so nervous, and you made me something to drink. Which, by the way, he only did that because PR Lily was making her a drink. And so she's like, I just don't know if you were trying to be nice, but it was really sweet.
No.
Or like, maybe you're just someone who takes care of everyone. And he goes, oh yeah, I just wanted to share a drink with everyone. So, and then he goes, oh, okay, well, that's such a pure thought. And she's trying to move on. Barry's like, I don't give a fuck. Every time she tries to bring up something, he's like, you know who is really cool? The coolest guy here? The professor. Now, Barry, you little shit, I know why you're doing this too, because he knows that PR Lily and the professor were connected before he came. So it's like two birds, one stone. But he also knows the professor is interested in Zizi. So he's like, we might as well go on a double date. So he keeps pushing the professor. And he's like, you know, he's very grounded. I talked to him personally, and he studies the arts. He has a PhD in the arts. And the minute that he says this, Zizi's expression is just like, like she seems exhausted.
Like a switch?
Yeah. And she's,
what's the undertone reason?
I think it's so okay. This is where netizens think it's annoying, because she could have easily just said, "Oh yeah, no, he's so kind. He's just not really my type. Like, I think he's so cool. It's just not. We're not really like. There's no synergy there." Which would be so respectful and so kind, right? And then she goes, "He says he's INTJ, but I feel like he's way more extroverted." And nobody is more extroverted than this bitch who says she's INTJ, right? So then he's like, well, maybe because it's in a group setting, I do think that he's the type to try and make everyone feel comfortable, which I do see throughout the show. He seems like he tries to fill awkward silences and ask people questions so that they don't feel uncomfortable.
Okay, so it seems like the sign comes from she actually just doesn't like the professor.
But like, you can be nice. You can be a nice person and not like someone. You don't have to like anyone, right?
Of course.
But it's just, she's so rude about it. And I think maybe some people that grew up in the States might not see the perspective of Chinese netizens, but this is like really rude.
Yeah.
It's considered really rude.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with, I know in America it's more like gendered, where it's like, oh, why can't a woman just straight up say, hey, I don't like you, right? And normally I'm all about that too. But the professor has been nothing but kind. He is not being creepy. She could just be nice and just say, oh yeah, I mean,
very low bar for this kind of show.
It's not even like they're doing this in private. That's fine too. But on national TV is a lot. So she's just like, yeah, but I just don't think that he's introverted. And he's like, well, you too, you're INTJ, but you seem, you know, a little more bubbly. And then she says, yeah, but it's because I like to pretend to be extroverted. And it's like, okay, well, why don't you think the professor is doing the same goddamn thing on the show? And so he's like, yeah. I mean, I think when you talk to him alone, you'll see that it's very different alone than in a group setting. It's completely different. Like, we're both in the same dorms, and I feel like I could sit down and he's just a different person, but he can keep the conversation going. And then she goes, but the longer hair.
Okay, now it's the hair. Okay.
Yeah, and then she's like, I don't know how to put it. It's just maybe because I went to like the Beijing.
She just doesn't find him attractive. Like, I think he's the cutest one there, but like, okay, just say you don't like him.
his hair just reminds me a lot of classmates from school, and it's like basically PTSD. I feel like I'm back in college, and I'm just like, oh my God, no. I don't even want to look at him because it makes me feel like I'm in college. And like the whole artist identity, I can't. Like that combination does not work for me.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And again, you are also someone in the arts. Why are you looking down on him?
Yeah.
It's just really... It's just nasty. It's just mean.
Is this like her first sign of showing what kind of person she is?
Yeah. Okay. And if you compare this to how everybody else acts on the show, this is crazy. And then he's like, oh, is it because of his appearance? Like maybe you hung out with a lot of people with longer hair in school? Yeah, honestly, too many. So it's very clear she's not interested in the professor. But again, she could have chosen nicer words. Yeah. So then Barry goes after the date to tell the professor that he did bring up the professor, and this is what she said, and he was just saying it and like, just in case you wanted to know what's going on. Like
she ain't into you, bro.
You remind her of some classmates in college. The professor was a little upset that Barry did this because he didn't want Zizi to feel pressured. He didn't want Zizi to think that the professor is like, go ask her about me, and then that burden be on her. So
I don't think she thought
a lot of people other than Zizi have a little bit more EQ. Barry, this was like I think he meant well, but just some people were a little annoyed by it, but not a big deal. Barry's been nice other than that. So the next day, they're going on dates again, and the guys get to choose from a number box, and the number that they choose is whoever gets to pick their date first. And once they pick a girl for the date, nobody else can pick that girl. But instead of just picking the girls have decided that they're going to choose flowers to represent their personalities, and the guys will pick the flowers and hope that
Wait. Pine cone? Empty? Oh, those are seeds, maybe? How was it? Leaf? Bamboo. Okay.
Flowers to represent their personality.
Really?
And the guys will pick the flowers and hope that it's the girl that they want to go on a date with.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then people wrote like little notes next to the flower of why they chose the flower.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to try and figure out which flower is the girl that you like. What flower would I choose? It could be an herb too.
Oh, they pick herb too?
Yeah, or flower, a dried herb. Don't say cilantro.
I'd be that like white flower in Minecraft that looks like a wedding flower.
Somebody?
I forget what it's called.
Right there, I would know that's you. Yeah, yellow onion, green onion. That's Stephanie right there.
Anyway, so they choose the flowers that the girls have picked. So Barry picks PR Lily, Professor picks Zizi, Finance Bro, Chen71, Jiku the influencer, Tian, and Bao Bao. And Tian is the last one to make the decision. So by this time, it was really between Bao Bao and broadcaster Mimi. They were the only ones with flowers left, and he could tell. And then he says in the confessional later, like, when I had to choose, there was only 2 girls left. But he keeps emphasizing that. It's not like, oh, when I went, I was excited because I thought that was Bao Bao.
He has no choice?
Yeah, but he just keeps emphasizing, I just want everyone to know that there were only 2 girls left when I had to choose, and so I chose Bao Bao. So
he just wants them
broadcaster
all.
Mimi, she doesn't get to go on a date. She has to stay in the villa, and she's really sad about it. Everybody else goes on their little dates. And the professor is so excited to see Zizi. He even brings her a sun protection jacket, which is a really big deal in China because everybody likes sun protection, UV hats, UV umbrellas, UV everything.
Did you know Chinese map tells you which side of the road you should walk on? Because the sun, one side will cover by the building shades. So when you do the Google map to walk to somewhere, they will tell you walk this route.
But shouldn't you like walk, against traffic so you don't get hit? Or is that an American fear?
The least amount of sun.
I didn't know that.
How so clever, right? That's so clever.
So clever. I need one with smells in the city. Oh, especially when they got their little like potholes that are steaming. And you're like, what's cooking down there? Because why? Why am I walking past a whole steam shower of just smog? Like, I need one of those, okay? But anyway, Zizi, she gets into the car and he tells her, I brought you a sun protection jacket. She doesn't even look up from her phone. She's like, okay. And he's like, I'll put it in the back. She doesn't make eye contact. No, thank you, nothing. Okay,
she's annoyed, huh?
Yeah, she responds to him as if he is her butler.
I think she has to be a nepo baby.
Like, no, I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
How could you even get into the industry and get so far without even playing the game right? Yeah. Because she obviously just does whatever she wants.
Yeah, and everyone can tell she's a nepo baby because she just acts like a spoiled little brat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's sitting there next to him and they're going to go canoeing later. But first they're getting some iced coffee. So she's sitting there and he's just trying to make conversation. He's like, oh, do you have anything more memorable that happened yesterday? Like, let's talk about your day. How was your first day or whatever? Something memorable from yesterday? I guess it was when I walked into the room yesterday. I felt like everybody was so confused and I was also really confused myself.
When you weren't there.
Yeah, it was when we were all chit-chatting in the living room. Because I actually have massive social anxiety. I was actually really scared. Yeah, then you were alone with the 5 of us and, I just felt so awkward about that.
You do not.
She just keeps cutting this guy off.
She does not act like she has social anxiety.
In a way that's really aggressive and always back to her. He keeps trying to ask her more outward questions. He's like, the most memorable part was when I walked in and everybody was shocked. Oh yeah, I felt so awkward. It's just like not a good conversationalist.
No, I
it's not
felt so
necessarily
awkward.
nefarious, but just you suck at talking. She was like, oh, and he reassures her, well, I didn't think you were awkward at all when we were all having dinner with the 5 guys and you. I wasn't awkward. Maybe I was awkward on the inside.
Okay.
In fact, there was something that you said yesterday that really left a strong impression on me. What did I say? I don't remember. It was so late yesterday. The things you mentioned about your school, what you like about it, what you've seen in your major, and all your thoughts and opinions on that. And, I think that it's really cool because I'm usually, I'm rarely direct. I'm usually more, sometimes I'm too direct. And that's my issue. But even though it's my problem, I'm never going to change the fact that I'm direct.
Okay.
Yeah, I did notice that you were really decisive when it comes down to things. And there's a little flashback that's played in the car. She hangs up the phone. She was on the phone with someone, nobody knows who. And she goes, oh my God, I just hung up. I hung up and they were still talking. I thought they were done. Huh? Which again, okay. And he goes, yeah, I feel like you're very decisive. Usually when I'm hanging up the phone, I like to wait to make sure we're hanging up.
No, you hang
that's the
up.
normal thing. That's why the Koreans do the and then you hang up. If you don't do at least that, someone's mad at you, right? But immediately she shoots him with you're just like my grandpa.
God damn,
yeah, he's like, oh, that's so hurtful. And he's like being playful. He's like, oh, that's so hurtful. You talk like, hey, and you drag it on. And and I just want my grandpa to talk faster. I'm like, talk faster. And he literally said to the car, I'm sorry, I'll speak faster then.
He's just getting braided. He came here for a date, but got a whole lecture instead.
So
he's like, yes, man. Okay.
Yes.
Well, what else do you want me to change?
And he's so nervous that even later after the car ride, they're sitting there yapping, and he goes, am I still speaking too slowly? It's fine. It's normal speed. And he's like, I feel like I have to talk like this now for it to be considered a normal speed. And I guess speaking slowly is also good sometimes. It shows that you're emotionally stable. That's not what you said earlier. You said I was like your grandpa. What's wrong with my grandpa? I like my grandpa. He's amazing.
He's just fighting.
Okay, everyone
She's already fighting.
Just the opposite of whatever he does.
Everyone has dealt with someone like her. Before you know the crazy shit that she actually does, this people don't like because no one likes a contrarian. No one likes to hang out with someone that's like, oh, I can totally feel, you feel frustrated. No, but it's not like I feel frustrated. I just feel like
I am frustrated.
They have a comeback for everything you said.
Yeah, everything is no, but not only that, or no, it's not that, it's exactly that. And they're like, you dumb bitch, I'm gonna punch someone in the face. I hate that so much. Or it's they like pink one day, and then the next day you're like, oh, your favorite color is pink, and it's like, I actually don't have favorite colors because I think it's juvenile to have a favorite color. And then you're like, oh my God, you're so exhausting. That's her. She just called, and then she's like, why would you say that? My grandpa is amazing. And he's like, no, it's just being compared to a grandpa at my age is probably not a good thing. And at this point, netizens, they're over it. She's not even making eye contact with him for most of this conversation. She's looking at her phone.
Damn.
And then she tells him, I just have an extreme personality. For me, I would never say, it's fine, it's okay, it's never fine. It's either I like it or I don't like it, and that's it. There's no middle ground for me. And everyone's like, these are the words that come out of, a really spoiled, privileged little brat. What do you mean? So much shit in life is the gray area. Okay, what are you talking about? People also say that they hate people who love advertising themselves as blunt and straightforward and direct. And it's like, no, you're just kind of a cunt. You're just kind of ruining everyone's day, and you're a bitch. That's not something to look.
I'm
think
kind
about
of
as a
blunt.
positive thing. So then afterwards,
I
they get
still
on a
read
canoe,
social
and obviously,
cues.
Professor is in the back, and she just is talking to herself. She's like, God, do I have some sort of weird connection with water today? I feel like everything is around water today, and no one even knows what she's talking about. But she says, but I like playing with water, so I guess it's fine. Professor responds, me too, even though she says, do you realize that the wind is blowing in this direction? She doesn't care about anything he's saying about himself. Do you realize that the wind is blowing in this direction? We're not moving anymore. We have to use our strength now. He's like, okay, let me try. You don't have to try rowing. I'll try canoeing. Just point in the direction. Where do you want to go? And in less than 5 seconds, Zizi is already irritated because they're slightly tilted in the wrong direction. And she's like, that's not right. You're going in the wrong direction. Row to this side.
Well, then point.
And then she complains again, you rode to the hottest part. Now we have to hide from the sun.
Damn, she's just
annoying.
It's just.
Mind you, the canoe tilted 10 degrees.
Yeah.
He's not even going anywhere, honestly. And it's not like either of them know how to fucking canoe. Okay, apparently it's the last family vacation we took, we canoed. I didn't canoe. I already knew that was not a good idea for me. Yeah, I would have been turned upside down. But I was saying, do you know how hard it is?
I don't like being
putting in all the work.
Is he still into her at this point, or you feel like the feeling is changing?
No, he's gonna keep being into her. And you're gonna
Really? Why?
Hair off.
Man.
And he's like, it's okay, trust me, just don't move. And she hits back, I don't trust you. And it's just so rude. It's not even like a cute, like, no, I don't trust you. It's like I don't trust you. Well, I don't trust you.
Damn.
Okay.
This is wow.
Also, he's not asking you to trust him with like your children. It's like, trust him to row a canoe once. It's fine. You don't have to say that. And she keeps being like, I want to go in the middle. It's a lot cooler in the middle. Like, I want to go in the middle. And he's still trying to make the best of the situation. And he's like, oh yeah, when I go fishing with my friends, I always want them to ride the boat. And then she's like, hey, use your phone and record something for me. Cuts him off again.
Damn.
So they had this whole task where they have to record audio sounds of things that are memorable for their date for later. And she's like, record the water, record the water. So he brings out his phone, stops canoeing, and she's like just splashing her hand in the water. And I'm like, you went to the Beijing Film Academy? Have a more original idea, you bozo. Sorry, I'm so annoyed. So then she starts like, splashing her hand.
I hope it's her phone. I hope he accidentally drops it in the water and ruins it.
Into the water, right? And then he's like done. And she immediately is like, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so stressed. And then this is the first date they're on. I don't even do this with you and we've been together so long. He doesn't respond because I'm sure the video is saving and he's trying to find the video. Like, this is also not his phone. These are phones that are given during the show so they can text each other. So he's like trying to find out where the photo album is probably. And she starts tapping on the boat. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Bro.
Wow.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Unless this is the energy if we're on a date and we're already trying to fight or something. Like, that's crazy. Who does that? It's so rude.
Yeah.
It's so rude. Everyone's just saying the entire interaction is suffocating. Later, she wants to record this audio of her hitting her paddle, her canoe paddle, against the rocks near the shore. And the whole time that she's hitting, she's like, hit, did you get it? Hit, did you get it? Hit, did you get it? And I'm like, bro, all you can hear is you can get it. And then eventually...
That should be the song bit. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it?
And then he stops responding. And then she's like, you probably got it. It's just so infuriating. People are just like, everyone has dealt with someone like ZZ and no one likes hanging out with ZZ. But it is only going to get worse from here because there is about to be a 3-person date that occurs.
Including ZZ?
Yeah. It's about to be a shit show. It's going to be ZZ, Professor,
and that's the next
and Tien.
Professor and Tien?
Oh.
What about
Professor likes ZZ?
Yeah,
Bao Bao.
Oh, this same couple.
Yes.
But along with Tien.
Yeah.
Huh.
And the way someone's gonna get cucked.
Oh.
It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Someone's gonna get cucked.
Cucked.
Let me guess. ZZ.
Please.
Heated secrets.
Please be ZZ.
Oh, computer?
So with that being said, stay tuned for part 2. This is just getting you familiarized with the people.
Yeah.
This is nothing. Absolutely nothing happens in this episode. Just you. Wait, this is...
Good thing I want to wait, because the next part is coming now. Except unless you're on YouTube watching the video, then you have to wait. So, bye-bye. Okay, let me go to the next one. What? Okay, where is the next? Okay. What did I? Okay. Boom, boom. What? So far, it's not as infuriating as my, but I also didn't hate my too much until the third one, or like the second one. So, I gotta prepare. Captions. There we go. And then change the text. Okay. Okay. What's up, YouTube? My name is Mistic, and today we're watching the second part of this dating show with Stephanie Sue. 3 strangers go on a date. A player, a pick-me, and a nice guy. Everything goes wrong. I'm guessing the player is, whatever his name was, and then pick-me is, ZZ, and the nice guy is the professor, I think. probably. Let's get into it. Bum, 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 bum.
Welcome to part 2 of this insanely long Chinese drama that is like 32
There's still
episodes
another
long.
hour of
If you
this.
haven't listened or seen video 1, part 1, you need to go watch that first because there's no way that I can describe what's about to happen. This is a Chinese reality show called Secretly in Love, where every single person comes with this explosive, not so explosive. It's like a mid-level diarrhea secret. It's not like hold the walls and be sweating in the bathroom type of secret. It's just like an okay secret, or at least so far.
No murder.
Don't quote me on that because I haven't finished like the last remaining episodes. So they come in with a secret and they all fall in love with each other, or at least that's the premise. They spend 10 days in this isolated villa going on dates with one another.
But 32
and it actually
episodes.
had the premise of a mediocre reality show.
How does
Everyone
that
thought
happen?
it was going to be whatever, like just another show that people watch when they're bored. However, the presence of two beings, you've got Zizi, she's an actress, a Nepo baby actress, allegedly. Then you have Tian. Tian is just, no one knows. I think he's unemployed, but he's just kind of like a pickup artist. Those are the two people that decide that they're going to wreak havoc and ruin everybody's life on this show collectively, together, the two of them. So in part 1, we went over all the dates, all the couples that are matched. And in part 2, I'm just going to dive in. In part 1, we talked about how the professor and Zizi went on their god-awful date.
Right.
Well, this time, Tian and Bao Bao go on to a date because they were the last ones picked. So they just begrudgingly go on this date. Bao Bao's actually really excited. And the whole date itself goes really well. They're flirting on the bridge. Like at one point, she's trying to be more brave because they've already liked each other a lot thus far. So she's standing on the left side of him and she asks him, what do you think of the view on the left? And he's like, I don't really even want to look. It's so beautiful. It takes my breath away. I can't even look to my left. They're also on a really high bridge and he's really scared of heights, little bitch. I'm so scared of heights, by the way. Okay, I just hate him. He looks at her and she's like, I actually have something to ask you. Can we just pause and talk here for a moment? And she's teasing him because he's like, I gotta get off this bridge. So eventually they go to this little campsite where they're gonna have lunch and he's gonna grill fish and meat and they're gonna eat together and they're just chit-chatting. And it's, I mean, they seem like if you just saw these parts of them flirting on their dates, you would think that they're falling in love.
Yeah.
But he just doing his thing.
He's
just
not.
doing the damn thing. I mean, they just look so compatible. They look like they're giggling and gaggling. He's
So every girl that he's talking to only sees how
thinks he's the
and
one.
he makes it seem like he has only ever seen Bao Bao. He's never seen anything else in life. And he's even like, oh, are you hot? He notices that she's getting a little sweatier. So he's like, oh, let me just go buy you something icy from the store.
That's so interesting. So him and Zizi are like opposite. Zizi doesn't like someone, she can give 2 fucks about that person. So rude about it. For him, he doesn't even like the girl that much, but he's acting like head over heels. So they're opposites of each other almost. Both are red flags.
He just wants
But
them
out
all.
of these two, who's the bigger red flag?
I think Zizi is worse because I think outside of the show, none of these girls would have given Tian the day, like the time of day.
But they would because he will love bomb you.
No.
Okay.
No, the way it's, you know what this reminds me of? Temptation Island, where I'm like, do these guys not realize that outside this villa, 0 girls would ever think they're attractive, but instead they're over here like,
you know, these girls are making me realize what I deserve in life.
and it's like, you deserve to rot in a hole, you weirdo. Yeah, no.
Okay.
I think Zizi, just wait. When you know what I know about Zizi, you're gonna die.
Okay.
So then Bao Bao, she's waiting there while he's getting ice cream. And the minute it's like torrential downpour, just starts raining. So he grabs the ice cream, he grabs the iced coffee, and then he grabs an umbrella and he runs to her. And she's holding like a bamboo leaf to cover her from getting rained on. And it's like this a cute moment. He's like screaming, Bao, it's raining, Bao.
That's
and
like
he's
a
going with the umbrella. And he's like, here, these are for you, the ice cream. Let's go back. Let's get shelter from the rain. So they're running in the rain to get shelter. And it's just cute. He's holding her elbow to keep her steady so she doesn't slip because it's raining. And as sweet as this is, it's gonna be freaking horrible. Netizens are pulling their hair out because she's about to get heartbroken. Everyone's like, Bao, just run away. Run the other direction. That night, remember how every day you have to record the audios of the most important moments. So they do this thing where they sit everyone down in the living room and each of them go up to
I forget, is he the one that had the crab moment? Is he gonna say some rude stuff about this?
put on their headphones and they listen to the audios that were recorded on their date, and their date sends them a voice message, and all of them have to ask whether or not you want to continue. So each of them, it's like, if you want to continue, just hold up the okay sign. So no one knows what that sign is except for the person with the headphones in, and obviously the person that recorded it. So it's like a good way. Everyone can kind of get a vibe of how everyone felt about their prospective dates, but also your date will know if you want to continue going up. Now, this is where it gets weird. Remember how Zizi was such an ass to the professor on their date? Just like everyone was like, this is it. game over. These are just like a match made in hell. She goes and listens to the audio the professor said, and he has to tell her like, oh, if you want to continue dating me, then give me the okay sign. She stands up and smiles and gives the okay sign. So everyone's like,
why? Why are you gonna torment this guy even more? You just want a dog. You just want to walk him like a dog.
what the f is happening? So the professor, in his very, very empathetic mind, he tells the confessionals, he thinks that she's just a really direct person. So he's not taking this as she's fucking rude. He's taking this as like, she's just a very, maybe aggressive, maybe direct, and maybe I'm just too passive. And it throws me off, but it doesn't mean that she doesn't like me, because clearly she gave me the okay sign. And he gives her a thumbs up with her message. So they're mutually into it.
Because we INTJs,
Yeah.
we don't play games.
Wait, she's an INTJ.
Yeah, but like I'm saying him though. For him to perceive it that way, it's like, you know. Yeah.
That was very frustrating. Like, you know the games of like pull away, push away, you know?
Pull over.
And then he's just like, hey, I don't get what you're doing. Like, let's just talk. I'm like, I just want to be chased. He's like, I can do that. Run. I'm like, hello? So then he's like, okay, we're into each other. Tian and Bao Bao, they also mutually decide that they're in together. You know, everyone's deciding
I'm
that they're
scared
all
for
into
her,
each
but
other.
I'm happy for
And
her.
I will say that from everyone's perspective, Tian and Bao Bao are a solid couple, because they've been kind of together since the very beginning. And from everyone's perspective, they keep going together. They keep going on dates. They keep doing punishments together. They keep being cute together in front of everyone. And from Bao Bao's perspective, like, they're the most solid couple here. So just keep that in mind. And then an announcement after this game is announced where, in order for everyone to know each other better, we will announce one person's secret. So they're going to play someone's secret. And everyone is just nervous. They don't want it to be their secret. It's part of the show, but no one wants to be vulnerable like that. But this time, the TV turns on and it's Zizi's name. And her secret is about to be revealed, even though she's the newest person here.
Her secret is she's a bitch.
Zizi is the one that requested her secret to be revealed. She said that since she's the last one to arrive, she thought that this would help people get to know her better. And she didn't want to seem distant. She wanted people to see her for who she is and why she is the way she is. And so her secret is, when she was 15 years old, she was bullied in high school. Which, by the way, the netizens were being so mean about this. They were like, we'll get bullied again, dumb bitch. Okay, so I personally was not vibing with that, because I'm like, I don't think that's a good thing. Then you find out some things about her character, and you're like, I don't know if this story's true.
She was
okay?
she
so
seems like a bully.
Keep that in mind, okay? She said that there was a female senior who beat her up. I don't know.
So she got bullied in school, right?
And she said she still has a scar because she got beat up.
Show
But
it.
now everyone in hindsight thinks that she started the fight, which sounds victim blamey, but like, just wait, it gets really weird. And then she's just talking about how it's been really hard, and that's why she's so direct. And the professor is sitting there watching this, and he's connecting the dots. In his mind, he reminds her of her school days. Remember? She said that to Barry.
Right.
And she was bullied in school. So he's like, oh, no wonder she has this adverse reaction to me. And he even contemplates cutting his hair.
Dang.
No!
Reminds her of people from her school.
Wait. How long is his hair?
It's his, like,
Shoulder?
yeah, it's not that long. It's like enough to tie up in a small, tiny
It
little
looks
bun.
look
good
good
on
or
him. No.
I think it looks cool. I think it makes him look really artistic.
Right.
Yeah.
But she hated exactly that.
Yeah,
Okay.
she hates it. So then he's like, oh, wow, I didn't even know. And
even
maybe
if he cut it, she would still think he's ugly. Let's be real.
reason that she's so
Let's be real.
direct and is so firm on her boundaries, and just not even boundaries. Okay, she's just honestly rude, but he's just like brainwashing himself. A lot of people say the professor and Bao Bao love to brainwash themselves. Okay, so he's like, that makes sense, because she was bullied
for
and it was
opposite
so big, and
reasons.
everyone is just sad and depressed. And Zizi herself is crying, and she's like, this happened a long time ago. And when I came here, I was actually really worried about staying in a dorm-like setting, because a lot of that happened in dorm-like settings. I was dragged to the top bunk when I was younger in high school, and I was beaten up in the middle of the night. And she's like, I have a scar to prove it. And she like shows her scar. And again,
Okay, she
I was
showed it.
sympathetic, but then later I get confused, because like, none of this makes sense. You can tell when someone's been bullied because the way they behave around others. I think my radar is super quick to pick up when
Do
someone
I
feels
seem
uncomfortable in a
like-
group setting, because I think I know
Was
what
I-
that feels
was I
like.
the
So I'm like, oh, I
bully,
can
or was
tell
I
that
bullied?
joke didn't land right with them, and now they feel like they're being attacked. Does that make sense? But then people are saying she doesn't have that. In fact, she's the bully. In other settings,
Yeah.
now as an adult. I'm not saying that this experience didn't happen. I'm saying if this experience did happen and she's a bully as
She
an
didn't
adult,
learn from
that
it.
makes it even worse, because you know what it feels like to be bullied, and you're still going to be a bully. Is even more fucked up.
Interesting. Okay.
Right. So anyway, she was like, yeah, like this is what happened. And she's crying. The girls are crying. Everybody is like crying. And it becomes this really emotional moment. Even Barry, the American, who only sees her as a platonic friend, he's tearing up. Everybody feels so much sympathy for her. They're giving her so much comfort. Even later, when they go back to their rooms, all the girls are in the girls' dorm and they're trying to give her some strength and be like, you don't have to feel comfortable around us. And like, so who cares if you're not bubbly and happy and open? Like, we think that this is who you are and we accept you and like we love you. And like, if you ever feel uncomfortable, just tell us. Like, everybody is just in that mood of wanting to be close with her. And she's just explaining, I know sometimes I might come off as distant, but it's just because I'm trying to protect myself. And the girly pups are like, no, don't explain yourself. Never apologize.
Well,
Stop. Don't
maybe
do that.
apologize.
Like, we get it.
Maybe apologize some.
And so all the girls,
Please.
a lot of the girls, they decide, okay, that was exhausting. I'm going to go to bed. So they're getting ready for the night. But Zizi, Bao Bao, and broadcaster Mimi are sitting outside having a late night chat. And Bao Bao, she's finally becoming a little bit more open. Like, she was very vocal about trying to support Zizi when this bullying secret came out. And Zizi is like, let's talk about something. It's only been 2 days, but I feel like everybody is too locked in with their couples. And then she pats Bao Bao on the shoulder and is like, you should just feel it out first before you really settle down. Like, you should try to figure out if this is what you want. Broadcaster Mimi and Zizi are like, yeah, like this is just a lot. And broadcaster Mimi got a little bit of hate for this, but she was saying how the very first day she was interacting with Barry a lot, like nonstop. But when it was his time to choose a date, he didn't choose her. He chose PR Lily. Now, a lot of people didn't like it because she phrased it almost as like, you never know what guys are feeling. Like, guys are so fickle. But a lot of people who saw what happened, they're like, no, you kept talking to Barry and he wasn't rude. He was just talking to you like a platonic friend. But like, we could see from the outside, he wasn't giving you any signals. Like, he wasn't being rude. He wasn't shutting you down. But also, it was very clear he's interested in someone else. But you kept going and you spent time with him. And then now you're saying like you were shocked that he chose somebody else for the date. So people were saying it just was like an icky feeling. Nothing bad. Just like, that's just kind of not how it went down. And then Zizi brings up the idea of like, no, I think everyone's too locked in. Like, everybody needs to be unlocked in.
Why?
And the way that Zizi is talking, it's almost conspiratorial. She could just be frustrated. She could just say like, oh, yeah, I guess I feel weird because it feels like everybody's, found their coupling and I just don't know how to really interact with anyone anymore. And it just feels off-putting. Like,
She
I don't know what
wants
to do.
to
I just feel
stir
uncomfortable.
some shit
She
up,
could have said
though.
that, but she's like, no, everyone is too locked in. It feels like she's conspiring to do something. And around this time, Jiko walks by and Bao Bao is like, hey, can you see if Tian is awake and call him downstairs?
What? Oh, okay.
So Bao Bao's like, I want to talk to Tian, right? And so Jiko's like, yeah, sure. Jiko walks up and he goes to Tian. Tian's on his phone and is like, hey, they're calling you downstairs. Tian's smiling. He's like, who? Oh, Bao Bao. And instantly his face changes. And this face change is not even like from smiley to like slightly disappointed. It was just like, ugh. It was the face change. It wasn't like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, okay.
Dang.
It was like,
Aw, damn.
so Jiko was like, they're asking you to come down.
So does he know who is down there or no idea?
No.
He just heard a girl wants him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, who? Found out it was Bao Bao. Lame.
And then Jiko is like, oh yeah, and there's also like 2 other girls. It's like the 3 of them together.
Smile
And
lights
finally he's
up.
like, oh, okay. And Jiko is like, okay, well, should you go down? And he's like, in a minute. It's like he's playing games. He wants them to wait. So he's like smiling on his phone now that he knows it's not just Bao Bao, it's 2 other people there. And
If it was just her,
gross.
he
What are you
wouldn't have
talking about? He's
gone.
like, yeah, I'm gonna go down later. So eventually he comes back down and this whole situation is painfully awkward. It's like nothing from Bao Bao and Tian's date is there. He was being so lovey-dovey. All of a sudden he's so cold.
Ooh. So what's just 4 of them sitting there?
Yeah.
Doing what?
Zizi is sitting on the table. Mimi's sitting in front of her. And then Tian sits down like facing Zizi. Bao Bao's sitting on his other side, and she keeps trying to scoot closer to him, and he just won't even like look in her direction.
So he right now interested in
Zizi.
Zizi.
Yeah.
So
Of course he is.
Okay, I see.
And he's eating
Of
a
course
piece of
he
fruit.
is.
He's just very closed off body language to Bao Bao. And she, like I said, she's very emotionally in tune. She could tell that there was a shift that night. So she's like, oh, okay, like this is nothing like from the past few dates. This is nothing like the date that we just went on. Literally out of nowhere, he switched up on her. However, Bao Bao is so understanding. This honestly, Zizi and Tian are kind of flirting. She could have felt backstabbed by Tian, by Zizi, who just was like, oh, everyone's too locked in. Let me flirt with your man, right? But instead, she's really understanding. And she's like, I just wanted to clarify with Tian, if he wants to talk to other people, I don't want him to feel pressured because of me. Like, he's obviously
He's
like,
too
that's his right to do so.
understanding.
And then at this point, Bao Bao gets called to do her confessional for the night. So that's why they were awake. So she's like, okay, like let me go do my confessional. I'll be right back. Zizi immediately turns to Tian and is like, you guys are all coupled up together. It's so locked in. Everybody is just like mutually interested.
He's gonna say, no, we aren't. I'm not locked up with anyone. Unless you wanna.
Like everyone's locked in.
Is she saying this? Is Bao Bao still there? Or
No, the minute Bao Bao leaves,
She says that.
Yes, and then she goes like, you and her have mutual interest towards each other.
It's not mutual.
He could have again. This is why people people say it would be so easy
It's
and understandable and respectable for Tian to say, yeah, of course. But I understand the purpose of the show. I'm still open to other, like, we haven't been, there's no understanding that we're exclusive or anything. Like, he could have just said, yes, I'm into her, but also I'm just looking to make friends, whatever. But he says, huh? What do you mean by mutual?
The other girl is still there. The other girl is still there when he's doing this shit? Bro.
Mimi is like meaning.
I hope that third girl tells on them.
You kind of like someone and they kind of like you too, like mutual interest. We're not. Zizi's like, huh? Netizens are so disgusted about this behavior. The fact that he's switching up, just everything. Even the fact that Zizi went from Bao Bao to him to just like, it's just disgusting, okay? So that night, everyone has to send a message to the person that they're interested in. And Bao Bao, she sends her message to Tian, and she just is like, thank you for taking care of me on the date. She even includes in her message, like, if you want to get to know other guests but are worried about maybe like embarrassing me in front of the cameras, you can just tell me privately. Like, I really don't mind. Now, if you still want to continue going on dates with me, like, I would also really look forward to that. So that's all. And you seem really tired tonight, so just get some rest. Good night. Like, it's very understanding.
It's too
She's
understanding.
saying, like, I think she was even telling in the confessional, he was really cold when they got back from their date, and she feels like maybe he just kept saying during the audio recording that he likes her, you know, doing the things where they're signaling to each other because he wanted to save her face and not embarrass her. And she's like, but I don't mind that. Like, I just want everyone to be expressing themselves truly how they feel. And then Tian the next day tells her, you know what, I'm going to be honest with you. I think after hearing Zizi's experience getting bullied in school, I had similar experiences and I just want to get to know her. And all the comments were like, okay, you stupid ass, just get together then. Like, people were so annoyed. And again, as someone who has been bullied before, I'm not saying that these experiences are not true.
I am.
I'm just saying they don't act like it. They don't act like it, okay? So then everyone's like, just get together, you dumb hoes. Just get together. And this is how serious it is. In Asia, people don't tolerate bullying. It happens so frequently and so aggressively that if you are like, hey, I was bullied in high school, no one like discounts your story. Like, this is how bad they are. Just wait. So everyone's like, okay, you stupid bitches, get together then. And that night they do. After Baba goes to sleep, Tian and Zizi meet in the living room to talk.
After she goes to sleep.
Yeah, and Zizi tells Tian in the worst possible way. She's like, we all just feel like you like that one girl, you know, the one eating anchovy snacks. She doesn't even
drop the name?
Yeah.
Eating anchovies?
Yeah. See, that's also what I hate. That's what I hate so much. Let's say you're a dumb whore. I'm just kidding. I'm getting so mad. Let's say you're a dumb bitch, which is fine. We've all been dumb bitches. We've all been there, right? And you forget someone's name. I would look for a positive attribute. I would say, oh, you know, the one with like the really long hair, or like the one with the long eyelashes.
What does eating anchovies
like
mean?
a physical
or like the one you went on a date
trait.
with.
She was eating anchovies?
But it's
What
like
is that?
so demeaning.
Yeah.
But in like the word, like a very conniving demeaning. It's not like, oh, the one who's so clingy, because that's obviously a very bad thing to say.
Yeah.
But the one eating anchovy snacks, it's like, you know, the one stuffing her face with Cheetos. It's like,
Stephanie?
I love that one.
That's mine.
Yeah, the one with the onion breath, go get her. It's just weird. So she's like, yeah, the one eating anchovy snacks. You guys seem to have mutual interests, which again, you guys just talked about that like 2 minutes ago. Do you have a bird brain? And then he's like, actually, it's not mutual, at least not for me. Really? Yeah. Netizens are disgusted by this. Again, no one's saying you have to be locked in. No one's saying you have to propose, but why are they so evil about it? Why? And this is not Love Island. Another thing to clarify, I think if everyone's coming in expecting messy, expecting just craziness, that's the show, right? But everyone thus far has been incredibly respectful.
Yeah. You can still explore, just be respectful.
It's not
messy. Also, people are saying it doesn't even seem like Zizi and Tian have any chemistry. It seems people
just want to be bitches.
People realize that Tian is trying to get into acting and he has no job. So they think that he wants to go with Zizi for his career. And Zizi doesn't like the professor and wants someone to pay attention to her. And she's already tried. So among the other people, broadcaster Mimi has no partner. Chen71 and influencer Jay, both of them actually have a pretty dense online following. And so there's this idea, people think, that if she went after their guys, their online fans would just wreck her.
Okay.
You know, because you're dealing with someone, I guess, like she thinks she's dealing with someone who have online presence and like they could make a video about it. I don't know, right? So she doesn't go after their guys.
Haters.
And then Bao Bao, she just seems really soft and sweet. So she tries it there
Easy
and it
target.
works. Yeah, because it doesn't seem like she knows one shoe about Tian and gives a shoot. Like, it just, why do they even like each other? Does evil just gravitate towards each other? I don't know.
Yes, it does.
So that night, Tian texts Bao Bao and he's just saying, like, I had a really good time getting to know you, but of course, I still want to get to know other people. I just want to make a serious choice later on, so I don't want to, like, lock anything down now. I hope you also make the right decisions for you. And it just seems like, okay, maybe it's going to be okay. Like, maybe they're going to be on the same page. Bao Bao says, when I received that text, I was half disappointed and a little bit unsure, but still, I didn't know. She's just saying the only thing she didn't realize, what she doesn't get from this text message, and I can see how she feels that way, is she doesn't know if this is a full rejection or if he still wants to get to know her as well. So she made it clear in her message, like, you can get to know other people too, and you can also still get to know me. Like, I would also love that. But he doesn't make it clear. It's kind of like, I don't know if I should even, like, does he just want me to back off? Does he not? I don't know. Meanwhile, the professor is just writing this long, lengthy message to Zizi of, like, the amount of inner strength it takes you to walk out of that darkness to be able to, like, he's just, like, so nice. Like, today when we spent time together by the lake, like, though some of your marks were casual, offhand marks, like, I could vaguely sense the emotional defenses that you carry. Like, at first I didn't quite understand them, but
I can vaguely feel
like, he's just, like,
hatred.
bars. He's just, like, a therapist, okay? If you're willing to trust me, I hope you'll give me more chances to, like, get to know each other. It was honestly really sweet. Like, I think if I were in that situation, I would perceive it as a really sweet message, because you just opened up to people who don't know you, and to have, it was a thoughtful message in the sense of, it wasn't vague. It wasn't, hey, you're so brave for doing that. Like, rip in the chat. Sorry you feel that way. Hope you'll feel happier. Good night. It was really specific.
Yeah.
It was really thoughtful. And she hits him with a, thank you for your kind words. Reading this really touched me. Actually, I don't have any strong stereotypes about artsy guys. Please get some rest. I hope everyone in the house tomorrow can take more time to get to know one another. And I hope you won't worry too much about me. Good night. Like, she is not into this guy.
Yeah, she hates.
On the fourth day, the couples continue to go on dates. And this time, the men are still the ones choosing their female partners simply by submitting their decision. So they submit the name of the girl that they want to go on a date with to the producers. So finance bro, Chen71, they go off. Jico, influencer Jay, they go off. Barry, not with PR Lily. It's not because he chose her, but Mimi, broadcaster Mimi, had no date the day before. So they actually let her choose her date. So he goes off with broadcaster Mimi, and PR Lily is not gonna go. As for the professor, he chose Zizi. So I'm thinking this is just going to be a repeat of the last date with the canoe between the professor and then Zizi. That's what I'm thinking. We just do this every day, day in, day out, and then shit happens at night, and then we all spiral to our inevitable death on this planet. However, the door opens to the back seat, and in comes Tian. Tian is, the professor is like, what's happening? Tian's like, I'm your female guest. He's like, are you kidding? You're kidding, right? Why is it you? Like, did you get in the wrong car? No, I'm supposed to be in this car. Are you sure? Yeah. As it turns out, both of them have picked Zizi for their date. And the producers decided, you know what? Instead of the first person to pick, we're just going to let all of them date. So the professor looks shocked, Tian looks amused, and then the door opens to the passenger seat, and in walks Zizi. And the three of them, they start driving off. The professor is driving, Zizi is in the passenger seat, Tian is seated behind the professor in the back seat. And I just want to say, the energy in that car, it must have been so tense, because even the professor starts joking, I'm actually y'all's driver today. And in the end, people said, don't say things you don't want to manifest. Don't say anything that you don't want to be true, because that is exactly what happens. So the three of them are driving to their restaurant for the 3-person date. Zizi and Tian are just kicking, cackling, giggle shitting, like just non-stop hooting and hollering. They completely ignore the professor. Completely ignore. And even when Zizi first gets in the car, the professor is the one that's incredibly attentive to the details. He's adjusting her seat back so that she has more room for her legs. If she's feeling thirsty, okay, so there's this one point where early on, she's looking for water. There was only one water bottle that was provided in the car, and Tian already chugged it.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Exactly. So then a little bit into the car ride, she keeps mentioning, like, she mentioned water one more time. She's like, oh, I could really use some water right now. Tian doesn't even feel guilt that he's the one that drank the only water bottle in the car that probably wasn't even for him. So the professor is like, oh, let me just quickly go to the convenience store right now. And she starts getting mad at him. She's like, oh, are you getting gas? Do we need gas? And the professor says, I'm just gonna go get you some water. She's not moved. She's not like, oh my God, that's so sweet. So then he gets out and she's like, well, I don't need to get out then. So she's sitting in the car, Tian's in the back. And the minute that the professor leaves, Zizi is like, wait, how did you guys even pick this date? Like, did you guys choose to go on a 3-person date? Tian's like, oh no, I don't know. No, none of us knew. I didn't even know he'd be here. Like, none of us knew the schedule. And she's like, oh God, like, this is so weird. This is so weird. So I guess on the way to the restaurant, I'll sit in the front. And then on the way back from the restaurant, I'll sit in the back with you.
Bruh. What is going through her head?
Like, what do you mean you're going to
so
sit
bad
in the
for the
back
professor.
with Tian as if the professor is just an Uber driver? What do you mean by this? I don't understand. So then he comes back in with the water, and Zizi and Tian, they just chat away like they're the only two people in the car, as if truly the professor is a driver. Like, because I guess an Uber driver, you wouldn't be on a date and be like, oh, what's your favorite color? And then you wouldn't go to the front and be like, sir, what's your favorite color? Right? Like, you wouldn't do that. That's
I
exactly
would,
what happened.
maybe not. I wouldn't, but I mean, include them.
Here, they're getting to know each other. They don't ever turn to the professor and say, what about you? How about you? What do you think? Nothing. I mean, it's just basic manners. Even if you don't like them as a romantic interest, it's just basic manners to involve everyone in the conversation.
Right.
When you're trapped in a moving vehicle, which, by the way, the professor is controlling. I'd be on my best behavior to the driver. I'd be like, are you okay? Do you need more AC? How do you like the music? No, she doesn't care. She's the one starting all the conversations with Tian. Tian is definitely enabling it, but it's a mess. And then at one point, they also realize that they have a mutual friend. So Zizi and Tian have a mutual friend, and she's just like she thinks this is like the funniest stand-up comedy. Like, I don't know why she's cackling and giggling, and everyone is just like, what's happening right now? She also previously said in previous, like, they were asking her, what's your favorite, do you like to be outdoors a lot? And she says that she really hates loud environments. And everyone in the comments now is like, you're the only loud one in every environment.
Yeah,
like,
she's loud.
She's acting so excited. She's sending voice messages to her friend on her phone, like, call me when you're free. I have something really funny that just happened. Like, I have to show you. Call me. Did you get it? Oh my God. She's turning around like, she's getting so shocked. Like, the world is so small. How do you guys are really close? Oh my God. Are you guys close? It's just a lot. They're just cackling. It's not even that funny. And you can tell that the professor left out, which I think something can happen like this where both people are so excited. And then the minute the excitement disappears, you're immediately like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Like, let me fill you in. So basically, I know this girl and I met her through ABC.
She's not gonna apologize for anything. I already know.
And then it turns out Tian knows the same girl, and like, sorry, it's just like
They didn't do any of that.
No, nothing. When they arrive at the restaurant, there are chairs placed out. So naturally, Zizi sits in the middle. Tian is to her left. The professor is to her right, and they're all eating a bunch of desserts. And she keeps starting the date with asking, like, how did this happen? How did this happen? How did this happen? When it's very clear that both of the guys decided that they wanted to go on a date with you, and the producers let them at the same time. But it was very obvious that she's fishing for them to both say, oh, we both like you. We're so into you. We're obsessed with you. We're in love with you. Like, what do you mean? How the did this happen? Put two and two together. Sometimes you can do math quietly. You don't have to ask if this is true. People are like, what is going on? She just move on. So she's like, so what's going on today? Like, why are the three of us here together? Like, I really don't know. She says, I really don't know. Tian goes, you don't know? Actually, I don't know either.
Professor's like, am I the only one
that's
getting played right now?
The professor is like, what do you think? And he asks Zizi the question, and she looks at him, and it's like, blank, just blank. She looks at him, then turns to Tian and goes, what do you think?
Oh, I feel so bad.
They really should be together, those two. They really should.
They should.
Yes, everyone is like, what the fuck is happening? So then Zizi lies and is like, I don't even think we've had a one-on-one interaction, you and me, Tian, which is a lie because last night they were having a one-on-one interaction.
Yes.
They had an interaction with broadcaster Mimi, and then they had another one, just the two of them, after Bao Bao went to sleep.
Yes.
So what do you mean? So that's just a flat-out lie that the whole nation is privy to. Who are you lying to? Just the professor? Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong
Just
with
him.
you? So she's like, no, I really don't know, because Tian and I haven't even had a one-on-one conversation. Like, I don't know what's going on right now.
Oh my gosh.
And the whole time, the conversation, the professor, even like when she first came, is just really good at making small talk. And I think at one point the professor was annoyed at Tian being such a playboy, and because I think the professor saw this for the first time. Tian was all over Bao Bao in group settings. And then suddenly, Tian is acting like, with Zizi. So he's like, what the hell is going on? The professor straight up calls it out and says, who were you with the past few days, Tian? He's like, I was with Influencer J and Chen71 for the first round of games and stuff. And then I talked to them. And then I started going on dates with Bao Bao. Like, it just seems like he's dating half the villa. And then even the professor says, oh, that's a lot. And he says, yeah. Professor says, I never imagined you and Chen71 would have any sort of chemistry. Like, when were you guys together? Oh, the first day when she was in that group with me. Oh, okay, yeah. The first day you guys went on that, like, sauna date, right? Yeah, when I got first place. Oh, yes, I remember. So he's trying to naturally fill Zizi in, like, you're not special, girly pop. Like, he's doing this to every single person. And he's not doing it in a rude way. None of it seems passive. It just seems like, let's just get it all out in the air. Like, let's be real here, right? Because you're not acting real. You're acting like a little fake bozo, so be real. And then Zizi immediately jumps in, never had a conversation with Tian, right? And she's like, from what I gather, I think Tian just wants to get to know more people, right?
The fuck?
Yeah, everyone's like, are you his PR person? What's wrong with you? And he's like, yeah, I just want to get to know those that I'm interested in.
Yo, they want
That's everyone.
These two, like, they want to dig their own graves together. Let them do it, right? But Professor is still like so obsessed with Zizi, right?
Yeah, and Tian is like, I just won't act rashly. I like to take things slow. And it just becomes this weird energy. And people are like, okay, how is the professor going to handle this? People start calling Tian the Sea King, which means you got a lot of fish in your sea. Yeah, so he's a Sea King. And the professor is being really bright. Oh, and then Zizi does this bizarre thing. Zizi looks at the professor and is like, what do you think about Tian? I'm sorry, are they on a date? Do you want your boyfriends to be boyfriends? Like, what's going on? And so the professor, again, very polite, very wise, very sound of mind. He says, first of all, he's younger than me. He's very good looking and his face is skinny, but he also has a lot of collagen, so he looks really youthful. Tian is like, thank you, thank you. At first, I assumed that I had a skinny face, but when I saw all of you guys here, I mean, your jawlines are amazing. It made me feel like my jawline was not existent. You know, I used to think I had a jawline. And Zizi is like, there's no need to compare. You don't have to hold yourself to such high standards. You're fine.
Wait.
I honestly think the professor has so much more aura than Tian. I'm so confused. Like, if you had both of them at a bar, the girly pops would love the professor.
Yeah.
Really?
The way he talks, the way he makes everyone feel comfortable, and then he's got this like,
I choose
he's got an
him.
aura. You know?
Yeah.
Tian?
But Tian was like,
Yeah, Tian is just like, Tian, you know who Tian reminds me of? Okay, it's like when my mom has family friends. No, that makes it sound like I'm talking about someone in particular. I love the ones you guys have met, okay? But there are some other family friends. This is like when I was in high school. My mom has family friends. They have kids that are in high school. They bring them over, and then they're like, Sujin, come here. They're like, he's your age. And then I look at them and I go, I guess I don't like boys my age. Okay, because it's just like, huh? Well, what about it? Like, what about you? That's what Tian looks like. That's his energy. He has no aura. He has no personality other than being a dick. Like, nothing. Yeah. So then Zizi's like, there's no need to compare yourself, even though I'm the one that asked this dumbass question. And the professor is like, no, I'm just envious. And he's not saying it in like, I'm so jealous. He's like, trying to uplift everyone around.
He shouldn't.
And Tian says, oh, you don't have to be, because I'm really jealous of you too. Now, everyone is just trying to be polite. And I think the professor is like, this is so dumb. So he laughs and is like, what could you possibly be jealous about, right?
Oh, no.
And Zizi should have kept her mouth shut, but she like almost startles in her chair and she goes, yeah, what are you jealous of?
oh my God, that's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, Zizi's like a real op.
No,
why would you say that?
She's a hater.
Yeah.
Inside
Oh my
thought.
God.
Okay, and then did they say anything?
So then he's like, I'm jealous that he's buff. Tian is like, I'm jealous that he's buff. And Zizi, and she's looking at Tian and is like, you don't work out? And the minute that she said this, it just kind of felt, and this is what I'm saying, like, people who've been bullied get the energy, because immediately the professor, he's the one getting dissed.
Yeah.
But he picks up that maybe Tian looks a little bit uncomfortable about this, and he interjects and he says, he's very slender and it makes him look really tall. So I'm obviously very envious of that. Right? He's so good. But then out of nowhere, like, the professor is the one smoothing out Zizi's bitch remark.
Yeah.
Zizi turns to the professor and is like, actually, it's because he has nothing that he wants to work out, so he doesn't have plans to like tone up. That's why he doesn't work out a lot.
Is she okay?
Yeah, and
what
everyone's
is
like,
she doing?
First of all, who even asked?
Is this your son? Like,
Yes!
what are you doing?
Yes! It's like, nobody said
They
that.
are a
You're the one that
match
said
made
that
in hell.
remark.
Yeah.
The professor's trying to be nice.
Yeah.
And you just said you guys had zero interaction. How would you know why he doesn't work out?
She has zero EQ, huh?
Zero.
What the fuck?
Everyone is so confused. Everyone's saying, just be together. In the comments, all the live comments are like, why don't you guys just get married if you know him so well? Why is the girl explaining for him? Are you his PR? People were so upset by all of this. And she just keeps talking nonstop. And the professor tries to tell her that she's doing great, okay? This is the thing that I don't understand about Zizi. She's so obsessed with being different. She's so obsessed with, like, I'm an introvert. You won't stop talking. You won't ever shut up, right? So I'm sorry that no one believes you, Zizi, okay? But that's okay. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. She's like, no. It's because I'm forcing it.
Well,
Like, she's
stop
always like,
forcing
I'm so awkward.
it.
I'm so awkward. And the professor's trying to be nice, and he's always like, oh, but you didn't feel awkward. Like, you were doing really well. And she's like, yeah, because I was forcing myself to be. It's like, okay.
Well, stop forcing it.
Now
then.
it's awkward, you weirdo. Like, what do you want me to say? When opportunity strikes, you have to see and for the absolute to find terms apply. And then she turns to Tian and says, "You can ask me some questions." So basically, the professor is asking a lot of questions, but it's very different from the very first night they all met. He's asking questions because it's incredibly awkward and uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not because he's obsessed with Zizi, though that's what she thinks. She thinks that the professor is not giving Tian the space to ask questions. Tian is just a brainless little bobblehead. He doesn't have questions. He has nothing going on in that little brain of his. So she turns to him and is like, "You can ask me questions." And Tian's like,
What?
he has no question. So he's like, he has no question. Okay. So then she goes, "Or you can ask me another time." Like when we're alone, basically, is what she's hinting at. But it's like, no, he just doesn't care about you.
I
Like,
think Tian wants to say, well, you can ask me some questions.
Yeah.
They're both like, ask me.
What kind of guys do you like?
No, it's your turn to ask me.
Tian's like, "Why do you think you're here today? Did you like pick me too? Or like, why is the professor even here at this point? Nobody knows." And then Tian gets uncomfortable and he's like, "Oh, after these drinks, I'm starting to feel a little hungry. Ha ha ha." And Zizi knows where the
Hungry
province
for
that Tian
you.
is from. He's from southern China, and apparently they eat a lot of like pork knuckles, right? And I don't know
Pigs
how
have
she's an actress,
knuckles?
because have you ever seen interviews of actresses and actors?
Yeah.
They're charismatic.
Yeah, you have to be.
Especially the good ones. They're really charismatic, and you're like, whoa, you know how to talk in a way nobody else knows how to talk. That's my first time hearing a human talk. We should be talking that way. Like and then this is how she's interacting. He goes, "Oh, I'm a little hungry." Immediately, she puts her hands up to her face like a telephone, and she goes, "Hi, can I please get braised pork knuckle delivered here, please?" And then she hangs up, and she's so proud of herself. No, he has an empty face. He doesn't know what to say. No, really.
What are they?
Joke?
Tian is giggling, and the professor's like, "The fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Like, what is that? That would just piss me off."
Yeah. Like, okay, I'm full now. Thank you.
What do you even say to that? And people hate the fact that a lot of netizens were saying that Bao Bao has abstract humor.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is true abstract humor.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was this one moment, to give you a comparison, when they were grilling. I guess Bao Bao was trying to fill the silence, and she was like, "I'd like to place my order," because he's doing all the cooking, right? And he's like, "Oh, what would you like to order?" And she looks around, and it's a bunch of fish and beef. And like, obviously, it'd be lame to be like, "Oh, can I get a plate of beef and veggies?" So she says, "I would like sea-caught wild tiger prawn." Right? Something that's not there. And then he's like, "Okay, let me just go fish for it real quick." And it was like a hee hee ha ha moment.
See, that's cute.
This is weird.
Hers was not.
If I had a girlfriend who was doing this, I'm expecting the hottest billionaire sitting next to her, because I'd be like, "What has you acting so fucking weird? Like, why are you acting like a goof? Like, what is going on right now? That is not okay." Like, you would have to think that she's been hit on the head, has a concussion, and is dating a billionaire. You know
I mean, the
what?
way she's
Billionaires. She's
acting,
dating a nice
you
guy
would
who
think
plays
so.
hockey, who also has a boyfriend.
He did it privately.
That
My
is the only
rival-
acceptable
my
one.
rivalry.
Anyway, so
I haven't
it
seen
gets
it.
awkward. So the professor is like, "Oh, pork knuckles. That's good." And then he looks at them and is like, "Do you guys have any food that you won't eat?" And this is how I knew she was dumb. She goes, "I don't eat any mushrooms." That's just mean. I really like mushrooms. I was offended. And the professor is like, "Not any type of mushrooms?" "Yeah, I don't like any mushrooms." She's like, "Do you guys eat spice?"
can't
And she's mainly
judge.
looking at Tian. But Tian has never had an original thought, so he's still forming one. And then the professor is trying to fill the awkward silence. So he's like, "Sometimes when I make fish, I put bird's eye chili in there, and I'll put the chili." Is bird's eye chili even considered a chili?
God damn. What the
It's
fuck?
called chili, isn't it?
So he's
Jesus.
like, "Yeah, it is, because is this even considered spicy?" Also, is bird's eye chili even considered a chili? Is one of the most famous quotes from the show.
What?
Because people are like, let's break it down. Is bird's eye chili even considered a chili? Okay.
Anything he said.
Top comments were like, if bird's eye chili isn't a chili, what is it, a bird? People are pissed. People are like, "Professor, get in the car. We're going home."
We're going to the cottage.
Yeah, we're going to the cottage. Get the fuck out of there. Like, they're so. What do you mean? What do you mean? So we get it. You're not into the professor. You're just being so rude. Like, why do you talk to anyone like this? And he's the one making your date not awkward. So then Tian, like I said, bozo, he goes, "I've even had braised pork knuckles for like an entire week once." Like, nobody asked. Why are you saying that? And she's like, "Really?"
Why,
And then
why
later,
did
Zizi
that
is like,
catch your
"I
interest?
feel like I just don't really know how to get along with everyone very well." And it seems like she's always, okay, she doesn't say it this time, but she said it multiple times to other guys, that she's never lived in a dorm-like situation, and she's really nervous about like living with other girls and stuff.
what?
It's just pick me. It's just pick me. Hey,
Green tea.
Wait, what? She's never lived in a dorm setting, but her secret was that she got bullied in a dorm-like setting and dragged up to a bunk. Someone's lying. So either she's lying about, or she's just lying to be a pick-me. But I don't know what that accomplishes.
Yeah, you don't get along with everyone because you're weird and they can sense it from a mile away. And she's like, yeah, I just, I don't get along with anyone. And the professor, again, just trying to be courteous. At this point, he's fed up, but he says, I think you're getting along with everyone very well. Yeah, but I'm forcing myself to get along with everyone. Okay.
Her way of speaking always starts with something negative.
Working.
Someone comforts her and she attacks back.
It's just so...
She's like, "Papa, gotcha."
Take that. Piss on that, you little...
I really like your confidence. Yeah, well, I'm faking it, so.
No, I don't know. And she just keeps, she's so outgoing, so straightforward, but she keeps trying to pass herself as like this shy, introverted, soft girl. And it's like, it's okay not to be. You don't have to be that.
Yeah.
I'm so tapped up here right now. She also says like she just has to force her to be because she's a really passive person and she doesn't usually make efforts to get to know people, and she's like a really private person. I think the reason that it's bizarre is there are a lot of girls like Bao Bao, for example, where you can tell that she's incredibly shy. Just her body language, the way she carries herself, but she keeps trying to make an effort to at least get herself out there. Meanwhile, she's like, let me share my secret, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this. And then she's like, I'm just like such a shy little girl. I'm just so shy.
I've never done anything.
And everyone is like, what the hell is going on? And so as she's sharing all of these feelings, Professor is trying to relate to her, resonate with her. And so he's like, yeah, I mean, obviously me too. And before I came here, I was nervous about sharing a dorm with the other guys. But I mean, we get along so well. It's like having a second family. And before he's even done, she just laughs and she's staring off into the distance. And she's like, I don't even remember what we were even talking about anymore. We were talking about fitting in and I elaborated on it earlier and now it's your turn. And he just gestures to Tian, right? He's like, we're all going around the room. And Zizi immediately shoots back at us like, we don't have to be rigid. Like, you don't have to be so serious. This isn't an interview. You don't have to answer that, Tian, if you don't want to.
Is this person...
She's more serious.
No.
What is this energy?
So then the professor is like, we can talk about something else. Like, we don't have to have a specific topic. We can just chat. So after a few awkward moments, he looks at Tian, the professor, and is like, maybe you could ask something. And he's like, and he's saying it nicely. He's not being weird about it. He's like, you could ask something, Tian, if you'd like to ask anything. And then Zizi cuts in and says, why? Why does he need to ask anything? Like, is he the host or something? And then she starts laughing to herself.
This is fucking insane.
Yeah, I feel so bad for the
becomes
professor.
Awkward. Because the only reason it was not awkward so far was because of the professor. And
Yeah.
now he's like, okay.
So he
stopped talking and she's like trying to act all cool, which by the way, this is why everyone is like, I don't know if she was bullied.
She wasn't.
That's like the nicest comment people have been making. Other people are saying like, where's the senior? Bring her back. The senior that beat her up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, other people are saying justice for the senior. Others are saying, are we sure that she didn't start the fight with the senior? And then other people are saying like, are we sure the senior doesn't have more scars than she does and it was like a mutual fight? Other people are saying, I even want to beat her up. And it becomes so awkward and unbearable. Zizi goes, let me think. And she's trying to come up with a topic. She's like, let me think.
And meanwhile,
Tian?
I
think he was like sipping on his drink and stuff. Like, again, bozo. Like,
Not
why
a
are you here?
thought in the world.
What is going on right now?
A few seconds later, the professor turns to Tian and says, I'm curious, why didn't you go out with Bao Bao today? I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything. I just got the impression that you two had been spending a lot of time together. And viewers are really happy that he asked this question. He's like, that's a good question.
Yeah.
They're like, Professor, you're my substitute. I want to know this too. Tian's like, well, on the first...
She's gonna get so mad about that question. Like, why did you ask him that?
First day, I already got to know two girls, Influencer J and Chen 71. Then on the second and third days, I got to know Bao Bao. But getting to know her doesn't mean I've made my decision yet. And then Zizi is like, but I thought you've already made up your mind about her.
Oh,
and Professor's like,
good.
Me too, but I think they're talking about different things.
Oh.
And Tian's like, I already talked to her about this the other day and she gets it. Like, she gets that I'm trying to get to know people. Then out of nowhere, Zizi has a thought that she thinks is so comical and she starts giggling to herself. She's like, and everyone's like, are you okay? Like, if you hear voices, let someone know. And she's like, what I'm really curious about though, I have something that I'm curious about, but like, I don't know if I should say it here.
You shouldn't.
Do you think we should talk about it next time or should we talk about it now? And she's looking at Tian. It's just like,
Yeah.
Girl, just say it though.
This is why people are like, I don't think she was bullied in high school.
Yeah, she
because
was.
This is one of the
She
biggest
wasn't.
feelings of bullying is like when other people in your friend group and you're like
Yeah.
lightly getting bullied, they have an inside joke and they keep looking at you and saying their inside joke and
You
they're like, no, we
wouldn't
can't
get
talk
it.
about it right now. And then they look at you and it's such a visceral feeling that you never do that. If I'm talking about an inside joke with people, I'm going, hi everyone, I would like to publicly disclose our inside joke because we couldn't hold back the laughter and now I need everyone to know. But she's doing this so people don't believe that she was bullied. Instead, just don't talk about it. But she's like, should we talk about it now or like should we talk about it later? And the professor is looking and Tian is like, maybe I should listen to it and just see what the question is. And he leans over and puts a hand out and then like whisper it in my ear.
Bro, these two are out of control.
What is it?
Y'all.
And so she looks at the professor and is like, and he says, it's fine either way. You can say it in his ear, say it out loud, whatever. And he's very uncomfortable, but like, what is he gonna say? No, wait for later. Be nice, you know?
Yeah.
So then she leans over, whispers in his ear, and then completely shuts out the professor. And people are just stunned because she's 24 years old.
Well, I want to know
I
what
don't even
it
think
is.
teenagers
This
do
is so
this.
fucking gross. Like,
Yeah, it's not just EQ anymore. It's not just like, oh, they
Yeah.
don't socially understand certain cues. It's just, you're just rude. You're
Yeah.
really, really rude.
yeah, they
Yeah.
act like middle school
But now-
bullies.
Yeah,
Like,
bullies, yeah.
but
Now I'm the one out of the loop. I want to know the question. Because I'm nosy.
did we hear what she said?
Oh yeah, so she immediately says it out loud too. She's like, okay, like what I wanted to ask, and then she asks it out loud.
Okay, which was?
Was why you asked me to have a conversation with you last night in the living room. And this, everyone was confused because that's not really a crazy question. And also you just lied to everyone and said that you guys never had a one-on-one interaction. And then now she's like, so what I really wanted to ask was like, how are you brave enough to ask me for a one-on-one chat?
This shit got her kicking her
What?
feet. This shit got her giggling and kicking her feet.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, was I like that attractive?
Was I that hot?
Like, wow, what made you like call me
Wow.
out in the middle of the night? I must be really like attractive.
Like, is it because I'm the coolest actress you've ever met? Is it because I'm
I really hope, I really hope Professor's like, huh? But I thought y'all never been, y'all never been one-on-one, huh? I really want him to catch on to that.
and hot?
Please call her out.
This is unreal.
And then the professor is like, yeah, you're really brave for your age. I would think that when I was your age, even though I'm not much older than you, Tian, you know, I just think about how I would have looked at things back when I was 24. So I think it's great that you're learning a lot from this experience. Like, he's just trying to make it a positive thing for everyone because he just got really uncomfortable after that.
Did he say it?
Yeah, he's saying, the professor is saying all this. Yeah, yes, she said it out loud.
But what about Tian?
Tian doesn't respond.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
What
so-
do you mean he
yeah.
doesn't respond?
So the professor is like, yeah, I mean, you
Now
guys
that-
are
now
really
the
mature for
thought
your
in his
age. And he's
brain.
complimenting Tian. And Zizi goes, no, you can't say that because it has nothing to do with age. Because that means that you probably think he's immature, but that means that you would think that I'm immature then because
You
we're
are.
similar in age and you're older than us.
You are.
And the professor is like, what is going on? And he
You
just has no
are.
idea what to say. And Zizi goes, plus everyone experiences different things. So sometimes even teenagers can come across and be very mature. And then there are adults who are really, really immature. Like there are all sorts of people and it has nothing to do with age.
When is this date over?
That's what the professor wants to know. So after their disastrous dessert date ends, they get back in the car and they walk to the creek, okay? And there's like these little camping chairs set out near the creek. Zizi sits in the middle and Zizi is like, the weather is so good today. The professor is like, yeah, do you like the outdoors? And the question is obviously directed to Zizi, but Zizi answers and responds for Tian. It's weird. She's like, he likes it, but he also just like wants to lie here and enjoy it. Huh?
Yeah.
Everyone is
How
so
does she know?
Weird. Okay.
And Tian is like, not necessarily laying down. Yeah, not like laying down and enjoying it, but like when you go on a trip, like you prefer something that's not tiring, right? It's just so bizarre.
Are they a
It's like she
married
thinks her and
couple?
Tian are a team, and it's like, okay, go be a team. No one wants you guys. Just be honest with everyone and stop stringing them along and go be a team. Tian is like, yeah, which by the way, they're on a show. He's like, yeah, because I'm here to relax and I just want to enjoy myself fully before I leave. I was thinking about even extending my trip after we wrap shooting. Zizi is like, yeah, me too. Like, I would choose somewhere with a better view, stay there and like do whatever I want, eat whatever I want. And the professor is like, oh, really? That's interesting because usually when I travel, I like to plan out the itinerary. I'm a stickler about people who follow strict schedules. Like, it would just be, you're here to unwind. I don't want to be thinking about what I'm doing all day and the next day after that.
Let the man talk. Has he had one complete sentence that has been answered correctly? Like he can't finish the sentences. He can't get his questions answered. Oh. I feel so bad for this dude.
Yeah, that's still not INTJ. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is
Yeah,
not.
I hope he finds
that's so
someone.
true.
Like,
That's
like,
so
we want to know the
true.
plan. You want to follow the plan.
And then it's crazy because I mean, obviously, I have lots of things that I'm very stressed about, but I do notice if I tell him, "Hey, babe, 10 minutes," the 11-minute mark, he's pacing a little bit. He's breaking down because it's been 10 minutes, right? So now I know.
That's how I
in
am.
30, I'll
That's
be
how
there
I am.
29. No, but like she's like, why? Who needs a plan?
Who needs a plan?
Is that not crazy?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then after disrespecting the professor, which by the way, all the bullet comments are like justice for the senior, justice for the senior. And then other people are saying sometimes there's a reason to get beat up. Okay, I don't know if I support that message, but you get what I'm
do.
saying. And then all of a sudden she's like,
do.
an ant bit me. The professor immediately reaches into his pocket. Okay, the professor is a fucking INTJ. He reaches into his pocket and hands her bug repellent. That's very INTJ. She takes the bug repellent. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Did she
Sprays
throw
on
it?
Tian.
She sprays it on herself, sprays it on Tian, and then puts it on the ground in between her and Tian.
What is fucking
She
going
doesn't
on?
give it back.
Bruh.
She doesn't give the professor his fucking bug
Why not
repellent
put it on the
back.
table?
And you're saying that the professor still
So he
into her
can-
after this?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
thank
okay,
goodness.
Got it.
But he's still being polite.
Yeah.
He sees it and he's just like, you can tell his face is very tense, but he doesn't say anything. And anytime someone asks him a question or he talks, he's still very polite. He doesn't show anything.
wouldn't
He's just like,
be.
what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
a few
wouldn't
minutes later,
answer.
they get up to leave because it's going to start raining soon. And they get up. We see her. We see her on camera. We see Zizi on camera. Her eyes look down at the bug repellent that she put on the ground. There was a coffee table in front of them. She didn't put it on the coffee table. She put it on the ground. She looks down at the bug repellent
Whose is that?
and walks away. And the professor looks at the bug repellent, picks
Oh
it up,
my
and puts
God.
it in his pocket.
Oh,
She didn't say thank you. She doesn't even have the respect to give him his bug repellent back. Yeah.
What kind of upbringing will make someone act this way?
That's what people want to know. And
Nepo
everyone,
baby.
even the producers, they asked her in the confessional, like, tell us about the bug repellent. And she says, after I used the bug repellent, I just handed it to Tian casually. That's not what happened. She's rewriting history. She spritzed it on him. Okay. And then she put it in the ground. And then she said, I totally forgot it was the professor's. And then she says, you know, the professor is really good at taking care of people and he's a really nice guy, but I just don't get butterflies when I'm around him. Nobody's on her side.
yeah, you
Nobody's
kill
on
the
her side.
butterflies.
But this is just a drop in the bucket. Because on the way back, I guess those two losers don't know how to drive. And I say that as someone who has very, very interesting driving history, right? But they don't know how to drive, okay? I think. Because I don't know why the professor is driving it again. You would imagine that maybe Tian drives on the way back so that she can be a passenger princess both times. But on the way back, she immediately sits in the back seat. The professor gets in the driver's seat. Tian gets in the back seat. And she's like, can I sit in the back to eat snacks? But she's already inside the car. What is he going to say? No, get your ass in the front. So he's like, okay, sure, right? But no one with any basic manners would do this. Why are you treating him like a driver? And then she's like, do you want this yogurt drink? And she's asking the professor. Oh, I'll drink it later. No, I can open it for you. Yeah. Okay, I'll drink one. Thanks. Oh, but you need to drive. No, I would like one. No, you're driving.
Then
And then
why
she goes,
did
rejected. Like his request to have a yogurt drink.
then why did you ask?
The fuck? Oh my God.
Eventually, she does give it to him. And
Would you like to have this? Would you like to have this thing? No, maybe later. No, you'll have this thing. I'll open it for you. Okay. Never mind. You can't have it. You're driving. Okay. You can't have it. You can't have it. Why did she ask? Just to reject him? What was the point? What was the point of that? Thank you for the follow. Why is she so mean? What was the point of that? Just to reject him after he says yes? Because he
later,
said
he
no.
was just saying to the confessional, like, I was just trying to be polite and reject the drink. But then I
Yeah.
decided maybe it is a long car ride and I wanted one. And then as they're driving, the professor tries to strike up conversations. He's like, I thought this was going to be a long hiking trip at
Why?
first, but I guess they didn't make us hike. They just had us sit near the creek. They ignore him.
Ignore him.
Yeah.
Rejected.
Yeah, and they're like going through the snack bar, or like the snack bag in between them. And Zizi is like, ooh, let's eat more
I
of this
just
one.
realized.
Ignore him. They
I
don't
cut
even
my
acknowledge
finger.
that he said that. Yeah. And the professor calmly said in his confessional later, like, there were a lot of things that made me pretty upset throughout the date. you know, and I had asked her
I'd be
yesterday
more
if she
than
wanted to
pretty
keep getting to
upset.
know me, and she gave up the okay hand symbol, which is why I picked her for a date today. I could obviously feel that she was brushing off any and all of my attempts to talk. Her attitude towards me was really unresponsive, but something that I really didn't understand about the date was like, what did I do to offend you so much? I didn't do anything. No one would treat me like this for no reason. I've never been treated like this for no reason when I haven't done anything wrong. If she wanted to create distance between us, she could just have nicely made it clear that she's not interested. I just thought that all of this was unnecessary. She could have just told me straight up instead of using these incredibly childish gestures to make it obvious that she doesn't want me. So everyone was just applauding the professor and how he carried himself, because even the way he commented on the situation, no one would have been upset if he lashed out in the confessional of like, that was honestly insane. Like that, I hated that.
I know, I would have.
Like no one would have been upset. But even then he's just like, I wish this didn't happen the way it did, because she could have just talked to me. Meanwhile, Bao Bao didn't go on a date that day, and she's just at the villa, and she slept most of the date. She ends up crying with the producer because she's just saying that she's really confused, and I don't think that she's...
I hope her and the professor get together, please. Please. I hope they like each other and have a very wonderful date. That's all I need.
Being dramatic. She's even telling the producer it's hard because obviously she's in a very weird situation being on this show, and the emotions feel a lot more heightened, and because she didn't go on a date, she's had a lot of time to overthink everything nonstop. All she's been doing all day is overthinking, and she's very confused. And she's even saying to the producer, like, I don't know if I feel really upset and emotional because I'm in this type of situation and setting where we're all in the villa together, or if that's how I genuinely feel about him. Like, I'm just so lost and confused, and I don't know what I'm doing or going on. Like, she's just confused. Then that night, when everyone gets back from their dates, they're having this massive garden dinner party. Everyone's gonna dress up in suits. Everyone's gonna wear really nice dresses. So the girls come and they sit first, and there's empty chairs in front of them. Obviously not an even number, but it's practically like in front of them. So it's each guy comes one by one, and most of them are just gonna pick where they want to sit.
All right.
You guessed it. Barry comes. He's not even looking at anyone else. He's like, PR Lily, I'm sitting right here. He sits in front of PR Lily. Finance Bro comes, immediately sits in front of Chan 71.
Okay.
There's not even like a thought process. They don't even think. They're just like, oh my gosh, sit down. And then Tian comes out. So there's seats open in front of Bao Bao, Influencer Jay, Broadcaster Mimi, and Zizi.
Please.
He sits in front of Bao Bao.
What the
after going on a date with a different girl. And so Bao Bao, she was really hopeful.
No. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You're giving her hope. You told ZZ that you were gonna you weren't interested in Bao Bao at all. If the professor knows that, why are you taking an opportunity that the professor and Bao Bao could have? I swear, if the professor has to sit with ZZ, I'm gonna be so sad. Who's left?
She actually looks like, oh, he got a chance to get to know other girls, and he still wanted to sit by me today. So she gets really happy. She looks so excited. Chico sits in front of Influencer Jay, and then the other seat in front of ZZ, the professor has to sit because it's the only one open. It's like in between Broadcaster Mimi and ZZ. And he comes out with a haircut. So he's
kidding me.
No.
So he's still
No. Why? She was a bitch to him.
Are you kidding me? You chop it all off?
It wasn't like the biggest haircut.
He still looks good.
It's
Why?
Yeah. Bruh. And then he sits down in front of ZZ?
Yeah, I mean, not that he had a choice. But he does, and ZZ looks pissed.
Like, did she comment on the hair?
No, but everybody else did. And like, he does look good. Not because I think it's still kind of long, but I think it's just the way he styled it. Like, he put extra effort into styling. And also, everyone's wearing a suit, so everyone looks better, right? Yeah. But everyone was like, oh my God, you look like one of those Italian, like, old money dudes. Like, you look hot. The guys are like gassing him up. And ZZ is like, And I'm like, ZZ, out of everyone here, you look the least actressy. Everyone here is fucking mogging you, okay? Like, the girly pops, all the other girls are like in biomedical engineering and shit. They're mogging your ass. When you put her next to Bao Bao, I would think Bao Bao is the celebrity. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And Bao Bao acts more poised.
She gives like such mean girl vibes.
Holds herself with way more grace. So they have this whole dinner, and even when they do a cheers for the night, ZZ breaks her wrist so that she doesn't have to clink glasses with the professor that's sitting in front of her. So then afterwards, they're going to do this whole game, which, by the way, Influencer J was rushed to the hospital.
What?
Yeah, so previously, right before this night, I think she slipped on something and almost broke her ankle. So she has an injury. She can't really go on a lot of active dates. And Jiko was like, oh, if you can no longer film this show and go home, I'm probably going to go home too. But the producers were like, okay, you guys are doing too much. You guys can both stay and like just maybe no hiking dates. So they're really cute. So then they're going to do these like couple activities together. There's going to be games. And because Influencer J is injured, she's going to be the one giving directions on the games. Now, they're going to pair up in couples and they're going to do whatever Influencer J wants them to do. So whether that be, okay, pick each other up and spin in a circle 3 times. Do this, do that. It's like random Simon Says stuff. And then there's a rose in the middle. And once she says, now grab the rose, the first couple to grab the rose is going to get the rose.
Okay.
Like they win the game. You don't win anything from this game. You just win the game. And so then Tian, the numbers are odd. So Bao Bao is the one that didn't go on a date today because there's more girls than there are guys.
Right.
He looks at Bao Bao and then goes, Zizi, do you want to be on a team? And Bao Bao says, like, it was just really kind of shocking because he sat in front of her during the dinner.
Yeah, why did he do that?
Like, he knows, everyone knows that she's going to be left out again today if he doesn't pick her because no one else was interested in Bao Bao at the time. So it just, like, is weird.
Yeah.
You guys just went on a date. Like, you guys got to go out the villa. Like, give the girl her game if she wants, right? But no. Zizi and Tian get together. PR Lily and Barry, obviously. Finance Bro and Chen 71. And then now Bao Bao and the Professor become a team. Not because they want to, but just because they have to. Influencer J is sitting it out because she's injured. And Jiko is also sitting it out because he doesn't want to be with anyone other than Influencer J. So they're doing all these tasks. And there's this table with the rose in front.
Please, Bao
So
Bao.
Bao Bao and the Professor are going up against Tian
Fall in
and
love.
Zizi. So they're doing all of this, and then all of a sudden she's like, grab the rose. Professor reaches for the rose and he picks it up, but then the minute that he picks it up, because he's won, he notices it's just the stem. The rose part had fallen off. So he's just holding the long stem of the rose. And then both Tian, the motherfucker, and Bao Bao look down at the ground, and the rose is in between their feet. Tian, what would Tian do? Tian just went on a date with another girl, chose the other girl, sat in front of Bao Bao. Like, it's very obvious the gentleman thing to do, even if you're not, like, I think in general is like, let her grab the rose. She's had such a day too. But in the end, he's like, I'm gonna get the rose. He swoops down so fast and snatches the rose, and he's like, guys, I got the rose. And then he looks at the professor and goes, mine's a real rose, yours doesn't even count. And Zizi on the side is like, exactly.
What?
The stem's better anyways.
Everyone's like, go ahead and date and remove yourselves from society, please. Like, go be a menace in each other's lives. They're a match made in heaven. No wonder you guys are into each other. You guys are both assholes. And then they go into a rematch. And this time, Bao Bao just snatches the rose for herself. So her and the professor win. And everyone is like applauding. Everyone at the dinner table is applauding because they're like, what is this?
Goodness.
They're all like watching this like, what just happened?
So other people don't like the other two?
No.
Okay.
And everyone's saying, Bao Bao looks really good with the rose. Like, yes, Bao Bao, you don't need a man. And they keep winning all the other games. They did, I think, charades. They did some other games. Professor and Bao Bao keep winning. And it's very clear that the netizens want to ship them, but they're definitely not interested in each other. But they're very friendly. Bao Bao even sends her text message to the professor that night. But it's like a very platonic, like, thanks for having fun with me in the games. As for the professor, he doesn't send a message to anyone. I think a lot of the reasons why netizens have gravitated towards characters like Influencer J is because of these moments. So after the whole games, because Bao Bao and Professor won most of the games, they each get a wish from the producers.
Okay.
They can use that wish whenever they want throughout the show. Professor uses it for the next day. And then he texts the producers, tomorrow I don't want to go on a date with anyone. I just want to use the car and go on a date with myself. So that's Professor's wish. He's like, I just want some time by myself.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then Bao
Fair
Bao
enough.
is really depressed in the room. And Influencer J comes up to her and is just saying, like, I noticed that you were a lot happier when we first started filming, when we first got here, and you seem like more and more down. Is everything okay? And she's just trying to explain, like, we're stuck in this setting with certain rules about the dates, and I think you got too immersed in it, and I think you're letting it get to your head. But think about it, when you leave in a few days, you're still the same person, nothing happened, like, you're still going to be just as happy, life is going to go on. And she's like giving really good advice that is not just like, feel better, come on, you're so hot, anyone would be lucky to have you.
You're so
like, it's not that, it's just very genuine. But then, right after Influencer J leaves, Bao Bao is in her bed trying to get better, and she just hears the loudest laughter coming from downstairs, and you can just tell it's Zizi and Tian. So remember that mutual friend they have? They FaceTime that mutual friend. And I don't know why Tian starts doing this, but he starts doing a really high-pitched Mickey Mouse voice. And he goes, look,
I'm Mickey Mouse.
and so loud. They put the friend on speaker. They're laughing and talking at full volume. Just no mind in the world about everyone else that's taking a rest right now. Zizi is laughing, and she's just, ah, ha, 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 ha. And she's like, is he like this in real life? Like, tell me so I can see if he's faking it for the show. Like,
He
what
is.
do you guys mean? Are you guys class?
He's faking it.
Zizi's asking a bunch of questions, and some of Tian's responses were really alarming. At one point, when she's asking how long did you guys know each other, Tian goes, I knew of her before she was even of age. Which
What?
I think is really weird. A lot of people think that she just recently turned of age, because if that were not the case, he would say, oh, we knew each other before we were even of age. That would be like, oh, we both go way back to when we were both young.
Yeah,
It's like
weird thing.
just her.
And then
was
does that make sense? And there's no way that she's older than him, because then he would say like, oh, I knew her when I was like 10.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the fact that that's his gauge for when he knows a girl is really bizarre.
Yes.
And so she's like, ha ha ha, like, you know, I was here for a few days and I had zero interaction with him. It wasn't until the second day we finally interacted and I realized that you guys two knew each other. Ah, ha. And Bao Bao is in her bed and she's looking so depressed because she can hear them just cackling. So then, hearing them giggle, she sends a text message to the producers. She says, I want to see Tian's message to Zizi tonight.
Tian's message to Zizi?
Yeah, and they send it to her.
Why would she do that?
Why?
Were you happy today? I have a feeling we have a lot of common topics to talk about. What do you think?
That's it?
Yeah, and Bao Bao immediately when she sees this, she regrets it, and she starts telling the producers like, I don't know why I did that. Like, I don't know who I'm becoming. Like, I feel like I'm just so lost by his different mixed signals, but I feel like I invaded his privacy, and I feel really bad about it. And she's just like having a mental breakdown because she has a moral code and nobody else does.
Oh. Dude, she's getting fucked up in like 2.5 days.
Yeah, I know. And then right after that, before the night ends, the producers are like, hey, Bao Bao, Tian wants to talk to you.
Oh my god.
So then she goes out to talk to him and she's feeling all this guilt of seeing that message, but she doesn't want to say that to him. So she's just like, I feel really guilty because I think that I've been putting way too much pressure on you to just talk to me. And maybe you were doing it to save face. Like, I truly don't mind if you want to talk to other people. I just want to know what's going on. So I know that I'm not being too pushy. Like, maybe you're trying to nicely reject me, but I don't get that message. And so I just keep trying to talk to you and I don't want to be a burden on you in that way. And she's just like spilling her thoughts.
And now is the time for someone to nicely tell her, right?
Yeah, and then she's like, I just feel so guilty because I feel like I've been getting mixed signals and reacting in a certain way. And he says, you don't have to feel guilty. Like, you don't have to feel that way. You're overthinking things.
So
I want to punch him in the face.
Not turn her down, basically,
He's
right?
like, in this type of process, it's just really good to express your wants and thoughts. Like, knowing what you want is really important.
I want to punch him in the face.
Everyone's getting to know each other, and in the end, they'll take everything they've learned and make a decision. And that's all it is. It's just a completely normal process. It's not that complicated. This isn't a competition. No one's getting eliminated. Even if you don't end up with anything, it doesn't mean you're a failure or that you're unlikable. It's not like that at all. Just treat this as an experience. As long as you have no regrets, that's enough. I also think it's just a really interesting experience to have for us, right? And she's like, yeah, I guess that's right.
Just reject her, please. Stop making her hopeful. Just reject her. Oh my gosh.
And he's just saying, you need to listen to yourself and be selfish. You should just go after what you want. And people are saying this is really toxic because it's very clear. And she's made it clear to him that he is who she wants. And he's saying, like, keep coming after me, baby.
Exactly.
Keep it up. That's what I want. And Bao Bao, I think a lot of people think that because she studied a lot, had really insane good college entrance exams, and maybe she had spent a lot of time during high school, college just studying, that she hasn't had as much romantic experience. Because right after this, in the confessional, she's like, I feel like after talking to him, I feel really happy.
Oh, God.
Because I think he made the situation, I realized I was just too in my head thinking too much, and he made it seem like it was much less serious, and we went back to the lightheartedness that we were having before, and it was just very light and happy and chill. And he shared his thoughts with me, and maybe it's because every date that I've ever been on, I just take it too seriously. And to him, going on a date doesn't necessarily mean he's committing to someone. He's just thinking, oh, if I go on this date, I'm getting to know someone, so maybe like that's how it should be.
Girlie, he's not committing to you.
But unlike him, I just treat everything too seriously. Yeah, and then she says, in the end, it just made me feel like I still want to get to know him and I still have a chance.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
People said she got PUA'd, which is the thing that they say in Chinese, which PUA, pickup artist. Yeah, she got brainwashed or something. And she even asked about his date. And she's like, oh, how was your date today? And again, another opening for him to say, it was really good. I really liked getting to know Zizi. I think that we have a lot of connection, right? He says, today was like the three of us. Oh, was it awkward? It was super awkward. Yeah, it was.
Or the
super
reason.
Awkward. And he's just acting like he didn't enjoy the date at all.
You
It was
caused
super awkward
it
for the
to be
professor. Like,
awkward.
cut your shit. Let's be real. At the end, Bao Bao goes, then would you hope that I pick you tomorrow for a date?
No.
He's silent.
No.
Do you not have other guys you want to get to know? Oh, the others are like all really locked in. If I go, I would just be a third wheel. How am I supposed to get to know them? That's true. If you want to pick me, then just follow your own heart. It's normal to want to get to know me, right? And she's like, if I pick you, then you won't be able to go on a date with other people. And that would just be awkward. Right? Or don't feel pressured. If you want to keep getting to know me, that's completely normal. It's all part of the process of getting to know each other. You
Shut
can be
the
brave
fuck
and make your
up.
own decisions.
Dude.
It's the same as Zizi. Like, I'm enjoying having two girls fight over me. Like, fight over me some more. That's the vibe that Tian
guys?
gives. Oh yeah, but he's having two girls fight over him,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Zizi has two guys fighting over her, and people are like, this is so ick. So the next day, everyone is going to continue picking dates, but we don't know if it's like the girl's choice to pick and the order of choosing, whether it's a game or not.
Okay.
But before all of that, Chef Barry the American is making breakfast for everybody. Everyone comes out to eat. Bao Bao sits at the very edge. Finance bro sits next to her, and while everyone is eating, she leans over to the finance bro, Bao Bao, Bao Bao. Our girl Bao Bao, and she says, starting today, I'm going to randomly pick a couple and torture them. The first person I'm going to torture is you. And Finance Bro looks completely confused, so she repeats herself. And Bao Bao goes, I said, today I'm going to randomly pick a couple and torture them.
What?
And today is you. Congratulations.
What does that mean?
What is that?
What is-
Oh my god, she got f***ed up. Oh my god, they broke her.
Her brain is broken.
Holy shit. You don't even know what she's saying.
She repeated it like 10 times, and he just keeps going, torture. And she's like, torture.
What?
And that is where I leave you with part 2. And I just want to say, the next episode, this next podcast part, this date goes down in history. Every single Chinese netizen
Oh no.
has lived this date once, rewatched it 10 times,
No.
and now we live to tell the tale.
Okay, well, I guess we're leaving with that cliffhanger. Oh no. If you don't watch the next part, I'm gonna torture you. Okay, bye-bye. I feel so bad for Bao Bao. And I think she broke. She broke. Oh no. Oh, I'm so scared for her. Let me get the next part. Okay. This title. Oh no. This title scares me. Okay. But this is the final part. Okay. What? And the title is what? Wait, which one's the mama's boy? That's gotta be Tian, right? That's the only one I could imagine. Plus, to belittle his love interest is definitely okay. I feel so bad for Bao Bao. I just want her to find love and to realize he's not interested in her and move on. Okay, I need a drink. Watery. Okay. What's every? No. No. What's up, YouTube? My name is Mistic. Today I'm watching the third part of this dating show. Mama boy shuts off camera to belittle another girl to please his love interest. Exposed by hot mic. Oh no. Oh no. How do you even turn off a camera in one of these shows? I feel so bad for whatever Bao Bao is gonna go through. I still don't get how this is 30 something episodes, but okay. Boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
We're 2 episodes deep into this series already,
yeah,
and I have a feeling it's going to keep going and going and going because there's just so much happening in every episode. Welcome back to Secretly in Love. If you haven't watched our first Secret in Love,
it's not a tearjerker. It is rage inducing, very, very rage inducing. I want to punch someone.
Every single time because technically I don't know what it is in Chinese. So if you haven't watched our first 2 episodes on this, you need to go watch it because there's no way that I can even give you any sort of sufficient summary where you will understand the heart and soul of this show.
Everyone sucks, except for
premise. The premise of this Chinese dating reality show is Secret in Love. So you bring together like 4 or 5 guys, 4 or 5 girls, and they all film this secret before the show even starts filming. And sometimes the secret is lame. Sometimes the secret is really devastating. Most of the time, like all the previous seasons before this season, the whole premise of the show is Secret in Love. So the whole plot of every show is, hey, you're gonna find out my secret and we're dating, and then once you find out my secret, you're gonna think differently of me, and then back and forth, and then they go watch the secret, and then they realize, oh, maybe we're not compatible because of your secret. There's so much emphasis on the goddamn secret. Right. Now this season, no one cares about these secrets. The real secret is how are these people that have been cast on this dating reality show out in the free world? How are they free civilians in society? They need to be in a Looney Tune hospital. Someone needs to check them out. There's something going on. So I'm just gonna give you a recap of all the couplings, okay? You've got PR Lily. She is the very calm, demure woman. She's like a little princess, okay?
She's
I don't know how else to describe her. She's so classy, eloquent. She seems really kind as well and very intelligent. She minds her own business. And then you've got Chef American Barry. Chef Barry, you see PR Lily, you're gonna see Chef Barry. He doesn't care about anyone else but PR Lily. He barely cares about the other guys. He's just like, PR Lily, that's all I care about. And he's anywhere PR Lily is. And PR Lily is nowhere. Like they barely get screen time.
Oh.
They're a great couple, but there's so much drama in the show that like the producers are like, you guys are great, but we gotta go. Like we can't use our SD card storage. Like, do you know how expensive these SD cards are? We gotta go. We gotta go see the crazy people. So they're barely there, but they're nice. They seem really nice. I like them. And then you have Chen71. She's kind of an influencer. I don't know if influencing is like a full-time job. That's a crazy sentence, okay? I don't know what she does for work, but she does have an online following, and that was like an important thing. Anyway, she's very pretty, and she's also kind of on the quiet side. She's dating Finance Bro. Finance Bro is one of the more outgoing guys, and he's like a guy's guy. So far, he seems okay. However, he does give me kind of bro vibes. He does give me every Saturdays are for the boys. That's what he gives me. Then you have the professor. The professor is single, and the professor has shoulder length hair that he dramatically cut to be a few centimeters above shoulder length.
Why they call him professor? Because he looks like one, or?
Yeah, he's an artist.
Oh.
But he talks like a professor.
Oh, okay.
He thinks before he talks, which is something that I cannot relate to. But
something that no one else on the show does.
Say something where it's kind of vague and profound and philosophical, and you're like, but you know what? For some reason, it's not annoying. It's not show-offy. It actually makes sense.
He's an INTJ.
Yes. Yeah. And like it just makes sense, and he seems like a good person to go for advice. So that's why they call him the professor. He almost seems too mature for everyone. Then you have Bao Bao. Bao Bao is famously known on Chinese social media as the victim. That's just you bring up the words the victim, Bao Bao is gonna show up because this everybody has seen the show in China. It's crazy. Bao Bao is, she went to one of the top schools in China, a science major, STEM major. Like she is so intelligent, so beautiful. She literally looks like a Korean actress. Like one in particular, I want to see if you guys think the same one, but she is stunning, but very shy, very, very shy. And you can tell, the other girls are more comfortable in how shy they are. So like Chen 71, PR Lily, they're very shy, but they're very confident being shy. Whereas Bao Bao seems like she keeps trying to come out of her shell because like people tell her you need to get to know people. That's what the show is about. So you almost see her like forcing herself to like get involved and talk to people, but she seems like she's not having the best time. And like you just want to give her a hug. That's Bao Bao. And then you have Influencer J. Influencer J, she is an influencer, and that's what she's introduced as. So you would think that she's gonna be the most fucking annoying person on the show. I thought wrong. Okay, she is so cool. She's just chill. She's just there, and she's really nice, and she really cares about other people. And she sprained her ankle, so most of the time she's gonna be in a wheelchair. And then you have Chico. Chico is like the younger guy that really likes Influencer J. Like, and I could see it. I could see her being a Duna that dates a younger boy. Like, I could see that. So they're together. And then you have the stars of the show, Tian. Tian is this guy who is a mama's boy. There's really no other way to describe him except for the fact that
You'll
I
get
think
used
that
to
if
it.
you were to give him a small task to do, such
I
as
hate
can you run
Tian.
this load of laundry, he would come back with 25 problems of why the laundry machine doesn't work today, of he tried to run the laundry and
broke
it
it.
didn't start because he doesn't know where the start button is. Like, he just doesn't know how to do anything is the vibe that I get from Tian. I also get the vibe that his hands are flawless and soft. Just smooth, no cuts ever, no wrinkles, just soft, pudgy, little fleshy mama boy's hands.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I have a thing with guys who have too soft of hands. Oh yeah. There was recently this winter season.
I mean,
was
my
really
hands
dry,
aren't
and he was
soft.
getting-
They kind of have some
he
cuts
was
on
getting
them,
a
but
little,
like,
itchy because he was so dry.
I
He was
want
traveling
soft
anyway.
hands.
He's getting itchy, so I'm like, you know what? Come here. Let me give you my moisturizing routine. So he did my moisturizing routine for like 3 days, and then I touched him and I said, "This is weird. You are baby soft, and I don't like it." He was like the baby smooth, and I was like, I'm hiding my lotion. No, but he just reminds me of the type that has the soft, pudgy hands, and then like he doesn't know how to like open a beer bottle, like a glass beer bottle, if he doesn't have a beer bottle. You get the fact, okay?
I mean, I can't. I mean, I can't open most cans without a thing because I have no grip strength, unfortunately. So I just have to have one of those bottle openers. What's wrong with that?
See it.
So a guy has weak hands.
Exactly. And then you have
Let me live.
Zizi. Zizi is an actress.
Ugh.
Everyone thinks that she's a Nepo baby actress because she was the female lead.
She
of
needs
this
to get better at acting nice. Jesus.
huge fable that was readapted into a movie, but she's just so insane. I don't know how else to describe Zizi. Remember the mosquito scene with the professor? If you don't, go and watch the past 2 episodes.
Wait, what mosquito?
The mosquito repellent.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
he gives
okay.
up. Yeah. And then Zizi, the way she talks is always so sharp. Like, you know, those people, don't say me, I'm gonna start crying, but those people, they have like a sharp tone, but they also talk very aggressively. So it almost
I
sounds
don't
like
know why my thing's
everything
stuttering.
they say is a screaming accusation at someone, and you're just talking about how she wants her eggs for breakfast.
so weird.
Meanwhile, she talks like that, and every 2 seconds she needs to remind everyone that she's shy, she doesn't get along with other girls, and she's really scared to be
She
here.
doesn't get along with anyone other than like Tian. Everyone else hates her. She doesn't get along with anyone. She needs to get bullied again.
And she's nervous, and she's forced to fit in, but she doesn't really fit in, and she likes quiet time alone.
Green tea.
Yeah, green tea, bitch.
Green tea is basically Chinese
Pick
for
me, bitch.
pick me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Green tea.
And then you have broadcaster Mimi. So she is a broadcaster. That's really all we know about her.
I
okay,
forget
but
about
she
her.
leaves. This is where everything kicks off. Is broadcaster Mimi leaves the villa.
Why?
She leaves because she was really interested in Barry, but Barry only has eyes for PR Lily, and she's like, I'm not really interested in the other guys, so I don't see the point in sticking around for a reality dating show if I don't want to date anyone. And I'm not trying to break up PR Lily and Barry, so I'm just gonna go home. She goes home, and at this point, everything falls apart.
Oh, no.
Everybody wakes up the next morning. They realize that broadcaster Mimi is gone. Bao Bao takes it the hardest.
They
She
didn't do like an official goodbye. They just let her walk. Oh no.
sobbing, and Bao Bao seems like she is very emotionally attached to people, and like it's gonna tie in with her secret in a second, but she was very emotional, but it's not like this I'm gonna make this about me and cry and I want everyone to pay attention. Like, she genuinely seems sad, and she was really close to broadcaster Mimi. So Bao Bao's really sad. Everybody else is just kind of confused, like, oh, this is kind of a very grim start to the day, this makes
Good
me a little grim, right?
night.
But that's about it. So the rest of the day, everyone's gonna get paired off and go on their own little dates. Now, this is a mutual pairing. So in previous episodes, sometimes the guy picks and the girl has to go, or sometimes the girl picks and the guy has has to go. This is only if you are paired together. You guys both choose each other.
Okay.
You will go on this date. Now, there's two people that don't have partners, which are Bao Bao, because she's interested in Tian, and Tian is interested in Zizi, and Zizi is interested in Tian.
Bao Bao
and
the professor
who was interested in Zizi, was Zizi's interested in Tian. Remember, they had the 3-party
And
date.
Zizi's
So
a bitch.
the professor and Bao Bao are single, and they don't get picked. The professor actually asked the producers if he could, because remember he won a game, so he gets like a free wish. So he's like, I just want a car and I want a date to myself.
Oh yeah.
But he doesn't tell anyone. Because he's not obligated. No one is, it's not like a morning meeting where it's like, okay, now couple number 1 is this. It's just like, okay, now that we've had breakfast and everybody knows that broadcaster Mimi is gone, everyone get in your respective cars and go off on your date. So everyone slowly makes their ways to the cars. So you've got Professor going off by himself. You've got PR Lily and Barry. You've got Finance Bro and Chen 71. And then of course, Tian and Zizi go off. Influencer J and Jiko actually stay home because Influencer J sprained her ankle. So Bao Bao is not alone. She's with them. But she doesn't want a third wheel. Yeah, so they're going to watch a movie and they even ask her to stay and she's like, no, I'm not gonna like be a third wheel. That's crazy. So she goes back to her room and she's like lounging on the bed, rolling around, and she's just really sad. Now, here's the thing. Bao Bao does not know that this is a mutual interest date.
What
So
does
she
that mean?
didn't pick a date.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, Tian told her that he's trying to get to know Zizi. So she didn't want to pick Tian in the off chance that she would go on this weird group date like there had been previously.
Okay.
So she just like is by herself.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know this is a mutual date. And this is really important because in Bao Bao's mind, she thinks that Tian and Zizi and the professor are on another date because why would the professor be gone from the house?
That's
Right.
crazy.
So she's like, oh my God, they're on another 3-person date. Like how uncomfortable.
What? How do we know that she thinks that?
Because there's a whole thing about it. Yeah.
Oh.
And no one said this was a mutual date, you know? So she, and the professor is gone. No one knew, that, like
Oh
everybody
yeah,
assumed.
because the professor doesn't have a date, so
Yes.
where did he go? So he assumed another 3. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
So she's lounging in her bed and she's asking Jiko randomly here and there, like, what's the situation with Tian? Does he even want to get to know me? And Jiko's like, yeah, I think so. That's the feeling that I got, at least in the guys' dorm. So she's laying on the bed and after some time she decides, you know what? I'm not just going to stay in my room and mope about the rest of the day because that's what I did yesterday. So I'm just going to try to make myself feel better, get dressed up and go out alone. So she gets dressed up. She asks the producers if they can call a car for her and she goes on this little date by herself. And everyone in the comments, so in Chinese reality shows, most of them are streamed live. In like the viewing is live. They have bullet comments. So at the top of your TV screen, even if it covers people, covers things, you'll see all the top comments on social media coming up onto the bullet screen on live television. And people fucking love it because it adds so much context to what's going on. So all the comments are like, Bao Bao, you don't need a man. Like, look how beautiful you are by yourself. Like, I love that you're being independent. Yes, these dates fucking suck anyway. All the comments are positive. And people
I
are
wish
saying,
her the
you can actually
best.
tell what's happening in the next scene just by reading the top comments because all of a sudden, the comments take a dramatic turn.
Oh no.
I hope there's a car accident that happens. 2,
What? This has to be about Tian and bitch. Oh no.
horrendous people. Give these horrendous people less screen time. These disgusting people are going to start their little show, aren't they? People even call them the floor. So in Chinese reality TV, people, netizens will say, you're the ceiling, you're the ceiling. That means like you are the standard and you can't go above your standard.
Nobody
like,
can go above.
no one
this
can top
standard.
you because you're the greenest of the green flags.
You're
You're
the
the
ceiling.
ceiling. Like this is the
Right,
top of the
right.
top.
They're the
They're
Like
the floor.
the-
So they said we had to make up something for you guys.
Skill.
You're the floor because no one can
Floor
get
and
below
skill.
you. You guys are the
Okay.
lowest of the low. You guys are truly terrible people. You are the soul of
They
the
are
you
the
are
dirt.
floor. So when they're in the car, both of them are in the back. I guess they don't know how to drive, so they have a driver. Loser.
That's crazy. Okay.
Just kidding. I barely know how to drive, but loser. Okay. So they're just in the back and they're bonding over the fact that they're so narcissistic. They're so crazy. They're like, oh my God, what were you for Halloween? What were you? Oh, I was an angel. I was an angel. And they're like showing each other pictures of their angel costumes.
They're both
Should have been
angels.
It's all the
demons.
comments are
Irony.
2 devils. 2 devils. 2 devils. Which,
Dang.
side note, another important thing to know is we know that Zizi is an actress because she fucking tells us nonstop.
Yeah.
So you can't even forget it. However, for Tian, we don't know what he is. He
Okay.
described himself on this TV show as a freelancer. We don't know what he freelances in.
Unemployed.
I think
He
that he's trying to be
freelances
an
the
influencer.
couch.
He has 40,000 followers, which in America is a lot, but in China, it's nothing. Like Tiffany was saying, hey, so if you have 40,000 followers and you try to go to a company and you say, hey, I've got 40,000 followers, I want you to sponsor a post, they're gonna laugh in your face.
Apparently, she said anything under 1 million is micro influencer.
Yeah. And I was like, that's
Damn.
insane.
Wow.
Yeah. She was like, yeah, they're called like
I don't
smaller
exist in
relatable influencers
China.
under 1 million. I'm like, okay, that's crazy. And so he has 40,000 followers on Douyin, but he also doesn't. He doesn't get a lot of engagement. So like no one knows what he's doing. Like no one knows how he makes money. And this is important later because people start believing that the only reason he's pursuing Zizi is because he wants to become famous. And she's already an actress. So that would make the most sense if people start shipping
and they both
them
have
and they become
rotten,
like an influencer couple, actor
personalities.
couple. So they get to the location of their date, which is this farm. And they feed the ducks, they feed the sheep, they feed the lambs, and just like all these other small activities. It's like free labor, which I'm all for, okay? So throughout the date, all the bullet comments are just negative. It's all like someone get an alpaca and spit in their face. Someone get a llama to stomp on them, okay? Everyone's like, two losers, just nonstop. The bullet comments are going off.
I agree.
At one point while they're feeding the lambs, Zizi accidentally slips and falls, and it's nothing serious. She just kind of like accidentally kneels on the grass because she trips. And people hate her so much that the comments read, I can't believe she's fine. How did you not break a bone from that fall? I wish. Okay, so after feeding the animals, playing with the animals, the two of them take this little train. This date is gonna blow up. Right now, it's calm, it's chill, right? Nothing's happening. Just wait. They take this little train. Chuga chuga. Train, okay? It's just the two of them. And their conversations are just so triggering. Tian is like, this is the most romantic moment I've had in days. Now, mind you, he had gone on multiple dates with Bao Bao that he, in the date, seemed so interested in Bao Bao and was leading her on. Even last night, he was like, Bao Bao, you can call me anytime. Like, yes, I'm getting to know another girl, but I'm not settling down. Like, if you still want to talk to me, he even told her, like, if you get lonely tomorrow, you can call me if you're not going on a date.
Oh.
They all have their own phones. Like, they have their filming phones, you know?
Yeah.
And so she was like, okay. And then he was talking about how awkward the 3-person date was. This is so important in a second. So important in a second. So he's like, yeah, like this is the most romantic day I've had in like days. Zizi's like, ha 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 ha. I really like it when it's quiet and we can just sit here like this. And everyone's just like, bitch, you're the loud one. You're the one that makes everything unquiet. It feels like a fairy tale. Exactly. Like being in a forest surrounded by wilderness. It's like, what the fuck are we doing with this information? And he's like, this is what I call a real date. And she goes, right? Like, why would you do physical labor? Okay, so on previous dates that he went with Bao Bao, so this has netizens putting 2 and 2 together, that he was talking about his previous dates with Bao Bao to Zizi. Because all of his previous dates, they were picking veggies and making their own hot pot. They were grilling food together. Yeah. So she's making it seem like, oh, this is what a real date is. No physical labor. And it was just like the weirdest conversation where both of them were being mean for no reason. It was just bizarre. So all the comments are like, why does it feel like she's screaming whenever she talks? These two are so noisy. They're such a racket. Like everywhere they go, you are this loud, yet you're saying you like quietness. You don't even know what quiet means. And she's like, when two people are quietly enjoying the scenery,
I love the quiet.
You talk so damn much. I don't know how much you can love the fucking quiet. It's fine. I don't like the quiet, but like stop trying to convince us that you like the quiet. They get off the train. They start walking. And suddenly Tian gets a phone call, a FaceTime phone call. Okay, it's not a FaceTime because I think they're sponsored by this phone, because I saw some weird clips of this phone earlier where it's like they were taking a picture and then one of them goes, there's two people in the background. And like you can tell they're acting and they suck at acting even though Zizi is an actress. She's like, look, why'd you get the two people in the background? And he goes, just wait, I can delete them. And then he like circles them and it's on the phone and we get close up on the phone
obvious.
And I'm like, okay.
Ad
so
placement.
then he's like, oh, I'm getting a call and it's Bao Bao. Bao Bao is calling on their date. And the way that Tian looks,
what?
He's so happy.
He's so happy?
He's so happy.
Why?
Because imagine you're on a date with someone and another person calls. Usually the feeling is, well, I'll get it later. Or it could even be agitation. Like you show like, and then you put it in your pocket, right?
He wants to show that women want him, right? Like, oh, look at her. So desperate for me. She's so interested in me. Yet I'm with you. Interesting.
He looks like, oh, I want everyone to know that even while I'm on a date, I got another girl trying to call me. Like he seems like he's loving this attention. Like I can't even go through a date without my backup date calling me.
That's crazy.
Like he looks like
Oh
no. He's like, oh yeah, Bao Bao's calling. And then he leaves. He walks away. So they're on this open farm and he's walking to the side.
Does Zizi know?
Yeah.
It was Bao Bao? How does she look?
She looks kind of like, that's weird, but not like, just kind of like, okay.
Okay.
And she
The
kind of
first
walks
time
to
he's
the left
ever
side, and he walks to the right. So she's giving him a little bit of privacy, a little bit. So he's like, hello. And Bao Bao's like, what are you doing, male celebrity? So he just like really wants to be a celebrity, I think, right? We're gonna get there. And he's like, we're in this farm. Bao Bao's like, I'm at the same farm as you. Did you notice? I'm right behind you. Do you see me? And you can see she has her phone really close to her face, so you can see her face, but you can still see a little bit of grass behind her.
Okay.
So it does look like she's there. So Tiana's like, what? You're here? Where are you? She's like, I'm right behind you. Look at my background. I'm also on the field on the farm. Really? Don't lie to me. I'm really behind you. I followed you guys the entire day. Seriously, where are you?
What?
And then Tian calls over Zizi and is like, she says she's been here all day. Zizi's like, who?
Okay, so she said she wanted to torture couples. So I'm guessing she's pranking them? Because, like, obviously she didn't follow them, but, like, maybe she asked a professor, not professor, a producer where they went.
Bao Bao's been here. Like, where is she? So now she like is looking at the phone and she sees Bao Bao. They say hi to each other. And Tian's like, where are you? Are you being serious? They're both looking around. They're looking at the phone. They're looking around. And Bao Bao's like, I am. Just turn left a little and walk in that direction for about 200 meters. I'm gonna wait for you guys there. So Tian is like, wait, left? She's over there? Zizi's like, really? Like, should we go find her? Tian is like, what's next to you? We don't see you. What's next to you? There's a tree next to me. What tree? Which tree? There's so many trees. Are the three of you out together again? So Bao Bao is asking, like, is it you three again? They don't respond. They fucking ignore the question.
Okay.
Okay, so then Tian is like, are there animals next to you? Is there like an animal pen next to you? Yeah. Are you inside of a building? Yeah. I think she might be over there. So they're like pointing. Zizi's like, there's a tree, and then there's like a little building.
Is she
right
really
Maybe she's
there?
Wait, can you send us like a picture of your surroundings or something? So Tiana's like, yeah, can you send us a picture? No, I won't show you. Huh? I'm not actually there. I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. Okay, you scared me. So they're like, that was weird. So Zizi is like more officially like, okay,
I'm
well,
glad
hi,
she's not
right?
there.
And so Baba asks again, oh, is it the three of you guys on the date? Because
Wait, she says she's not at the farm?
yeah.
Oh.
So she said she's not at the farm. So then she's like, is it the three of you guys on the date again? Like she's looking for the professor and no one answers. So Zizi just asks, where are you? And she's like, I'm on the field.
Huh?
So Zizi's like, wait, so you're here? Like you just said you're not here. Are you here? Or like, who are you? She's like, who are you with? Who are you with? Like, what's going on? Bao Bao jokes that she's on a date with broadcaster Mimi, which like really throws both of Zizi and Tian off because broadcaster Mimi left this morning and Bao Bao was crying about it. And so it's like, wait, what do you mean you're with, like, we're so confused. Like, where are you?
Abstract.
And she's like, I think that broadcaster Mimi already went to the hotel, but I was with broadcaster Mimi. So they're like, what? What's going on? Like, what's
They
happening?
broke
So then
her.
Bao Bao explains, your next
They broke her head so bad. They broke her.
task is to find me within 10 minutes. If you manage to find me, you'll receive a special prize tonight. So they're looking around and Zizi's like, oh, I think she's over there. Like, let's go. Now, mind you, when they're looking for her, they're not like running, sprinting. They're kind of like walking in circles, just in a small circle in the big field because it's open farmland. So you can see all the buildings. It's not like they're like running through the alleyways, going up and down stairs. It's like
She's
they're just kind
pranking
of
him,
turning
right?
around, looking. And even they're not even walking in big circles. They're just kind of on the phone confused because they still don't know, like, are you here? Where are you? Just send us a picture before we head in one direction. Like, where are you? And they're like, oh, I think she's there. Like, I guess we can go over there. And Tian is like, you're not joking, right? Zizi's like, you're not kidding, right? And Baba goes, no, I'm not joking. If you can't find me within 10 minutes, you're going to receive a secret punishment tonight. Tiana's like, a secret punishment? Like, there's a side quest in all of this? Like, but there's nothing over there. Like, if you were there, we would have seen you because we were just there.
Right.
Zizi's like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Bao Bao is even pointing to a railing behind her and is like, this is a hint to my
hope
location.
she's not there.
Now, I will say, she's not there. Like, she's not there at all.
She's not at the farm.
She's not at the farm.
Good.
She's not at the farm, okay?
Okay.
And Bao Bao's like, dude, look, do you see the railing behind me? I'm right by the railing.
So
they're
where
like,
is she?
she's in the place that she went to the original date with Tian before. So she just like hung out by herself. So they're like, which railing? Like,
Is this part of the show or?
no.
Oh, this is her own doing?
Yeah, okay, so it's gonna get crazy, okay? So they're like, which railing? And Baba's like, which railing? Like, do you guys not see it? I can take a screenshot, but it's this railing. So they're looking at the railing. Both Tian and Zizi are looking at the railing. But again, it's like, they're not really going far. They're just kind of standing there on their phone looking and being like, what? Where? Let's try there. Where? What? Where? What? Is this for real? Like, they're so confused. They're not doing a lot of looking because they're just confused. Understandably. Now, Tian says, look, it's like the thin railings. Baba's like, yeah, look for the thin railings. And they're like, what? Okay, let me look at the picture again. And so Baba's like, you guys just look for it. We'll see each other later. And they're like, no. Zizi's like, no, don't say we'll see each other later. Like, where are you? And Tian is like, really? We're gonna look for you. Baba's like, yeah, look for me. Look for me. I'll see you later. And Zizi's like, this is so weird. Like, how are we gonna... Tian's like, see you later. And like, really? We're gonna look for you? Yeah. And so they start looking and they realize that the farmers are closing up. When I say they start looking, like, they look. to their right and the farmers are closing up. Okay? It's not like they're running around looking. They look to their right and they're like, oh, look, the farmers are closing up. So Zizi is on the phone and is like, hey, they said they're closing. Like, it looks like they're closing. Tian is like, yeah, they're getting off work. So, like, you got to come out. Like, we can't just go into buildings when they're getting off work. Zizi's like, I think you should come out now. They're closing. Bao Bao says, they're getting off. Then I'll be leaving too. Bye-bye. Tian is like, what? Bao Bao says, find me. You have to find me or else I can't go back alone. What do you mean you can't go back to the villa? Like, are you serious? Yeah, my car already left, so you guys have to find me. If you guys can't find me, you guys will receive a secret punishment tonight. At this point, Zizi's starting to get pissed off. And she's walking away from the phone saying, this is really getting on my nerves. Okay, at this point, netizens are kind of split. So some netizens, I think a lot has to do with the fact that they just don't like Zizi and Tian, which is super understandable. They think that Zizi's acting kind of like a bitch. Other people are saying like, Bao Bao is really weird for this.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's kind of frustrating. What's going like if
Yes, but once you hear Bao Bao's full explanation, like there's lots of things that went on behind the scenes that we didn't see yet.
Okay.
So like, but right now it is kind of a weird look for Bao Bao to do this because it's
I think
bizarre.
it's
very bizarre. The joke is going on for so long too.
It's deserved.
And by so long, I mean I'm not saying like they're exerting themselves and running around and frantic and genuinely stressed about leaving Bao Bao and it's like a cruel prank. I'm just saying
they wouldn't
like,
care.
An odd joke to play. It's just weird.
and I can see the frustration too though. Like if I'm on a date, meanwhile you're giving me a instruction, fine, but it sounds like, well, just find me, but I don't know where to look. I don't even know. You don't give me enough, so it's just really, really confusing and frustrating, the process, you know?
Yes, it is. But also, another thing is like, you don't really know these people because they all just met too. It's not like they've been dating for a really long time. So I feel like if anything, I think what people are saying with Zizi, the fact that she's walking away and saying things like, this is really getting on my nerves, is kind of a lot too. Because people are saying like, if you don't really know either of them, even if you're annoyed, you would probably still try to be a good sport.
Yeah,
because
I
maybe
would
it's
think
part of the
it's
show.
part of the game.
Yeah.
I would
So
think,
you're like,
wait, this is a really weird game. That's really bad
production.
Yeah, it's like, how am I gonna look if you don't give me some clues?
Yeah, so Zizi's walking away and she's like, this is really getting on my nerves. It just doesn't make any sense. And as she's walking away, Zizi's saying things like, I'm getting pissed off. Like, I don't even want to film anymore. She's saying like, I don't even want to be in this show anymore, basically. Which is crazy. Again, crazy, because even if it's frustrating, it's not that frustrating. It's not like you were searching for 2 hours and someone goes, haha, pranks on you. It's not like you were practicing for the turkey marathon. Remember that girl on TikTok? That was
she
like,
said
my
10
boyfriend
minutes.
told me that his family runs the turkey triathlon and she's been practicing. Like, that's fucked up. But this is like a really weird situation. It's nothing to be like, I don't even want to be a part of this show anymore. It's just not that serious. So then Tian is still
so
on the phone.
she's taking this very personally.
Yeah, like very pissed off.
She thinks this is like very disrespectful or something to her.
Yes, so that's why people are mixed about it, because everyone's expecting her to be confused and frustrated. But her energy is like, what the fuck? Like, that's her, like, what the fuck? Like, that's the vibe she gives, and it's like, whoa, it's really not that serious. So then Zizi is like, you go find her then. Like, I'm not gonna film anymore. So she walks away from Tian.
Wow.
And like stomping away. And as she's stomping away, she's saying things like, she's really getting on my nerves. Like, what the heck is this? And so Tian is still talking to Bao Bao, like, where are you? Like, tell us where you are. And then Bao Bao is like, oh, I'm getting another call. Tian hangs up on her. And again, at this point, reactions are still kind of maybe on Tian and Zizi's side. Because they're like, we hate them, but it's still understandable how frustrating it is, right? But as Zizi starts walking away, everything changes. People are gonna fucking hate Zizi. Just watch. So she walks to the car and she's getting really mad. She's getting heated. And she's still screaming, like, what the hell is this? Like, she's probably doing this on purpose. Why is she deliberately targeting me? Like, me!
Oh,
because you're a bitch.
Like, what's going on? So it gets to the point where 2 producers walk in into the frame of the camera, and Zizi is like, she's just creating trouble. Like, she really put us on the spot. Like, at first, everything was great. The producer is like, well, what did she say to you? She asked both of us to go find her, and that she didn't have a car to go back. If we don't find her, she also doesn't have a car to return. Like, what does this have to do with me? Oh, we didn't know about this. And Tian is like, I think it's a little bit overboard. Like, she can call, but she shouldn't make these kinds of jokes with us. Doesn't she know that we're filming a show? We wouldn't take this as a joke. And when she said if we don't find her, she can't go back, that means we would have to go look for her. She was basically forcing Zizi to find her, and Zizi is the most innocent one here. Okay.
They're both talking to the producer right now.
2 separate producers.
The most innocent one here.
And Zizi is just ranting. I think she's so disrespectful to me. First, it's disrespectful. And second, she's embarrassing me. I just can't accept this. All the cameras are recording, and I care a lot about this show, and I'm just breaking down now. Producer's like, don't be mad. Let me go and try to understand the situation. And before the producer can go, she starts screaming at the producer. I'm just here, and it's just so awkward for me. Like, should I let him go, or should I go with him as well? Like, I'm just caught in the middle. Like, what the heck is this? She just put me on the spot. What am I, a homewrecker? This is hilarious.
I mean, you kind of are a
And after that,
but...
she walks off to the side. The producer follows behind her, and then she starts wailing.
Tears and everything?
We don't see the tears,
Cry
but it's
harder.
wailing noises. Now,
Like
this,
like that.
like, I thought her grandma died.
Oh.
It's like, what? I just feel so wrong. It's like that level. And I'm
okay.
like, wait,
Damn.
in my grown age, I can probably in the recent years think of, I don't know, one time I've cried like that. This is not a normal like,
I've
crying and
never
talking.
done
This is like,
that.
how did you do this to me?
She's
Like,
very
wailing.
right. She feels a lot of emotion
Yeah.
right now.
So she's screaming, I feel really wronged, you know? Like, I came here because everyone told me. Everyone told me they wanted to heal me. Because remember, she showed them her secret of being bullied in high school? And she said, everyone on the show told me they wanted to heal me.
Oh no.
And it's like, bitch, everyone has a secret. And then she goes, so was all of that just a lie? I
Yes.
finally started to open up to everyone, and this is how they treat me?
Oh shit.
Close
She's like,
back
why
up.
did she
Oh,
suddenly
man.
have to do this? I feel like I'm being taken as a joke.
No, don't do that to our princess.
And then she walks away more, okay? And then as she goes further, she's like, I need to break it up. She squats down and she goes, ah! Like crying like that. Crying on that level.
Okay.
Now, mind you, this entire phone conversation was maybe 5 minutes. And like I said, they didn't even run around. They weren't getting a shovel, digging. Like they were just literally looking that way, like that. Tian follows up to her, and then he's like, I think joking like this is just something that is a bit over the line, you know? And again, at first, people were on Zizi and Tian's side. It was mixed.
I'm
People still
not.
didn't like them, but they were like, it is a weird thing to do. Like, Bao Bao was a little weird for that. Or at least that's what they were thinking in the moment, right? But to do all of this as the reaction is psychotic. Like, Bao Bao, we don't understand. This, we really
Insane.
don't understand. Like, we truly cannot even, not even a semblance of understanding can come out of our ear holes. Like, nothing.
That's
And also,
so
she's crying about the fact that she feels embarrassed. She was so antagonistic towards
How does
the
she not
professor
feel embarrassed
and
at
embarrassed him
anything
repeatedly
else she
for
does?
multiple
True.
days and multiple dates. But when it made, and also,
Yeah.
how is it embarrassing for you
Yeah, it was uncomfortable
and frustrating?
Yeah, it was frustrating and confusing. But what she said to the professor was like straight up shots in
Yes.
his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like putting him down in front of someone else, like during a date.
But she feels embarrassed by this. That doesn't make any sense. And then she's having this level of reaction when she's done 10 times worse yesterday to somebody else. And then also just all of her language, netizens are picking apart. Like, they told me they wanted to heal me.
yeah.
It's very like me. Everyone here is also dating. And they also have secrets. Like, everyone here is an individual with their own lives. You are not the main character.
Yeah, she's 100% a Nepo baby that just handed everything she ever wanted.
Also, Bao Bao is exponentially prettier than her. Not to pit them against each other, but she was genuinely annoying me so much. Bao Bao is if you put two of them in front of me and said which one is the famous actress, I would say 1,000% Bao Bao. I bet my life savings, and then I get robbed. Okay. So this actually became a meme in Chinese social media, and they have a picture of Zizi crying, and it says when everyone just does a basic attack and you pop out your ultimate. It's like Bao Bao did a small attack and she said, pop out my ultimate. I'm going to war. Like, the reaction is so overblown. It's like someone bumps into you and you stab them to death. Like, that's what people were saying on Chinese social media. Like, this is the equivalent. Like, who are you yelling at? Like, this is just too much. You're doing a lot. Midway through her crying, Zizi says, I even went to comfort her this morning. She's talking about Bao Bao crying about broadcaster Mimi's departure. And Zizi's like, I was such a good person that I was comforting her. Now, this is the crazy part. We get a flashback. The producers are so dirty for this. I love it. Okay. So the producers are like, okay, bet. They throw in the flashback. And
Let me see. Show me the
when opportunity
proof.
strikes you away. Last minute deep moment road pack the fast. Say your word fast.
Show
Same day
me-
delivery.
show
It's
me-
on
show
time.
me
Available
the-
in select areas. Terms apply.
Show me the
This episode
The
of Moral of the
drama.
Story is brought to you by 6 all-new McCafe drinks at McDonald's. Meet the new crafted glass. Have these strawberry
Amazon and McDonald's.
And so
Damn.
Oh,
Bao Bao
God.
goes into the restroom and she's quietly crying. And Zizi is like, hey, I want to talk to you. You know, I don't want you to feel lonely because of this. Like, but I'm just worried that me accepting this date is going to hurt you. She thinks Bao Bao is crying because Zizi's going on a date with Tian today. So then Bao Bao is like, oh no, that's completely fine. Because like yesterday, Tian told her he's going to pick Zizi to go on the date. So she's like, no, it's completely fine. Like, don't even worry about it. And she's like, I just want you to know that we're just going out as friends to have fun.
Yeah,
And she's like, I
right.
know, like he even said that I could join you guys. And Zizi's like, exactly, because yesterday it was the 3 of us. It was me, Tian, and the professor. But next time maybe it can be the 4 of us. So she's just like saying, okay?
Oh.
That was this morning. It's also crazy because the fact that she just assumed Bao Bao is crying because Tian is going on a date with Zizi. Everyone's like, okay, narcissist much. Like, she's literally crying about broadcaster Mimi. And she even reiterates, by the way, like, I'm not crying because you guys are going on a date. Like, I genuinely, like, I'm crying because broadcaster Mimi is gone. And I was actually really close to her throughout the filming of the show.
And really? In her head, it's like, yeah, right.
Yeah, she's like, don't lie. I know you're masking it, okay? So before the date, Zizi already misread Bao Bao's feelings. Bao Bao is upset about broadcaster Mimi leaving. She assumes it's about her. And then to make this all the more confusing, Zizi straight up told her, yesterday, the 3 of us went on a date. Next time, the 4 of us can go on a date. Like, it's almost implying that it's the 3 of them going on a date today. And because of all of this, that's why Bao Bao called. So Tian was like, yeah, if you get lonely tomorrow, just call us. Then this morning, Zizi is like, oh yeah. Oh, and then Tian even told her, next time you can join us. And then Zizi is telling her, oh, the 4 of us can go on a date. And then on top of that, yesterday, Tian was complaining to Bao Bao when they got back from their 3-person date about how awkward 3-person dates are. So he's like, it was so awkward. You can call me if you get bored.
Make it a 4.
It was just so awkward. So in her mind, she's like, oh, they're bored. Like, I'm going to call them, right? And as for this prank, we're going to find out in a second, but Tian also told her yesterday about screen time.
What's up?
When you have more going on, the show airs more of your parts. You get more screen time, literal screen time. He's explaining, like, at least the 3-person drama had so much going on, probably, like the awkwardness, that at least he got a lot of screen time. So it implies that he cares a lot about screen time. So then I think that Bao Bao's going into this like, oh, it's probably awkward. I'm going to give them like a random challenge.
To help with their screen time?
A joke. And he hung up on her, so she couldn't clarify it was a joke. You know?
Yeah.
So she thought it would be screen time, and it's already awkward for the 3 of them. Was it the perfect thing to do? Probably not. Would I do that? Probably not. But also, like, you can kind of see where she's coming from.
I guess in the sense of if everyone is under the impression of, oh, all of you agree that I can join you guys, and it's already a group thing, like, and you guys just told me multiple times, I can join you, I can call you, I can join you.
And she asked them twice during the phone call, is it the 3 of you there? Is it the 3 of you there?
Yeah, and that she
and they didn't
it's
answer.
Awkward date, so they're giving them a little mission to do. Okay. I mean, I guess I can see that.
And if she had just called to say hi, that wouldn't have given them more screen time.
Right.
So, like, I think she was just trying to go above and above and aboard and above
and beyond.
What is it?
Bath and body.
Above and beyond.
Okay, so my first impression was that I thought Zizi was mad that the phone call or this whatever prank ruined the date. She's upset that, hey, this is my time right now. And she jumped in and ruined it all. Now that I hear that they already talked about, oh, you can join me, you can do this. So it makes a little bit like, why are you shocked when you guys all kind of extended that invite?
Because they were joking.
Because she doesn't know that the producers are showing us this. She keeps spewing her nonsense. She says, I treated Bao Bao like a good friend, which is why this morning I even reached out to her to talk through things. Like, I really thought we could move past the whole thing. But little did I know that she had known all along that Tian and I were out on a solo date.
What made she say that?
She's just making shit up.
Oh.
And she
asked twice on the call.
Yeah. And she goes, yet she still chose to call and humiliate me in that moment. What's worse is that she chose to tell a huge lie on that call. She told Tian and I that she was with broadcaster Mimi. I just felt so lied to, so let down. Like, I'm just so hurt.
Why?
Okay. Yeah.
Why are you hurt?
What she's fucking saying. Like, she just really wants to be a victim. Okay.
She's
no
like
one
my
knows.
grandma.
No. Okay.
Sorry.
That's the diss he just.
It's like everything is like. She thinks everyone's like out there to hunt you down, trying to, set you up. Everything is about
what kind of grandma do you have?
And it's like very
dude, it's
convoluted.
not about you. I just really want an orange, not because I want to eat the last orange that you really like to eat. Like,
that you never told me you wanted to
eat.
And it was just in the fridge.
Exactly.
So I thought I could eat it.
You. Yeah.
It was not intentional or malicious. It was just, I thought I could eat it.
Everything is a clue to paint this picture of, no, that's why you hate me.
And here's the thing with Zizi. She likes to improv as she goes. Like, the reason why she's upset with Bao Bao, she's just improving it on the spot. It'd be changing if she learns new information that negates why she should be mad. She improvs. She's like, you know what? That's not even why I'm mad. I'm actually mad at this reason. Okay, so you're here for a show. This is about to get crazier. This is nothing. This is nothing. And a lot of people are even confused by that statement. They're like, oh, you're talking about Bao Bao telling this big lie that she was with broadcaster Mimi? How the fuck does that hurt you?
Yeah.
Like, she hurt you because she was with broadcaster Mimi? Like, how can you even get hurt from this? What the heck is going on? So She's
If
not
it
even
was
done
like,
yet,
like
okay? They're on the
Professor,
farm. She
maybe,
continues
but
crying
like,
louder and
it's
louder
not.
and louder.
Oh, we're
like,
still at the farm.
yeah, she's squatting down, just sobbing like a lunatic, and everyone's just commenting, if you can't squeeze out more tears, just stop. Like, she should just go play a lunatic and she can be herself. Nobody understands it. All the viewers see right through her crocodile tears, except for Tian. Tian is like, don't cry. Don't cry. And she says, I don't even dare talk to you now. It's like I did something wrong. Like, I did something wrong by coming on a date with you.
You did.
And he's like, no, you did nothing wrong. None of this is on you. Nothing at all.
I
Don't
mean-
It's
cry.
my fault. It's my fault that
Yeah.
I'm too attractive and handsome.
I'm too hot.
I'll take the blame for
My
that.
jaw
baby.
is
It's
too
on me,
chiseled.
Okay? I'll sort
My
this out. I
pecs
promise. You
too
truly did nothing
perky.
wrong, okay? Not a single thing. So there's no need to
My
be upset. I
balls
agree.
too
What
hairy.
happened was totally over the line. Totally. Now, here's the problem. No one's crazy like Zizi, right? But here's what works. Every relationship, you've got someone who gets riled up, and then you got someone who scales it down. That's it. You got two people who get riled up over something, explosive. You got two people who scale everything down, not good either, right? So like when I'm getting riled up over something, he's just like, it's okay, babe. Yeah, it was not great, but she probably meant well, you know? He's like, this is the boundaries.
Did you
were crossed. He's
see what she
enabling her.
did?
He's making her feel like you are so justified in this. Holy shit.
But I feel like he's okay. My reading of him so far,
Yeah.
it seems like he doesn't even mean half the shit that he says.
No.
He just says whatever will get the girl in front
Get
of
him
him
pussy.
more into him.
Yes.
Right? That's
Yeah.
it.
And okay, so,
So I don't even know if he really cares anything. Like if this
No.
happened is bad or not. He's just like saying what she likes to hear.
but a lot of Chinese netizens were saying like this is infuriating because they think so like the sentiment was, and maybe it doesn't fly as much in America, of like men shouldn't be gossipers. That's our job, okay? Let us do the drama, okay? They were just saying like typically like men will not take the other party's side, but if they really care about a woman, will try to protect their feelings. And she's so hurt by the fact that like, oh my god, she did this on purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe you try to bring some levity to the situation. He does not. He's egging her on. He's like, you're so right. She crossed the line. You did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. Oh, I promise you did nothing. And Zizi's like, where's the car? I'm gonna go back. So they get in the car, and you're never gonna guess what happened. Tian immediately tells the crew, turn off all the GoPros in the car.
So they're like, yeah, we turn it off.
So they're like,
Crank it up, crank it
yeah.
up.
So they turn off all the GoPros in the car, but they still got a hot mic on.
He said, you didn't tell us to turn that off, right?
Yeah. So they turn off the GoPros, okay? But
What?
that mic, hot and heavy, okay?
Ooh.
Hot, heavy, can hear you urinate.
What is?
So the second
what
they
is
think the
gonna be
cameras are off,
said?
they start talking shmack.
Okay.
And the producers leave it all in. Tian goes, to be honest, everything she said is so dumb. Like, what does she even mean by if we can't find her, she can't go back? Isn't that just her forcing you to go find her? So like they're both saying like, oh, Tian and Bao Bao went on dates, so it's fine. But Zizi's so innocent. Why should Zizi have to look for Bao Bao? But even that logic is weird because if you're on a show and there's random challenges,
Yeah.
You
why
gotta
do
do
you
the
have to date someone to look
challenge.
for them? It's like I would just look for them.
Right.
Zizi's like, she knows I'm so kind, and I would definitely want her bring her back to the villa. First of all,
Wait.
you think fucking producers are gonna let her just like starve and die out in the forest? She goes, she knows I'm so kind, and I would definitely want to bring her back to the villa. That's why she said that. She has such low EQ.
But you don't.
And everyone's like, the moment that someone has to call themselves kind, not a good time.
Everybody knows I'm just such a
I
nice
call
person.
I call myself
for
a bad
anyone.
I
person.
wouldn't hurt a fly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And so
would.
Tian's like, actually, if there weren't any cameras around, I would have just yelled at her on the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, she's just putting us on the spot. I honestly thought everyone was way more normal than they actually are. And Zizi's like, it just makes me feel like... And she starts crying, sobbing again. I think I've done everything perfectly.
No, you
That,
have.
that.
Oh my god.
I don't care what she does, but I already did everything perfectly.
Ay.
And Tian is comforting her like, this has nothing to do with you. It's all because I'm so hot. But he doesn't say that. He's like, this has nothing to do with you. But if she does this, she's hurting me. Yeah,
Good.
isn't this just classic green tea bitch behavior? Tian says that.
Oh my god.
And Zizi's like, when you go back, and okay, so 2 seconds ago, she was, why does it have to be this? Suddenly she's, when you go back, you need to share this story with all the guys in the dorm and see what they have to say. Oh my god, I just can't.
Oh my god, bro.
Wow.
What do you mean? You're encouraging him to go back
Wow.
and tell all the guys? Why? For what reason?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
All you two had to do, if you were this distraught, is get to the villa, pull Bao Bao aside and say, hey, like, this is why I feel really offended by this. And then clear the air. I mean, first of all, I don't even think it's that big of a deal, but like, if you must,
it was
right?
5 minutes.
Like, you need to go tell all the boys so they know she's crazy. So Tian is like, I will definitely tell all the guys. No wonder Finance Bro Zhao didn't even want to pick her on the first day. Now, here's the thing with Finance Bro Zhao. This throws Finance Bro Zhao into all the drama. He later clarifies, we're going to have a whole episode on all the, so many live streams took place after the show. They had a reunion. Finance Bro Zhao, he did not pick her, right? He did, but he didn't want to.
Okay.
From day one, you could tell he was obsessed with the way either Chen 71 looks or how she behaved or whatever. He was on Chen 71 the whole time. But he's like, you know, this is the first time I ever truly understood what an open conspiracy is.
Huh?
Who said this?
Tian. First of all, I
Open
don't even think
conspiracy?
he's using the right words. But he's saying, like, blatantly out, no one thinks she's normal. No one thinks Bao Bao's normal. That's why Finance Bro didn't even want to be with her on the first day.
You know, I just love these reality TV shows. They don't even know. They think they're on the right side of the history, right?
Oh, no, it gets so much worse. Because at one point, they tell Bao Bao, you're going to get bullied online for what you did. So you're going to die. You're going to die.
Says someone who claims that she got bullied herself. I hope that girl sees how much everyone hates her.
They're so out of it. It's kind of crazy. Like they think they're on the right side of the history.
Yeah.
They think everybody's like rooting for them right now.
Yeah, they think they're the it couple.
Everyone hates
They think
them.
they're gonna get the next. They're gonna be on like a big Marvel franchise after this. Netizens were so shocked. Netizens were shocked. Okay, and Zizi is like, I think the only time I've ever experienced this type of green tea behavior is when I was in like middle or high school. It's been so long since I've experienced someone like this.
Look in the mirror,
Tim's
you'll
like,
see
you know,
it.
that was a great move she pulled. At the time, I didn't even know if I should pick up the call or not. That
Shut
You
up.
smiled.
when he got that call, he was so happy. He was like, yes, 2 bitches are after me. Like, that was his face. Not that I'm calling them bitches, but like, that's the energy he gets. Like, he would be the type to be like, yeah, I got 2 hoes. That was his vibe.
Yeah.
He was over the freaking moon. Tian's like, I really don't like to think of others negatively, but when she says these kinds of things, of course
you
she's
thought of
forcing us to go
anyone
look for her, you know,
positively?
and that's really awkward. And everyone's like, that's the only normal thing. Yeah, it's awkward. And that's it. That's it. You just said that. That's it. It's not offensive. It's just uncomfortable. And then Tian says something that they bleep out. So
What?
we can only assume he used a curse word. Because right afterwards, Zizi goes, oh, don't call her that first. So we don't know what he said. But they
What?
bleeped it. And
Well,
she's
that's
giggling.
crazy. I
She's
cannot believe
giggling.
it.
She's giggling. And
I
she's
cannot-
like, don't say that about her friend.
I can't even think of what words because they're calling her like green tea bitch, like all that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
What's worse than that?
And Tian is like, it's fine. Like, regarding this incident, that's all I can say. Zizi is like, if she comes and apologizes to me tonight, I won't accept it. Tian's goading her. He's like, it's normal for you not to accept it. I mean, this conversation is absolutely insane. Every sentence that comes out of their mouth
so
is
crazy.
just problematic or an outright lie. Everyone is applauding the show for releasing their conversation so viewers can see what these two people are really like. Because normally people would be like, oh,
I
the producers
wish
are so,
they kept
they're
the
taking advantage of
camera
them
on in
because they thought the
secret.
cameras were off, right? But they're like, this is great. Like, we
I
needed
wish
to
they
see
did
this.
that.
Otherwise, they could have really edited it to make Bao Bao look bad. But that wouldn't be the truth. So when the two of them get back to the house, that's where things just get worse. So out of everyone, Bao Bao is the first one to get back since she also went out alone. The professor gets back last, actually, because he was like, these people now, I'm going to stay out all day. So then she comes home and she's talking to influencer Jay and Zico,
I hope
and
this
they've
is
been
the
home
last
watching movies
part.
because her ankle is sprained. Her head is still on Tian. So she's asking Zico about him and she's like, I just don't know what to do if he even wants me to continue talking to him. So like, I keep getting like mixed signals. Like, does he want to get to know other people or does he only want to get to know Zizi or does he want to get to know me too? Like, I don't understand what he wants, which is Tian's whole purpose. He wants to lead her on so he can have 2 girls fighting for him.
Yeah.
Chico is like, I mean, I think that's, you know, it's between you and Zizi at the moment.
No,
What
it's
are your
not.
thoughts on him? Like, what do you think of him? Would you like to go on more dates with him? And Baba is explaining, I think today they weren't on a 3-person date. So this is like her like putting pieces together. It doesn't look like, oh, I knew they weren't on a 3-person. It was like, I think today they were not on a 3-person date.
Yeah.
So after a short while, more people start coming in from their dates and they're all going to have dinner together. And when Bao Bao sees Tian and Zizi, she's like, oh, you guys are back. Both of them completely ignore her. Completely. Not only that, when everyone sits down at the table, Bao Bao and Zizi coincidentally are sitting across from one another. And Zizi
Yikes.
asks another person, like, can you move one seat over? I don't want to sit here. And so Chen 71 moves and she looks confused and she says, is there a particular reason for this seating? Yeah, there is. And this just feels like outright bullying. Now remember, Zizi's whole confession was that she was bullied by her senior in high school, and
I'm
believed her
scared
because
of
they were like,
what
well,
Bao
first of all,
Bao's
bring the
secret
senior back,
is.
justice for the senior, because you deserve to get bullied.
I'm
like no one believed her
scared.
because it was just the way she behaves is the bully. And if you've been bullied, you're not gonna bully other people because you know exactly how it feels.
Yeah, because that the whole gossip, tell the boys what she did.
Yes,
that's
bullying the professor, bullying Bao Bao.
Yeah.
The
Bullying
isolating.
everyone.
This right here reminds
Even
me
the
so
producers.
much of bully behavior. I don't want to sit here. And like you make a whole scene in front of everyone and it makes the person feel like, oh, am I fucking contagious or something? Like, why don't you want to sit next to me? You're not outright slapping me, but like, this is bad. So it's bullying. So she ignores Bao Bao the entire dinner, makes it known she doesn't want to sit across from her. And then throughout the dinner, she just has this sour, nasty little face on. It's just like someone wronged her. And she's making everyone feel uncomfortable because we have like Cardi B, okay, we have eyes. We've got eyes. So everyone sees she's uncomfortable. But then at one point, she even says out loud, actually, I'm just, both of us were really mad today, but we're just holding it in because we don't want other people to be uncomfortable.
Why the f you said that? Why the f are you acting like that?
Why do you have a sour face?
Now you want
She
the whole
literally
table to go,
wanted to tell everyone.
I think it's because no one cared.
Yeah.
So then she's like, oh, by the way. And then also it's like, no, we've been new. Like you weren't doing a good job. So you don't have to tell us, right?
Yeah.
And then throughout the entire dinner, I mean, everything Zizi does is just a fucking contradiction or a lie. She claims she doesn't want anyone to be upset. She's walking around with a sour face. She's deliberately ignoring Bao Bao, making it painfully obvious that Bao Bao is the problem. She's just like all the comments say, you're a two-faced bitch.
To who?
To Zizi. Like, you're just such a two-faced bitch. So after dinner, they start playing a few games. And one of them is designed to help everyone get to know each other on a deeper level. So the game is really simple. You just draw a random, like, pre-done questions from the box. And it's like, is ordinary life happiness or regret? So, like, ordinary life, I guess in Chinese it means more like not having these insane love story, extravagant experiences, like just living
Ordinary life.
Yeah, ordinary life. Is it happiness? Is it regret? So everyone's taking their turns, voicing out their
Regret
opinions.
for me.
And it's time for the professor to speak.
Yeah. Is Professor still into Zizi?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, he's into no one. He's actually just like a support person.
Okay.
So he's close with Finance Bro. He is really nice to Bao Bao. So Bao Bao and Professor have a platonic relationship. And he's just kind of doing his own thing, right?
Yeah.
And so Professor is like, my first instinct, because everyone goes in a row and answers the same question.
Okay.
It's his turn. My first instinct is to push back on the premise of this question because my goals have always been very clear. I think it's because your artistic aspirations are so high. You've set such lofty goals and standards for your art, yet you also hope your work gets recognition and acceptance from society. So while this ties into the question, it doesn't quite.
Let him finish.
Zizi is interrupting and answering for the professor about his deep, profound thoughts about a question that even if you, okay, first of all, even if they've been dating for as long as we've been dating, but they're not dating, but even if they've been dating for as long as we've been dating, I would find it very offensive if he answered for me. But second of all, you don't even know him. Like,
Dude, this is
You hate
I hate to
him.
bring up my grandma. It's like they think they know someone's intention. And it's always the bad ones, the evil ones, and they inject this into your mouth and make it sound like that's what you think. And you're just like, what the f do you know?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And what's his reaction?
He just looks, this is why everyone calls him the professor. The amount of patience this man has, he just kind of goes, as in like, I don't even know what to say to that.
Too much patience.
Rude. Everyone's like, if the professor walked across the table and smacked her on the back of the head, netizens were like, we'd be fine. We would turn a blind eye. No one called the cops, right? But with the fact that he's not even, he's just like, okay, right? So then even Finance Bro starts laughing. And that's why she stops. Because Finance Bro is like chuckling, like, what the fuck? And then Finance Bro goes, let's hear him finish, right? So then she's like, sorry. So everyone is so done with her because the whole table is like, why did you just, that was so weird. That was weird. Like,
So
why,
unnecessary.
is he your brother? Like, why are you don't even know him. You know nothing about this man.
Yeah.
So he continues, it's not just about materialistic things or my career in many aspects. And he pauses to try and figure out the exact words to finish his thoughts. And, Influencer Jay has been listening very intently this whole time. So this is very different. Like, people are saying it's not about the fact that, because some people are like, oh, what if this is her way of trying to say, see, I understand you as a person, right? But Influencer Jay, because the pause is a long time and she's been listening, she's like, you hope that in some ways your name will be remembered. And he was like, no, I mean, I wouldn't dare say remembered. It would make me seem arrogant. But of course, I've dreamed of it happening. I just don't take it super seriously. No, I get it. I have a friend who's just like that. And so they're having like this really nice bonding moment of like, oh, you know, with artistic expression, it's very hard to put into words. Because on one hand, you don't want to say, I want you to remember him. But at the same time, you want your work to mean something. And it's very complex. It's not just like a very standard, oh, I want to make $1 bajillion. You know, it's like there's so much emotion with all of this. And then the professor opens his mouth to explain.
Don't stop.
Okay, so actually, when you have a project, you want your project to be seen. At this point, the professor just starts giggling.
Who started giggling?
The professor. He's like, I can't even be upset. Like, this is so ridiculous. So he's just chuckling, okay? And then Finance Bro and Chen71 are looking at each other because they're like, what's going on?
Oh my God.
And everyone starts lightly giggling to mask the awkwardness. It's just like,
Did she realize it though?
Well said. And he says, you know, you guys already answered the question for me, so that's great. Okay.
You know what's funny? Like, she probably in her head's like, yep.
Yeah,
I told you.
I knew it.
I know people. I can read people.
And so then Finance Bro, it turns to the professor and is like, yeah, just hurry up and finish what you were going to say. I feel like we've been waiting forever. You know, I keep wondering what you're going to say. Now, Finance Bro and Professor are really close. So this is, again, a joking way of the professor being like, you finish your thought. Like, we want to hear your thought.
Yeah.
Like, hurry up. Because people are interrupting, right? So like it's not
It's
him being weird, it's him
nothing
being
to
like
catch on.
trying to point out like let him finish our thought, you weirdo. But Tian is like, yeah, hurry up. Because he doesn't understand what Finance Bro is doing.
Trying to do.
Yeah,
Oh
Finance
my
Bro
God,
has high EQ.
Yeah.
So he's like, let me do it in a joking way,
my
but
God.
also set the tone of like, let's not fucking interrupt this time, but also not make it uncomfortable because that's also uncomfortable for the professor. Imagine someone is like, everyone shut up and stop interrupting him. Now tell me what you were saying.
Yeah.
Like that's really uncomfortable. So he did it in a high EQ way. And Tian is sitting there like, yeah, hurry up and answer so we can move on.
Dude, two the dumbest people, and then everyone's like putting on a show around them to not hurt their feelings, to call them dumb. Like,
They wouldn't
and
even
so then the
realize.
professor is just like, let's just move on to the next round. It's not important. And Finance Bro turns to Tian and is like, don't you want to listen to our big brother's deep thoughts? Like, it's so rare that he's ever serious. Like, he's always joking around. Like, I want to hear him say something serious for once. So finally, everyone gets it. Except still Tian and Zizi. And so Influencer Jay is like, yeah, you should just let your emotions flow. Like, we really want to know. And Jiko is like, I want to see my big brother get emotional for once. You're always like joking around. And so Finance Bro again is like, I really want to hear him finish. He says, thanks. And he's about to start talking. And Zizi goes, okay, next round.
shut the fuck up.
It got to the point where Finance Bro literally gives her the look of like
What is wrong with her?
you? Yeah. He gives her like a, what on earth is this girl doing? Like, what is wrong with you, look?
Like, what was that? She thinks she's quirky and funny? Or she thinks that's just like, all right, next one.
So she's a bully. And I think the way that I can, it makes sense in my head. And I was talking to Tiffany about it too, because it went that viral. Tiffany was like, yeah, no, this is what's happening, right? Every single person has a pairing. If she goes after another girl, that guy's going to probably back her up. Professor and Bao Bao don't have a pairing. And I think she can't help but bully people. There are some people in a group setting, they have to bully someone. Like, they cannot live a life without bullying someone.
Yeah. It's like she really is going after him for what reasons?
Yeah, so all the comments at that point were saying, like, Finance
I
Bro
feel
is a real
bad
one.
for the professor.
But just wait, people are going to hate the Finance Bro in a second. Yeah. And then all the
Why? What's he gonna do?
comments about Zizi are like, why do you fucking keep interrupting people? Like, where are you exactly hurrying off to reincarnate? Like, what's your problem? Like, Jesus Christ. It's just not that serious.
It's really not.
So then after this really bizarre game,
I'm
they go
so
back to their
sad
dorms.
for
And guess
those
what? The second
two.
that Tian and Zizi gets back, they immediately start gossiping and spreading rumors about Bao Bao. Everything happened that day. They're going on and on. So in the boys' room, Tian is telling Jiko, so Zizi and I went out together, but after we were done and we were about to head back to the car, I got a call from Bao Bao. So we went to go find her, and I just kept asking her if she was joking, and she said no. Finance Bro was like, so it was a joke. Tian is like, no, she didn't say it was, but it was a joke, and it had nothing to do with the show. Like, none of the program directors knew about any of this.
She did say it was
Finance
a joke.
Bro says, so Bao Bao herself wanted to joke around. Like, she wanted to joke around. Tian is like, yes, but it was completely overboard because Zizi was crying like crazy. Chico's like, Zizi cried? Like, he was like, why the fuck would you cry? he's like confused too. He's like, why is she crying? Okay, so then Finance Bros now is like, she cried because she was angry, right? He's like, yeah, you tell him. I can't even talk about it. So this already tells netizens, you already told Finance Bro what happened, because how could Finance Bro tell Jiko what happened if he doesn't know what happened? So then Finance Bro was like, yeah, Zizi cried because she was so pissed off. And then Jiko's like, she cried because she was so pissed off? He's like, this bitch is crazy. Like, I gotta stay away. He looks concerned. And so when netizens are watching this, they hate the way
I am a solo batch.
This whole like, I can't even talk about
I'm a solo
it's
batch.
Like, you want to gossip, but you don't want to be the one gossiping. But we know, we can see right through you.
They
we know
love
exactly
to gossip.
What you're doing.
There's no way.
Also, a lot of Chinese girlies are like, boys should never gossip. Disgusting. It's like, you know, they can never win, I will say. Because sometimes it's like the TikTok of like, what do you mean your friend got a divorce and you didn't get any other information? And then the second you see 3 guys gossiping, you're like, ew, what's wrong with you? Get a life. Don't you have a job to do? Go make some money or something. Like, all the girlies in the comments were like, ew, what are they doing? Why are they gossiping? So good. So then Zizi is doing the same thing. She's alone in the room with Chen71 and she starts peddling the same rumor. She's like, we were looking for her all over the farm. Bitch,
it was 5 minutes.
First of all, she was like, we looked for her
it was
for 10
5 minutes.
And then guess what she said?
She said 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Huh? We looked for her for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
What is wrong with her?
If you guys don't find me, I won't be able to go home. They already took my car away. Isn't she just morally holding me hostage? She morally kidnapped me.
Morally kidnapped.
What does that even mean?
Holy
so
shit.
Continues. Like, I already
I
felt
hate them so
awful.
much.
Oh my god, she's gonna talk about this as like one of her secrets in life. Like, I was bullied. I was morally kidnapped.
I was utterly embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Everyone's like, bring
If
back the
she
senior.
thinks this is like she's
I was
getting morally
humiliated.
kidnapped, come on.
All the comments were like, bro, you're morally kidnapping us. Like, the viewers, you are crazy. So she's like, I already felt awful. And I still had to go look for her. She's the one who's been upsetting both of us. And yet now we're the ones that have to go find her, only to get played by her. She wasn't even there in the first place. She's just trying to find a sense of belonging. She likes me, but she's also trying to play me.
She don't
I
like
immediately
you.
felt terrible because it all brought back memories of what happened to me when I was younger. And none of this is even my fault. Tian's the one who wanted to get to know me. Like, right now, I need him to talk to her calmly, but I have no idea if he's actually going to even do it the right way.
Huh? Do it. What do you mean the right way?
We don't know. Like, no one knows what she's saying, okay? No one knows.
I'm so
all the comments are like, first
done
of all, she
with
never even asked you to look for her. Also, like, if you... like, it was just Tian, and also you could have just taken the punishment if you didn't want to look for her, if you genuinely thought there was a punishment. Like, you were not morally kidnapped. You had options. Like, why do you feel so wronged? Why do you feel so wronged? And everyone's like, this whole phone call lasted only a few minutes, and then you started going crazy for longer than the call even lasted. What are you talking about? Everyone is speechless. So after the two of them start spreading these rumors, they meet up in the living room to keep talking things over, because that's what fucking bullies do. They have so much time. They've got 58 hours in a day. Apparently there's a Chinese saying that's called, you gotta downplay major issues and brush off minor ones to let all the problems fade away. Yeah, so it's like, you can't just like keep up playing. This is what I was saying of like, not saying people should take the other side, but at least some parties have to not blow up a major issue, even if you think it's a major issue. Like, not every major issue needs to be major. It's just
you gotta
exhausting,
just
okay? Like,
let
sometimes
it
life
cool
happens.
off.
Not everything is major, okay?
Something they've
One
never
day,
done.
they're like, let's conspire and collude together. Come here. They get in the living room. They plop down on the couch, and the way these two sit, I just know she's a nepo baby, and not even a good one. Not even a good one. Okay, they sit like gangpes. They sit like gangsters. They love to like sit on the couch and lean all the way back, and be on their phone and talk. And they're like, "Can you believe she did that? No, can you believe she did that?" And they're like slouched on the couch, like little gangsters colluding and conspiring. Okay,
I like
they go to
slouching.
I get it. It's 5 minutes of your date, and it's probably not a great feeling. But like, it was never serious.
Just move
She's
on.
like, what do you? And she's like, what do you feel about today? Tiana's like, actually, I'm also very happy and very mad about this incident.
Very happy.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm not asking you for anything, but from my perspective, this really has nothing to do with me. So she's like, this is you and Bao Bao. She called you because she likes you, right? And Tian is like, yeah, it really has nothing to do with you. Because that day, I thought you guys were mutually interested in one another, you and Bao Bao. And later on, you were really brave to make things clear with her, and we got to know each other because you told her you wanted to get to know me. One thing I need to know now is, did she get the wrong message?
Yes.
Because I don't know what you guys talked about yesterday. So she's saying, like, I don't know why she felt like it was okay to call you when you told me that you told her you wanted to get to know me. Tian starts raising his voice. I told her in person, and I texted her about it too. I was really clear in my text. I said, I want to get to know the other guests right now, and she said, okay, because I don't think I was unclear at all. I sent her that text, and then we talked privately. I told her the same thing, not as directly. I just didn't reject her outright. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I have to make sure of this, because if you weren't direct, I know, I think I have to talk to her again. Yeah, you probably need to talk to her again.
I mean,
were
I
you indirect
agree,
about it yesterday,
but
that you don't want to get to know her?
I don't want to agree with you.
Then you have to be more direct about it. I was direct. You weren't as direct because you guys are not at that level yet, right? So she's saying, like, you can't say, oh, I don't want to talk to you because you guys are not at that comfort level where you can be like, oh, I'm breaking up with you. And he's like, exactly. I just didn't say, like, oh, I don't like you, so please stop annoying me.
Yo, this is tragic.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, because if you say that, it'll make you look very self-centered.
I don't think I can handle another episode.
Precisely. But I think she knows, you know? Yeah, she knows, but she still did what she did today.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't know.
And then this is where it gets crazy. So Finance Bro had told Tien about the very weird interaction he had with Bao Bao the night before the dance. Remember, they sat down and Bao Bao goes, I'm going to start torturing the couples. And I'm going to start with you. Yeah. And he was like, what the fuck does that mean?
What did that mean?
Went to the dorm, and he was like, I don't know what's going on, Tien. But the girl that you went on multiple dates with was like, I'm going to start torturing you.
This is the day before.
Yes.
So he right away told
Yes.
Tien. Okay.
So then Tien is like, I don't know what that means either. Like, they were just like, what does this mean? It's so weird.
Why it is weird.
It is weird. So they were just like, okay, that's weird. So then Tien brings it up, but puts everything in like a conspiratorial light. So he's like, oh, and guess what? Finance Bro told me this. And I think that she's doing this all on purpose. This was her plan. This riles ZZ up. ZZ's like, so she did this all on purpose. She kept saying that the director said and I trusted her. That's why I questioned the directors. I feel like I'm being played like a fool.
You should be.
And then ZZ's like, you know what? Last night I could tell that Baba was upset. That's why she cried today and said it was mainly because of broadcaster Mimi. But given how she was acting the day before, she might have cried because of broadcaster Mimi. But the main reason is because we were starting to getting to know each other. I'm definitely not overthinking this. That's why I went to talk to her this morning to sort it out. I thought we'd move past this, but she knew that you and I were together, and she messed with us on purpose to provoke us. The comments
I just feel so bad for Bao Bao.
Okay? So after spouting all this nonsense, she even tries to act like the bigger person, okay? Saying that she didn't have to do any of this, but she was doing it because she valued her relationships with all the girls that she made inside the house. So she's like, I even comforted her. And then she starts crying over the fact that broadcaster Mimi left.
Right now?
Yeah. Oh, she was like, and I was also having a really rough day because I was also really sad that broadcaster Mimi left.
No, you weren't.
No. She's crying about herself.
Yes.
She's pitying herself.
Yes, but the fact that she's even like bringing this up is kind of crazy because when
none of the
left,
girls
she was
like you.
Girl was cool as a cucumber. She didn't give a fuck. She was like, who? Who? She did not care. And now she was
the
like,
one was eating anchovy?
Yeah, the anchovy snack. That was her.
Dumpling eating one? Which one? Okay.
Well, I guess no more anchovy snacks in the house then. Like, that was her vibe. And now she's like, I was really affected all day. And then this happened to me. And I still comforted her. And then this happened to me. She's so upset. She's so upset. And as she's crying, Tien looks at her and says, this is none of your business. You didn't do a single thing wrong. So why do you have to self-blame? Why do you have to emotionally drain yourself so much over other people? First of all, ZZ did not blame herself, and she's certainly not emotionally draining herself. She's emotionally draining us. Okay, so I don't know what they're saying, but this just like eggs her on. This is such a trivial matter, but they start blowing it up, and it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. And then she starts telling Tien, you have to talk to her.
She's gonna make another episode because there's like 3 minutes left.
Get to know her, and that this was crossing the line. What she did was so messed up. And then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to her. But she's like, you know what? I think it's a really bad look for me to even do this, but I have to coach you on how to do it because you need to be very clear. I can't believe I'm doing this right now because people could get mad at me, but I think that it's the only way she understands what she did is wrong. And so she's like, but you have to tell her calmly. Don't be emotional. There's no need to be emotional about this matter because if you don't care, you wouldn't have any emotions. And then Tien goes, yeah, I really don't care about this. But you're so emotional. And then she goes, no, it's not that you don't care about this incident. We care about this. That's why we're talking about it. Yes, it's not that I don't care about this incident. I just don't care about the person. So he's like, it's not that I don't care about what you did. I just don't care about you, Bao Bao.
Dude, they're so dumb.
And she's like, exactly. Oh, yeah. And all the comments are like, guys, who's more emotional than both of y'all? Like, what's going on? And then this is when Tien says the words that cements his gravestone in ever having an influencer career or being a public figure or really a good person in general, okay? Because he was trying to be an influencer. He very casually looks at ZZ and says, I'm going to record it. Record what? I'll record my conversation with her so you can listen.
So you can listen?
Well, I mean, she did say she wasn't there and that she was joking, kind of. But, like, I can side with Bao Bao because I just hate those two. Even if she, like, I don't know, slapped one of them, I would still be on her side. So, like, it was a 5-minute phone call. Well, like, she was like, just kidding, I'm not there. I'm with, the lady that left. So like, so I'm on her side forever. She could punch them, still on their side. Because they're doing all this over a 5-minute interaction that took no effort.
And everyone, netizens were fucking terrified. Netizens were like, he is creepy. People were saying, if you know someone in your life that's unless you're recording things for legal reasons, because you need this in writing, to record fights is like just kind of nasty behavior.
But also he's saying that I'm gonna record it so you can listen.
Yeah.
Dude, just so.
But why does he need to record it in the first place? Like you're literally on a show. Just if you want the footage, just ask a cameraman. Why do you need to record it yourself?
So pathetic.
Yeah, because it's not that he needs proof of this happening. Because guess what? You're on a reality
Like,
show.
Yeah.
I want to show. I want to show you. Trust me. I would do this.
And all the Chinese netizens are like, if you actually have a friend like this is very scary behavior. Like, this is very fucking creepy behavior. Okay. And then also some people are saying, like, the audacity to ask the camera crew to turn off the GoPro so you can have privacy and then secretly record Bao Bao. Which, like, I get it. In the context of a reality show, she's already being recorded in every conversation. But still, it's just, it's weird.
But
they didn't want to be
he recorded. Or no?
Yeah.
He did. And this must backfire even more.
Oh, yeah. And then if we watch Zizi listen and comment on it, well, because she's listening in real time.
What?
Oh it's about to get crazy because Zizi leaves the room. Tian texts Bao Bao, and she walks into the room, and all the comments say, Bao Bao, turn around, because it's only going to get worse.
Bao
and that's where I
Bao.
leave you with this part.
No.
To the next part, because not only does Tian have a conversation with Bao Bao, Zizi has a conversation with Bao Bao, and then it just gets progressively worser and worser and worser.
Worser and worser.
What?
And worser and worser and
You can't do this to me, Stephanie. No. I was hoping it was just a 3-parter. It's a 4-parter. No. I don't think the 4th one's out. And it's been 4 hours. I gotta call it here. No. I am on Bao Bao's side to the end of Earth. I hate those two. So that's what I'm gonna call it. Until next time, bye-bye. I don't think she's uploaded the next one. But whenever it's out, I guess I gotta suffer and find it. Oh no. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end the stream here because it's been many hours, and tomorrow I do have my debut. So good night. Boy. Where's my music? Nope. Mm-hmm.